Yo chat, I'm live and we are here for day 2 of Norway Chess, and as you saw Vishy Anand leading the event after day 1. So day 2 बहुत interesting होगा. And today he's playing Wesley Topalov. I think pairings are in the description as well. You can check them out. So today the pairings are, well, Anand against Topalov. Well, Anand has the black pieces today. Then Wesley So against Magnus Carlsen. भाई वो भी important match है. And उसके बाद you have Wang Hao, Anish, MVL, Mamedyarov and Radjabov, Tari. क्या हाल है chat? बताओ भाई. What's up? What's going on chat? क्या हाल चाल है? मेरी आवाज बढ़िया आ रही है ना? मुझे बता देना एक बार if everything is fine. And then we can wait for the game to start. भाई ये पिंक कलर कहाँ से आ गया? No issue with pink, but it was different color yesterday, but I'll accept pink as well. बढ़िया. डिस्कॉर्ड पे क्रेजी सीन हो गया भाई. क्या सीन हो गया भाई डिस्कॉर्ड पे? ऐसा क्या सीन कर दिया भाई तुमने? ऐसा क्या सीन हो गया भाई? कुछ क्रेजी 11 नोटिफिकेशन है यार. अच्छा कुछ पजल सॉल्व कर रहे थे क्या? क्या हो गया भाई डिस्कॉर्ड? बता दो मुझे. मैं डिस्कॉर्ड चेक नहीं किया यार. डिस्कॉर्ड रेड नो साउंड कुछ भी. अरे बड़ी जबरदस्त आ रही है. थैंक यू यार. मेरी मतलब इंग्लैंड जाने का सपना अभी बन सकता है. मतलब पूरी उम्मीद है. एनीवेज गेम स्टार्ट क्यों नहीं हो रही है भाई? इंतजार कर रहे हैं हम लोग गेम स्टार्ट होने का. लेट्स गो. इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ चेस विच इज द हाईएस्ट गेम एवर प्लेड बट नॉट चीटर्स. हाईएस्ट गेम एवर क्या होता है भाई? मतलब हाईएस्ट ऑल्टीट्यूड पे कह रहे हो कि मतलब बेस्ट गेम कह रहे हो? आज के प्रेडिक्शन करो भाई. बाय द वे has anybody seen like the Topalov Vishy, like जब Topalov और Vishy Anand का मैच हुआ था उस टाइम पे कौन कौन पैदा हुआ था भाई? मुझे बता दो. I mean let me confirm 2007 कब था? रुको Vishy Anand versus Topalov World Championship match. रुको वैसे करूँ कौन सा साल था? 2010 my bad. So 2010 में कोई चेस उस टाइम पे मतलब देखता था क्या? कोई भी था जिसने वो मैच देखा था उस टाइम पे? Did you watch it live or something? By the way, D4 by Topalov, we have the game has started. like किसी ने लाइव देखा था उस टाइम पे? किसी ने भी? Did anybody see it live? 2002 का हूं मैं. अरे आपके ओके ठीक है. 2010 से मैंने चेस खेलना सीखा था. नमस्ते टिकू भाई. नमस्ते. भूल गए लगता है. अरे वीके भाई मतलब वीके भाई वो मुझे यार मतलब ओ व्हाट द हेल भाई साहब. he took on c4 भाई. queen's gambit accepted, not the opening you see very often, especially even at the top level. I have to admit very rare. This is very rare. अरे पार्थ भाई हमारे बिलियनर साहब क्या हाल है? या सो बेसिकली भाई बहुत क्रेजी था बिकॉज टोपलोव आनंद की भी स्टोरी अच्छी थी. उससे सीधा टोपलोव उसकी थी क्रामने की. बट आई थिंक दिस वाज आल्सो नाइस. आनंद बेट हिम वेल एंड या आई मीन देयर इज अ राइवलरी देयर. आई थिंक व्हेनेवर यू प्लेड अ वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप मैच अगेंस्ट समबडी तो पूरा का पूरा करियर उस बंदे ने छीन लिया टेक्निकली इन कोर्ट्स. सो ऑफ कोर्स यू डोंट हैव दोस मेलोडियस फीलिंग्स एंड मोमेंट्स अबाउट दैट गाय. पोल करेंगे हाईएस्ट टॉयलेट गेट. वो तो क्रामने के साथ था भाई. लेट्स डू अ क्विक पोल. Vishy versus Topalov. Vishy, Topalov and draw. By the way, Topalov के white pieces है, so draw के chances बढ़ जाते हैं automatically. Vishy is slightly stronger, but then he has the black pieces. I think Anand is in great sidelines. Yeah, but the thing is, this is like not a sideline. I would say it's like a normal proper opening. But the thing is, it's not played that often. मतलब I have commentated for so many tournaments now. I have not seen this happen in classicals, especially for a long while. Like I think this is rare. नहीं बोले ना? Of course नहीं यार. Of course we should win. Yeah, let's hope so, man. यो मैं भाई ये नया लेआउट YouTube का कितना डैश है भाई? नया लेआउट क्या है? पुराना ही है तो. राजा नूब, I have higher rating than him. अच्छा nice. Topalov got really nice teeth. Teeth कुछ नहीं होता भाई. सौरभ भाई अंग्रेजी. Vishy played Queen's Game study. Exactly. I am surprised by this, and I'm sure so is Topalov. Yeah, I mean Topalov is like, भाई अच्छा ये भी opening थी मैं भूल गया था, and now he's thinking what to play. Highest accuracy तो 99 100 ही रहेगी ना यार. वो तो of course है. What the heck is happening? Okay, very interesting wordplay there by Anisha. Topalov wasn't expecting it. Yeah, nobody was. I mean, when Topalov started preparing for Norway Chess, I think Queen's Gambit accepted was, the 15th opening he prepared in his preparations. I'm pretty sure. Not the first choice. Even though, it happens the second move, you don't see it very often. E4 खेल के sharp बना दो भाई. E4 ही खेलेगा वो most. I mean, if he's prepared, he'll play E4. E4 is the critical line, of course. You take 2 pawns in the center, and then black will try to, break through with C5 at the correct moment. Usually 1100 opponents खेलते हैं. Oh, he plays E4. He goes for it. He goes for the main opening here. And I mean, I think knight F6 is the move here. C5. I mean, you could play multiple moves. Like, I don't play this myself, but I think even knight c6, somebody played against me when I was white. Yeah, even knight 6 is the move here, which looks ridiculous. Yeah, because you allow d5 with tempo, but it's possible apparently. So many moves. Knight f6, c5. I think c5 bhi hai. And he plays b5. Acha, he goes for the he now goes for the sideline, which is not very common. But this is also very dangerous because तुम अपने side के pawn खेल रहे हो. You're playing on the side pawns, yeah? मतलब तुमने center छोड़ दिया, you give up the center completely. And now I think a4 could be the move, I think, to break the center, and you can't really play a6. ये किसके बारे में चल रही है भाई? Anyways, I'll see Discord later, bye. B5 is very sharp. Yeah, it's sharp. And that is Vishy's prepared. Yeah, he's very well prepared. Like, he पूरा तैयारी के साथ आया Vishy sir. Let's see what happens. Chat streams को like कर देना भाई. Let's go. मेरी हंसी थोड़ी अजीब होती जा रही है. Anyways, let me pin this. So 80% Vishy sir कह रहे हैं, 14% draw, 5% Topalov. बेचारा Topalov draw से भी कम chances दिए बेचारे को लोगों ने. डिस्कॉर्ड में तो आज हद मजा आया भाई, देखना पड़ेगा मजे किया तुमने. कम टू डीसी अभी नहीं यार, अभी तो स्ट्रीम पे ना भाई. वाइट ऑलरेडी बेटर, आई एम नॉट श्योर. ऑफ कोर्स लाइक द इंजन विल टेल यू इट्स बेटर फॉर वाइट बिकॉज इंजन की एक लिमिट होती है. बट इफ यू प्रिपेयर दिस होम यू कैन पॉसिबली प्ले दिस. या आई थिंक इज इट माइट बी अ वे टू बेसिकली ट्राई टू गेट Topalov out of his prep in a variation जहां पे he might not be prepared and then Vishy is, and you can also win sometimes like this. Yeah, it can also win sometimes. इमेज देखी मैंने, किसकी इमेज है भाई वो? 0.7 is not better, it's almost equal. It's not almost equal, I would say, but it's not actually 0.7. I think if you go deeper. And a4 played, by the way, he wants to break this. Now chat, if you go a6, I can just take because the a pawn is pinned. There's a rook on a8, so you can't really, I mean, you can, but maybe it's not the best. So maybe c6 is a better choice. ये 5% लोग कौन है जो सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं भाई? बल्गेरिया के होंगे. बल्गेरिया की ऑडियंस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल. आई डू नॉट नो, लेट मी सर्च फॉर वन वर्ड इन बल्गेरियन. रुको यार, I have been to Bulgaria, but I don't know. रुको. Let me listen to this. अरे यार सुनते कैसे हैं इसको? रुको. Okay. भाई सुनने का ऑप्शन ही नहीं दिखा रहा भाई. गूगल को हेलो बोलना नहीं आता बल्गेरिया में यार. माय बैड. Some respect to Topalov as his former world champion. Yeah, indeed, man. A lot of respect for him. But here, I mean, we are not looking for unbiased commentary here. We are looking for biased commentary, and we will, of course, focus on Vishy sirs. And we will, of course, tease Topalov a little bit. ये तो exchange stack वाली line है ना, गांगुली वाली. यार, एक second. I'm not sure. It's been a long while since I've seen Queen's Gambit except on the board. चाहे वो मेरी गेम में हो कहीं पे भी, याद करना पड़ेगा भाई. I think I have seen a few exchange stack but I'm not sure. Yes, biased commentary only indeed. Samay played this line against Judith. Yeah, but that does not increase the, I would say, भाई ऐसे ढंग से क्यों नहीं चल रहा भाई? ऐसे भाई ढंग से चलो. Vishy played move. Yeah, he played b5. Oh, he did not play yet, right? Yeah, oh, he played c6. He played c6 indeed. He played c6. Yeah, c6 play is the main move. And the idea is that if you take now, I just take, of course, with the c pawn and I maintain this extra pawn for now. But I think white is usually fine. Yeah, matlab, you cannot really, hope to hold on to this pawn and be better as black if white plays well. I mean, you've given up the complete center. You've not developed your pieces. White will have knight c3 come up. You will castle quickly. Now, there are certain drawbacks here. For example, the c4 pawn also limits the bishop. You can't go bishop d3 now. And, later on the knight could also come to, you never know. Like once the d5 pawn moves, the knight will come to d3 here. So there are certain problems here. We have seen this Botwinic line, yeah. I think if somebody can, I'll just quickly show this line. सबसे one of the craziest lines in the entire history of chess. Bishop g5, dc4, e4, b5, e5, h6 here, g5, knight takes, pawn takes, knight d7. This also has similar ideas. Yeah, the pawn is on c4, limits the bishop, but this is more somehow better for black because I think एक तो e4 खेल दिया है, so there is no two pawns here. Black also has some counter attack chances and so on. Even on the king side, you can see the h file is open. This is much more different because black is actually not playing the center at all. बिल्कुल भी center में play किया ही नहीं है. He's not put the pawn here, any pawn here, knight here, nothing else so far. So white will obviously have a slight edge in the opening, but if black is prepared, he can equalize. ठीक है भाई, इग्नोर करो। ये क्या है सेफन भाई, कुछ भी। Botman seems live indeed. Return World Championship was really exciting. His first game Topalov won, then Vishy crushed him in Catalan second game. Last game was Anish Giri class. Yeah, I mean the thing is, World Champs are usually fascinating. Yeah, matlab, I think it's only when we saw Carlsen against I think Caruana, there were so many 12 draws. That's not common actually. Usually you have some results. Black is not centrist. I don't know. Black is playing very ambitiously, I would say. I mean, the dream is, long-term dream is, सपने जो देखे हैं Black ने वो ये है कि White मारेगा, Black मारेगा, then he will slowly play Bishop B7, A6, Queen B6, develop the king side, castle, and then slowly just be a pawn up. सपने तो अच्छे हैं, but reality में होंगे कि नहीं वो देखना पड़ेगा हमें. डिस्कॉर्ड में बैन कर दे साहब उनको फिर. अर्जुन वर्सेस निहाल में जो जीतेगा वो किसके साथ खेलेगा भाई? अर्जुन हम जीतेगा, वो जीतेगा, अभी फाइनल जीतेगा वो. कार्लसन का क्लासिक में स्ट्रीक अभी भी कंटिन्यू है क्या? अरे यार नहीं यार, कार्लसन हारा था यार रिसेंटली आई थिंक. ये लाइट गई है भाई आजकल, थोड़ी लाइट वाइट कम चल रही है यहाँ पे. ओपोनेंट टोपलोव है भाई, टोपलोव है ओपोनेंट का नाम. अरे चैत्री भाई थैंक्स फॉर सुपर चैट यार 101. थैंक्स अ लॉट भाई, थैंक्स अ लॉट यार, थैंक्स अ लॉट. Already black is bad. Do you think he can win today? To be honest, chat, I'll let you know one thing. ठीक है? If I am playing white here, I'm usually overconfident because I see कि मेरे पास center है and I should be absolutely fine. But on the other hand, you know, I'll show you some. For example, let's say I take. Later on, black can go e6, bishop b7, bishop b4 after you play knight c3, take on c3, then play a6, and then he will have this dominant pawn which is very difficult to get rid of. And you know, on the queen side, black is completely winning. So white will have to attack. And when you're forced to attack, sometimes you don't find the best, especially if you're not well prepared. Yeah, so you can miss the critical lines, and black can easily equalize, and suddenly he has an extra pawn, and you know Vishy might end up winning. So you never know. निहाल का सिक्स्थ को गेम है अभी, बहुत टाइम है. That's on 6th. भैया आप स्पेस में हो क्या? हाँ यार मैं स्पेस में हूँ. मेरे एलियन दोस्त बहुत हैं, so they were like यार थोड़ी पार्टी शार्टी करते हैं. अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है, तो मैंने कहा कि यार करते हैं भाई, डन. आपकी लाइफ में कितना अंधेरा है भाई, इतना. आई एम नॉट रेडी फॉर such honest questions right now. At the end of the day, if white doesn't play actively, black has an extra pawn. Indeed, exactly my point. So if black can develop comfortably, he can play e6, knight f6, bishop somewhere, bishop b7, bishop b4, castle. I think he can be fine. And then, you know, the pawn counts. Sometimes I can also just play b3, yeah, later on. Just to play b3, even, you know, sacrifice the pawn permanently. But then he gets some squares for his pieces. So even that is a strategy he can go for. Yes, noteboom types. क्वींस गैम एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना चाहिए भाई. आई मीन कर सकते हो. इट्स नॉट द बेस्ट ओपनिंग इन द प्लैनेट. मतलब अगर तुम्हें एलियंस आएंगे और तुम्हें एक गेम खेलनी है उनके साथ फॉर सेविंग ह्यूमैनिटी, आई डोंट थिंक क्वींस गैम एक्सेप्टेड खेलना चाहिए हम लोगों को. बट इट कैन बी प्लेड इफ यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड. विशी शुड गो टू बाथरूम फ्रीक्वेंटली टू टीज हिम. भाई कम ऑन यार, आई मीन कम ऑन. वो हमारी तरह बच्चे नहीं है भाई, ठीक है ना. ये सब आइडिया से हमारे दिमाग में आ सकते हैं. जस्ट सेइंग. I feel Arjun is much more calmer and stable-minded than Nihal. I mean, we'll have to see that. What is Topalov's playing style? Aggressive? It's aggressive. It was aggressive, of course, many years back. But now it's hard to say, right? We've not seen him play for many years. So exactly क्या style में वो Topalov खेलेंगे, we'll have to see. Chat, do like the stream, यार. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Why Queen's Gambit accepted? बहुत नहीं खिला था. Because you capture away from the center, yeah. So after d4, d5. I mean, usually I'm told to maintain this center. Taki if white takes, you maintain this pawn in the center and you battle eye for eye. So it's going to be an equal position. But once you take on c4, you actually give up the center. Now white can go e4 and he has proper 2 pawns in the center. This is the center, by the way. And the maximum influence over the chessboard, yeah, you can create from these 4 squares. So white has proper control. You have no control over these squares. After b5, you actually weaken some queenside squares as well. So I think, you know, this is a great platform for white to launch an attack. But if white goes wrong, you never know, man. You never know. Which are castling you small or big? Small or big, I think is I don't know if it's correct terminology. I think usually small castle ही बोलते हैं, but short or long would be better. Don't be scared of short and long. Not everything long is good and everything short is bad. भाई डच पे वीडियो बनाओ. भाई डच पे वीडियो ऑलरेडी है भाई. 2 साल पहले वीडियो बना चुके हैं डच पे. उसको चेकआउट करो. के गाना चला दो यार बैकग्राउंड में. अरे यार फिर से याद ला दिया. विश सर को एरोगेंट हो जाना चाहिए भाई. एरोगेंट क्यों होंगे यार? एरोगेंट, ही इज वेरी डाउन टू अर्थ. बाय द वे, Topalov is not that well prepared. I think it's very obvious. He's used up like already 13 minutes of his time for like the first 4 moves. So it's very obvious he's not well prepared. तब तक के लिए chat, let's go to other games. एक बार नजर मारते हैं भाई बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, मतलब क्या चल रहा है उनकी पोजीशन में. Let's go. First of all, Carlsen against Wesley So has played the semi-slav. भाई यहाँ पे भी semi-slav है. यहाँ पे भी I think we saw this position. यहाँ पे he could have played bishop g5, but he went for e3 and queen c2 and bishop d3 and the setup. And यहाँ पे बहुत crazy lines है. I mean, black could go dc4, b5, then bishop d3, bishop b7, e4, e5 and so on. It's the opening theory है. We go to the game of Wang Hao against Anish Giri. Oh my god, ये तो बहुत आगे बढ़ गई game. So we have the knight off here, I think. Most likely Anish Giri and MVL, 2 players knight off you can watch out for. If you plan to play the knight off, I think Anish Giri and MVL are 2 players. Not MVL's yesterday game, by the way. कल की गेम मत देखना, बाकी सारी देख लेना भाई. e5, knight b3, bishop e7. Okay, f4 takes. Usually this is not the best setup because white ने पहले bishop e3 खेला and then he played f4, so he had to move the bishop twice. Best case scenario would be, let's say black plays bishop e6, f4 takes. So white basically saves a tempo here. So tempo down है white. It's not the best case scenario, but okay. Wang Hao is not looking for best case scenarios and he just castles and ठीक है, decent position है. बड़े सेक्सी लग रहे हो, थैंक्स लॉट यार. मॉडलिंग करियर में अभी स्टार्ट ही होने वाला है. कल की गेम देखो बस मजे के लिए. व्हाट्स योर अदर जॉब? मॉडलिंग यार एंड ईटिंग. एनीवेज, लेट्स गो टू द गेम ऑफ किसकी बच गई यार? टीमूर किंग f7 कैसे आया भाई? जस्ट अ ब्रीफ लुक एट हाउ दिस हैपेंड. ओके, दिस इज दैट लाइन राइट जो हमने वी सॉ दिस विद वीडी अगेंस्ट क्या था उस बच्चे का नाम, क्या जर्मनी के बच्चे का यार जिसने उसको ड्रॉ कर लिया था वीडी के साथ. अरे वो क्या नाम है जर्मनी के यंगस्टर का यार? आई कीप फॉरगेटिंग नेम्स. व्हाई एम आई सो बैड रिमेंबरिंग नेम्स मैन? या वी सॉ दिस लाइन विद वीडी. आई थिंक उस बच्चे का नाम भूल गया मैं. एंड वीडी आई थिंक ड्यू दैट गेम विंस्टन केमर. एग्जैक्टली केमर साहब ने खेली थी आई थिंक ये लाइन उनके साथ. एंड या दिस इज सपोज्ड टू बी इक्वल आई गेस. बिशप e7 नेक्स्ट एंड ब्लैक शुड बी फाइन. सो तारी भाई शुड बी फाइन हियर. नॉट जियोंग भाई, ही इज फ्रॉम द यूएस. नहीं भाई, सिंह नहीं है उनका नाम. एंड फाइनल गेम इज वशरग्राव अगेंस्ट MBL. d4, knight f6, c4. वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ d4s टुडे. आई थिंक इतने d4 इशू आजकल देखने को मिलते नहीं. आई एम हैप्पी. ओ एक और, ओ सेम ओपनिंग डूड. अरे वाह, नॉट e4. He did not play e4 though. He did not play e4. h6, bishop h4, knight c6, bishop b5, and probably, I mean, just rook e8, bishop d7, knight e4. All moves look possible. White is not castled, so it cannot be a big problem for black. I believe he does have the isolated pawn though. So कल को अगर सब pieces stabilize हो गए, this can be a problem. But I believe with the king not castled, he should be fine. He should be fine here. Why short castle looks like double O and long castle triple O? Because I guess the rook has to move 2 squares to 2 O's and rook has to move 3 squares to 3 O's. I guess that's some logic that just came up on the moment, so I'm not really sure about this though. Anyways, let's go to the game of Anand sir again and see how it's going on. Okay, so something happened, chat, which is very interesting because knight c3 is not the move I expected him to play, honestly. Maybe it's the main line, but I thought he will not play. Knight c3 played, and now b4. I should learn Queen's Gambit theory, man. Iski theory रटनी चाहिए भाई. I think we should look at this. But anyways, knight b1 back, and I think what he has done is basically weakened the c4 pawn, and now he can just take on c4. But to be honest, looking at this strategy, I mean, it cannot be the most ambitious one. It just feels like that way, at least. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it does feel that way. And black can always defend this pawn with a5, and later on he can also go c5, by the way. And he can also sack this pawn with c3 if he wants to. By Vishy tweeted just now, he's playing also, right? Vishy cannot tweet, but unfortunately, phones are not allowed in real chess tournaments. फरीदा में कितने तूफान आ रहे हैं, परेशान हो गया भाई. ये बात तो है यार, बहुत तूफान आ रहे हैं फरीदा में भाई. तूफान थोड़े कम करे. Anand will draw. Dude, I'm not sure. I want him to win because the opening choice he went with, if he wanted to draw, he could have chosen other openings. So it's a very dynamic way to play, and maybe he's hoping for more. He tweeted check. उनकी टीम होगी ना, somebody from his house must have maybe Aruna ma'am, somebody from his team must have tweeted it. Vishy Anand channeling his inner Beth Herman. भाई Beth Herman को इतना चढ़ा दिया हमने सर पे. I mean, she is not even a real character, dude. यहाँ पे हम बेचारे वर्ल्ड चैंपियन और कालू गाली देते हैं. क्या यार, तूने ब्लंडर मार दिया. और बेथ हरमन की तारीफें चल रही है भाई. ठीक है, मैं बोलती हूँ नेचर को तूफान कम करने. बोलो जूस. हेलो आर्यन भाई. रे एनिग्मा कौन है? लत्री भाई, मतलब मैं नहीं हूँ. I promise you, मैं रेनिग्मा नहीं हूँ. I can say with surety, अरे believe me, it's not me. I can guarantee it's not me. अरे बोला ना, it's not me. It's not me for sure. Anyways, it's not me. Anyways, yeah, I think e6 and c5 could be one plan. Well mentioned. It's totally possible. I think this could be possible as well. Chat, come on. 600 की watching है. Let's get to 500 likes जल्दी से भाई, if it's possible. And if you're here for the first time, to subscribe. विशी का कल मैच किसके साथ है भाई? कल किसने देखा यार? आज तो देख ले भाई. तुम मतलब देख रहे हो भाई कि अभी मतलब तुमने पहली डेट पे लड़की आई नहीं, तुम शादी की प्लानिंग कर रहे हो भाई. रुक जाओ यार. मतलब लेट्स नॉट बी उदय चोपड़ा हियर. लेट्स वेट फॉर इट. This is a drawish line. We'll see, man. We'll see if it's a draw or not. And draw is not so bad with the black pieces. By the way, remember, a draw is not a draw here. You see, like, you know, you will see then Armageddon. Yeah, so draw नहीं है. That's the crazy part. यहाँ पे draw नहीं है यार. बादाम खाया करो, उम्र का असर है, भूला. अरे नहीं यार, बचपन से ही है यार. नाम याद करने में को हमेशा प्रॉब्लम होती है for some reason. I don't know why. I keep forgetting names. I remember people by face, but I forget names. अरे सर, आप कितना भाई का वर्ड यूज करते हो? पता है यार, एक बार मैं भाई काउंटर भी किया था यार, वो काउंटर एक्सप्लोड हो गया. I too feel it's a draw, but then Armageddon and Vishy chances. Yeah, the thing is, मतलब even if you have a quick draw in Armageddon, we are happy with that, right? That would be awesome. I don't think it'll be a quick draw though. I think Topalov को जीतना है ना यार. मतलब Topalov को honestly he wants to win. If he go to round 1, Topalov drew against Anish, but he lost in the Armageddon, right? So he also wants to win. So that's why I feel कि मतलब Topalov would like to win. He has the white pieces, and he lost to Anand sir in the World Championship. Now I don't know how you feel. अगर आपको कभी प्रमोशन मिस हुआ है किसी बंदे की वजह से, क्लास मॉनिटर किसी को बनाया है आपके जस्ट आगे, अगर कॉलेज में कोई लड़की आपको बोल के गई सॉरी इट्स नॉट यू इट्स मी, मुझे वो लड़का पसंद है, तो हाउ मेनी पॉजिटिव फीलिंग्स यू वुड हैव टुवर्ड्स दैट पर्सन? आई एम नॉट रियली श्योर. या तो आप सेंट है या फिर मेरी तरह नॉर्मल इंसान है. इतनी अच्छी पोजीशन, इतनी अच्छी फीलिंग्स नहीं होंगी. एंड सेम फॉर मे बी Topalov. He lost the world championship to Vishy Anand sir. Maybe he doesn't have the best of memories there, so maybe he'll try to win. Yeah. जीएम ओपनिंग प्रेप मतलब क्या प्रेप करते हैं भाई? बहुत प्रेप करते हैं यार, बेस्ड ऑन रियल स्टोरी. इट्स ऑलवेज बेस्ड ऑन अ रियल स्टोरी भाई. This Ramesh sir in prep preparation. I'm not sure if Vishy sir worked with Ramesh sir for this. I mean, he could have, but I'm not sure about this. I think Esipenko played Carlsen Classical last time doing Carlsen Chess. Yeah, but then he also lost next year, I think. What's the point system? Chat, anybody joining who was not here yesterday, basically chat, यहाँ पे it's a Swiss tournament, 9 rounds. The time control is 120 minutes for the entire 40 moves, first 40 moves, and there is no increment. So if you lose, you lose. Yesterday, Radjabov had to make like, I think 4 moves in 8 seconds or something. It was very difficult for him. And that's one thing. After 40th move, you gain like 10-second increment for the remainder of the game. But 10 seconds is nothing compared to 30 seconds that you usually gain in a classical game. And then also importantly, this is not like, normal classical tournament where if you draw, the tournament is over. If you draw, there's an Armageddon match. White has 10 minutes, black has 7, and White, of course, has to win. If you win directly in the classical, you get 3 points, loser gets 0 points. If you go to the Armageddon, the winner gets 1.5, the loser gets 1 point. So, yeah, draw definitely benefits both players. You gain at least some points out of it. But then 3 points is 3 points. Yeah, but basically, drawing and then winning in the Armageddon gives you half as many points as directly winning. There's clear incentive to actually win the classical game itself. Kal 5 point birthday, Vishy is world number 11. If Vishy wins today, I think he might just enter world top 10 as well. So let's hope so. Yeah, Topalov is from Bulgaria, by the way. He's not Russian. By the way, he plays bishop a6 now. He defends the pawn, so he's making it as difficult as possible to capture back this pawn. Yeah, and for example, if you play knight d2, trying to capture this, chat, what do you play here? White ne knight d2 खेला अगर, what do you play here, chat? Come on, white to play, black to play. Hey, भाई क्या हालचाल? Hey, समझ भाई क्या हालचाल? Of course, Ayush भाई, of course. Who gets black pieces in Armageddon if it's draw? Same color pieces. Exactly, c3. And you can play c3 and you can continue making it difficult. Yeah, मतलब जितना मुश्किल कर सकते हो उतना मुश्किल करेंगे. You can continue like this. Also, you can capture on f1 if you want to. So, in fact, white plays queen c2, attacking the pawn directly. But that means Vishy could take the pawn on d4 now. Now that means spoiling a lot of moves. Knight f3 attacking the queen. Queen has to come back. Then knight d2 might attack the queen. So I'm not sure if he'll go for this, but he could. If he wants to, he can go for this. This is possible. But let's see. Knight f6 is also a move here. e5 is also a move here. Let's see which one he goes for though. But yeah, for now, after queen c2, this pawn is hanging indeed. Starting से let's go from starting once. ज़्यादा move है नहीं, 6 ही move है. d4 d5 c4 takes. He played the queen's gambit itself, which is a very rare opening. After e4 b5, this is a very risky and ambitious try because you hold on to the extra pawn, but you give the center completely. After a4 c6 knight c3 b4 knight b1, white tempts black into playing b4 ताकि the c4 pawn is hanging. Black defends it again with bishop a6, but now queen c2, and this pawn is actually impossible to defend for now. You don't have any such moves available, so the only try you have, I will take the d4 pawn or to develop your pieces and or play e5. You can play any of these moves, but regardless, white will get the c4 pawn back now. I don't understand how hiding prep affects the middle game. I mean, they can play with full strength. ये बात तो है. I don't think it affects too much, but little bit for sure. I mean, I think Radjabov के case में I'm not really sure. I don't even think he should hide any prep because it's not guaranteed it'll come into his. I'm not sure what his strategy is, but if he loses like horribly in this tournament, I don't think his prep will come to save him in the candidates. So candidates literally like 10-12 days away. So I hope he does really well there. Carlsen classical win streak क्या है? I think it's 125 games something, right? If I'm not mistaken. The way things are going right now, the road to India number 1 for VD seems really difficult. I mean, he is India number 2 right now, so he has the best chance hypothetically, and I think he has only one issue: time trouble. If he solves that, I mean, he will jump to 2760 in like 2 days, man. Literally, not 2 days, ज़्यादा बोल दिया, but you get the point. Like, मतलब, I think he's super strong, man. It's Vishy Sir's World Championship prep against Topalov. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. They'll play the prep from so long back. मतलब 2010 की prep. B3 would not be the best move usually because now when I play Queen C3 and I capture this pawn, I will also end up winning the B3 pawn now most likely. So you will end up losing both these pawns, and this is not what you usually want to play because this pawn can be defended. Yeah, I can play A5 later. I can play E6 defending this pawn. This pawn is well defended. So let's not risk it with B3. That also gives the squares for knight C3, knight A3. Knight can again come into the game from the best square. So B3 would be a mistake, strategic mistake. Yo, Amish bhai, kya hal hai? For now, I think Vishy is thinking. So that means this is not the main line he prepped, not the line he at least expected from Topalov, because we saw him playing b5, c6 very quickly, but now he's taking some time. So he looked at this, but he's not looked at this in depth. So he's trying to remember his prep, maybe trying to, find out if there's something of an improvement. Let's see. बिल्कुल दियांशु भाई, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. ये तो आइसोलेटेड गेम लग रहा है पोजीशन देख के. नहीं भाई, as I mentioned, when you see such a game, either it's some noob playing or it's a top player of the world, like we saw in Carlsen yesterday. By the way, he played queen takes d4, तो प्यादा मार दिया है. Vishy is going for the kill, yeah. मतलब he's taking risks, and this is Vishy were used to, yeah. मतलब याद है तुम्हें? Like मतलब many, I don't know how many of you have followed chess and Vishy for many years, but he always used to play this dynamic play, yeah. मतलब we saw an earning game against Vishy, yeah, जहाँ पे वो क्या bishop c5, knight e5 क्या sack किए थे. This is the style he plays really well in, and it might work. Let's see. He took with queen indeed, and now he's technically on paper for now. On paper, he is, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 pawns up. But of course, black will win one of them for sure. And maybe in the second one at some point. Knight is still played. Now the queen has to come back, chat. You have many squares. Queen d6, queen d7, queen d8. All of them have a drawback. Queen d6 can be hit with bishop f4 and e5 later. Queen d7 can be hit by knight e5 later. And queen d8 just looks stupid because it just came from there. So Vishy has to choose which square is the best. Probably I think queen b6 could also be a square. A5 is not such a big deal. Queen d5, not really. Why? I wouldn't recommend queen d5 unless you're playing anti-chess. आप रेंज में नहीं हो, मुझे तो लगा आप ही कार्पेट ड्रॉ किए थे ना. नहीं, वो मैं नहीं था यार. Why Vishy is playing that move which you guessed? I don't know why. I'm just telling all the moves यार. मतलब मैंने सारे मूव बता दिए तो भाई obviously कोई ना कोई तो क्लिक करेगा. Queen c4 कैसे खेलोगे यार? I mean it's your pawn. अपना pawn नहीं खाना यार. प्रांशु भाई अपना पॉन नहीं खाना है. I think you mean queen c5 I guess. But the problem is यहाँ पे ना white can play bishop e3 and he can gain another tempo. Free के moves नहीं दे रहे. We don't want to allow our opponent a chance कि वो development tempo के साथ करे. Like we don't want that. So queen c5 will be a bad square I think. Which is wearing earpiece and listening to silent. How about b3 now? B3 again I think would not be great. I think white can just take on d4, pawn takes and take on c2, then he will win this pawn and you will have this stupid pawn on c6 and this will be captured later on and he'll be worse. So I think, yeah, this will not be the best. b3 usually 99.9% cases bad move. मान के चलो बस, ठीक है? Because this will be captured, yeah? Chat usually क्या होता है ना, for example, जितना आप opponent की territory में घुसोगे ना, उतना वो control छूटता रहता है. जितना मतलब आपकी बंदी दूसरे से प्यार करने लगेगी उतना आपके हाथ से निकलती जाएगी. So I think it's the same case. The pawn on b3 is on the third rank and it's away from your pieces and closer to his pieces, so it's more likely it will get captured. Yeah. By the way, Vishy chooses the queen to d7 square, so he goes for d7, which is a flexible square. We can also go to b7 if you want to later. If there's some rook d1 later, you can move. And knight e5, while an irritating threat, it's not the deadliest threat in the world. It can be handled. So he goes queen d7. बार बार ऑटोग्राफी सुनाते हो भाई यार. लाइफ इज अ रेस. तुम तेज नहीं पाओगे, दूसरा बंदा तुम्हारी बंदी लेके चला जाएगा. अधिभान क्यों लेफ्ट द चैट भाई? अच्छा सॉरी. व्हाट आई मीन इज ब्लैक की तरफ से b3, नॉट व्हाइट की तरफ से. व्हाइट की तरफ से ऑल्सो b3 भाई. अधिभान ओपी भाई फॉर श्योर. Yeah, you cannot attack the queen immediately, but at some moment, yeah, some moment will come. It will come at some moment, either e5 or this one. So queen d7 he went. Why not bishop e3? I think knights before bishop is a very common principle. If you play bishop e3, I mean, you can. What the hell was this, भाई? बॉस बेबी क्या किया तुमने भाई? बताओ भाई तुमने क्या किया? मेरे कान में कुछ बजा क्यों? What the hell are you doing, बॉस बेबी भाई? क्या है? क्या तमाशा है भाई? Don't do this in the name of chess. कुछ कर रहा है डिस्कॉर्ड पे वो. Yeah, if you play bishop e3, I think b3 now can actually work surprisingly enough, which makes no sense because the e4 pawn is hanging. So because of this, actually you can actually play b3 now and bishop d4 and I take, and this pawn cannot be captured quickly. But I think usually knight f3, knights before bishops is a very common strategy. Yeah, you develop knights first because knights usually only have one good square. Bishops have many squares. Yeah, if the queen goes here, I go bishop e3. If the queen goes here, I later go bishop f4 at some point, and I can choose the best square. Chat, do you like the stream भाई? Let's get to 500 likes by chat. अगर सारे के सारे like button दबा देना भाई, मजा आ जाए यार. Thanks a lot chat. Do press like button and if you're here for the first time, do subscribe चैनल का. आपके सामने एक लाल बटन होगा सब्सक्राइब का, उस पे उंगली रखे और ऐसे पुचक करके दबा दे भाई, मजा आ जाए. Meanwhile, chat, you are also forever singles. Are you good in maths? I don't know, man. I'm okay. बॉस बेबी लगता है तुम्हें बैन करना पड़ेगा भाई. इनको किक कर देते हैं बॉस बेबी को भाई. बाय बाय बॉस बेबी, हैव फन. किक कर दिया डिस्कॉर्ड से. कल से MPL टूर ऑल्सो. अरे हाँ भाई, कल से तो मेरे गले के जो बजने वाले हैं ना भाई. कल दिन को भी स्ट्रीम है, रात को भी स्ट्रीम है, और आई हैव अ 9-hour कंटिन्यूस स्ट्रीम फ्रॉम टुमारो. सो आई थिंक चैट प्लीज हैव सिंपैथीज विद मी इफ माय थ्रोट गिव्स अप. Because of the scoring system, it's very important to finish top 5 in this section. You get 5 eyes correct. Indeed, but I don't think it's like the end of the world if you have 5 blacks. But yeah, it makes a difference. I think I saw Vidit also mentions this on ChessBase India stream. I think it does make a difference on your psychology and also your play. So it does make a difference, but I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. मतलब like इतना भी नहीं है कि if you have 5 blacks, you just cannot play well in the tournament. ऐसा नहीं है. Why likes matter? Because the stream can be recommended more. सारे please sing मेरे ये क्या है भाई? Anyway, let's go to the Carlsen game chat. क्या चल रहा है वैसी सो में? By the way, ये तो काफी solid position आ गई ना. Like I doubt anybody can win this. I mean, Carlsen is surely better. Chat question. पहले देखते हैं position आई कैसे. So after the move castles and h6 and b3, he played e5. Takes. Everything takes. And now chat question for you. Rook c1, bishop d7. Who is slightly better here? White or black, and why? Who's better and why? Come on chat, question for you. It's not like clearly better for any side, but one side is slightly better. युग शर्मा क्या हाल है? आपका थ्रोट गेम तो ये क्या है भाई? ये बॉस अभी आर्थिक टिक्कू बना हुआ है. येलो क्या है भाई? इस टूर्नामेंट में मैग्नस 29 तो कर सकता है क्या? इस टूर्नामेंट में तो नहीं होगा यार, इतना मुश्किल तो नहीं है. उसको सारे गेम जीतेगा तब भी शायद ना हो. सो अनफॉर्चुनेटली नो. बार इज सेइंग व्हाइट इज बेटर. वाह वाह. नहीं भाई, there's one more reason. Do you enjoy streaming? Of course. IQP, exactly. So basically black has an isolated pawn, and this pawn cannot be defined by any other pawn on the in the c files, and that basically means that I can attack it heavily. For example, rook fd1, I can double up my rooks, I can triple up my piece. For example, rook goes to d4, this rook goes to d2, the queen goes to d1, the bishop goes to f3. I can put so much pressure on this pawn, मतलब as if मतलब washroom गए नहीं हो 4 दिन से, so इतना pressure पड़ सकता है, and that's the main problem. But usually because it's only one weakness, black can defend easily, either bishop e6 or bishop c6. He'll play rook d8, rook d6, rook d8, and it should be fine usually. So I expect Wesley to draw this, and let's go to the game of Wang Hao against Anish Giri. After I think knight d7, king b1, rook c8, queen e3, castles, both sides of castle on opposite sides, g4, rook e8, knight d4. I think the knight might be held to f5. I think a3 played, b5, and now knight to f5. Both sides trying to attack. This d6 pawn is now hanging, so probably black has to take, but that would open the g file up, and that would be some sort of attack for Wang Hao as well. So interesting dynamic position. This is unlikely to end in a draw. Looks very dynamic. Let's go to the game of Radjabov against Aryan Tari. Yeah, nothing much has changed. We saw it till I think king f7. We saw it till in fact bishop e7, bishop e3, rook c8. So there's no time to capture here. The bishop is hanging. Rook c1, and now you can just play knight to c5, and you can just kick the knight away with a6, and he's absolutely fine. So let's go to the MVL game. Okay, it's still there. Okay, so Topalov just took on c4 now, and Topalov blunder क्या है? By blunder नहीं है, it's not a blunder. I think it's a decent move because now he wins one of the pawns back. It's the most logical move in the position, by of course. And now you can just take, queen takes, and okay, not this, queen takes, and now you see the difference here. The pawn on b4 clearly is much easier to defend than the pawn on b3. I can easily play a move like e6 here, defend this pawn, later on a5, and black just holds on to this pawn on b4. So that's the main point here. If the pawn was on b3, you would not be able to defend this long term. So now bishop c4, queen c4, and Vishy plays e6 instantly. And e6 played defending the pawn. And Vishy, to be honest, is a pawn up for now. But white does have compensation for sure. Bishop f4, maybe knight castles, rook to d1 at some point. And there are some weak squares to utilize for white pieces. So I think it will not be all easy peasy for Vishy. Magnus made mistake. Arey nahi, this is a draw, man. Magnus game is a draw. It will not change. I think Wesley So cannot afford to lose that game. Not instantly, but pretty fast. If Vishy wins today, what rank does he reach in live rating? It depends on the other players as well. No, because Anish Giri is there, he's playing, Wesley is playing. So I think he might reach top 10 if he wins though. Can Vishy win the candidates and challenge Carlsen for championship? Not this year. Maybe next time if he wants to, but I don't think he will go for it most likely. I guess if Topalov had central break, it will be better for white. I mean, he does have the center, dude. He still has the center. He has the pawn on e4. We don't have a pawn in the center. He has central control here. He has the open c file to attack the c6 pawn. He has bishop f4. He has knight e5. We are not developed. I mean, white, for example, let's say plays bishop f4. Look at the position right now. He's developed the knight, the bishop, the queen. We have not developed a single piece so far. Of course, with extra pawns, so white will always have compensation here. There's no doubt. The only thing is, can black somehow develop quickly? Jaldi se pieces le aao game mein, castle kar lo, and suddenly the pawn is a free pawn. Instantly, Vishy Sigma male rules yaad aa gaya during World Championship. Indeed, bhai. As of move 10, we have a completely new game. Ye super GM queen blunder nahi karte, nahi yaar. I mean, I think only with this side blunders queens. How is the pointing system for classical? Someone has 1.5, someone 1, someone 3. I mentioned this. Basically, if you win directly in the classical, you get 3 points. Winner gets 0. If you go to the tie breaks, you draw. Then you go to the tie breaks. The winner gets 1.5, loser gets 1. Hikaru left TSM. Okay, why did it happen? Vix and Tikku and TT. By the way, Vishy still is, I think, 12 minutes ahead of the clock. So I expect him to be, still kind of prepared. Not like so deep, but still prepared. सुपर जीएम का रेटिंग कितना होता है? 2700 प्लस यार. हाउ इज द स्कोर अगेंस्ट आदित्य भाई? मुझे पता नहीं आप इतनी इज्जत क्यों करते हो मेरी भाई। मैं कभी खेला नहीं शुरू से भाई। Levon once got mated in 2 in the starting of the game. Really? How can that happen? Wake be like, मुझे क्यों तोड़ा? ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। Wake मस्त है भाई, chill है वो। He's the only guy who can take jokes on himself यार, really well. Castle कैसा मूव है वाइट के लिए? अच्छा मूव है, he can go for this indeed. Yeah, possible, of course possible. I mean, there's no harm in castles. They never. I mean, 99% positions, if you castle, you should be fine. Unless, of course, I've lined up my queen on g4 and rook on g6. Then not. You should be fine usually. Seeing queens after a long time in classical. Indeed, why? It's so rare. It's so rare. Saw a video of Vishy Anand. It was too good. Thanks a lot, Naveen. Bhai. Only Vishy can bring the world championship back to India. No, yaar, Azad bhai, I think it's not true. I think we have many talented youngsters. I mean, we have Vidit, we have, Anish Giri, we have Arigesi Arjun, we have Nehal Sareen, we have Gukesh, we have Prag, we have Ronak, we have Sahil Tikku, and many, many others who can do this. TS team solo made, ye kya hai? Saw your YouTube shot shouting GM Hikaru. Yeah, man, I know. Good old days. Anyways. Knight will develop करे for black. भाई knight को develop करना ही तो mystery है ना भाई, कहाँ जाएगा ये knight? I think also you cannot play knight f6 easily because e5 will attack the. I mean, you can go d5, that is possible, but maybe you can also go knight e7, knight g6. That's also a possible plan here. वेद का तो मुश्किल लग रहा है sadly. I don't think so यार. The thing is, वो सारे tournament वही खेलता है जहाँ पे कार्लसन खेल रहा होता है. So you kind of compare him to those tournaments, and if you do that, तो I know प्रग ने काफी अच्छा खेला. That's one exception, but usually, where top players are playing, it's very difficult to succeed, man. Thanks, Naveen bhai. क्या कार्लसन एक टूर्नामेंट जीत सकता है? Of course. It's like asking कि मतलब, of course, भाई. Legend has it that Tikku once bet a 12-year-old Vishy. नहीं भाई, I think a 10-year-old Prag, but not 12-year-old Vishy Anand भाई. Anish Giri doesn't play for India, then how can he take back the championship? भाई joke था अरुष भाई, joke. I think ऐसे Arjun can breach क्या है भाई? Reach is a good word. मुझे बैन मत करना प्लीज भाई. बैन नहीं करेंगे भाई. केजी भाई चिल करो भाई. आई थिंक 27 प्लस was considered super GM, right? Am I wrong? I don't think so. I'm not sure. 90s में क्या था भाई? 90s I was not playing chess. So I guess I'm not sure about the 90s. For now it's 2700 as far as I know. That's supposed to be the margin for super GM. Odds that Vishy winning the whole thing. I would say there are decent odds, but not so high because after all it's a strong tournament. Are you an IM? I'm a national master. My FIDE is 2201. Hopefully still. Date of birth क्या है भाई? 1992. Topalov blunder please. अरे ये कहाँ से हो गया भाई? What? Gifted? ये कैसे आया अक्षत भाई? How did this happen? हैं? ये कब से चालू हुआ भाई? How? How? ये कब चालू हुआ भाई? यश गुप्ता, क्रिश, रॉक्सीन, ये कब चालू हुआ भाई? मेरे को खुद को ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा भाई. मेरे को खुद को ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा ऑनेस्टली. इवन आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द ऑप्शन. लाइक आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द ऑप्शन ऑन माय ओन फोन. ये क्या है भाई? है? व्हाट द हेल वाज दिस? भाई अक्षत भाई ये बाहर के लिए एक्टिव हो गया है क्या? आई थिंक अक्षत भाई कहाँ बाहर हो ना तो. आई थिंक ये बाहर वाले लोगों के लिए एक्टिव हो गया होगा. आई थिंक इंडिया के लिए नहीं है भाई. या वी हैक्ड इट. बिकॉज मेरे में तो ऑप्शन आ रही ना. लाइक मे बी इट्स माई चैट, मे बी दैट्स व्हाई. चैट कोई गेस्ट देखना है, किसी और को ऑप्शन आ रहा है क्या? लाइक मेरे को तो ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा भाई. आई डोंट नो. थैंक्स अक्षत भाई यार, थैंक्स अ लॉट. आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड. मेरे को लगा ये ट्विच कहां से आ गया. नो आइडिया. मेरा रिसीव करने वाला ओके नहीं था तो भाई कर लो यार. थैंक्स अक्षत भाई, थैंक्स अ लॉट यार. क्या हो रहा है? यू नीड टू बी अ मेंबर टू गिफ्ट मेंबरशिप. अच्छा, you need to be a member to give. Makes sense. But I don't know. Anyways, आ रहा है ऑप्शन, आ रहा है क्या? मेरे को नहीं आ रहा. शायद मेरी चैट है, बट मेरी चैट नहीं है ना, ये तो दूसरा अकाउंट है. ओके क्रेजी. चलो ठीक है भाई. थैंक्स अक्षत भाई, थैंक्स अ लॉट. नया ऑप्शन है, पहली बार देखा मैंने ये चीज यार. थैंक्स अ लॉट भाई. मेरे में भी नहीं आ रहा. हाँ वो आई थिंक कुछ लोगों में आया होगा आई गेस. But thanks YouTube for activating this feature, bhai. Thanks a lot. By the way, Bishop e3 played by Topalov. Now he puts the bishop on this impressive diagonal, and now c5 of course loses its appeal, of course, because white can just take sometimes. And I think black should probably develop very quickly. Jaldi knight f6, bishop p7, castles. इससे पहले white can prepare moves like rook to d1, either this or this, और फिर हमें queen हिलनी पड़े. It's better कि हम जल्दी से knight develop कर ले. Vishy Anand in slightly bad position. I don't think he's in a bad position, man. I don't think so. कुछ benefits डालो membership के. भाई डालूंगा भाई, for sure डालूंगा. I'll add it. I think वैसे यार benefits enough है भाई. Consider कि भाई हमारा छोटा चैनल है, हम बड़ा क्या ही कर सकते हैं भाई. YouTube को अक्षत एंड Twitch बना दिया. अक्षत is like, okay, Twitch मंत्रा पढ़ाए नमा छू. यो नरेश भाई क्या हाल है? Okay, by the way, bishop e3 played. Oh, knight s6. He plays knight s6 very quickly. Bishop d6 would not be great because it can be attacked with e5 later on. He plays knight f6. Knights before bishops usually chat. If you have an option, knights before bishops, and white plays knight to d2 quickly. जल्दी से bishop e7 castles और बस चैन की नींद सो जाओ. मतलब जल्दी से डेवलप करो भाई. It's very very important. It's very important, chat. Who are you supporting in CBI that match? I can't reveal that. Not yet. I'm making up my mind. Which dimension never suffers from skin issues? अरे Vaseline Topalov ये क्या है भाई? उनको Vaseline का lifetime supply free थोड़ी है यार. No offense. Yeah, chat, do like the stream, bhai. Let's get to 500 likes. And if you're here for the first time, do subscribe to the channel, guys. Tikku bhaiya, hey kya yaar? Bishop e7, e5. So, for example, if you play bishop e7 and e5, chat, where does the knight go? I think the square is very obvious. Knight goes to d5 now, and the knight is perfectly placed. It's perfectly placed on d5, blocking the d file. I think Vishy would be much, much better in this position, especially because, the bishop on e7 controls these important diagonals. There is no knight e4, knight d6, for example. So that's why I think black would be clearly better. So I think bishop e7 ke saath white should probably castle, black should castle, and then white has to, focus on this c6 pawn and so on. नरेश भाई कनाडा तो गए नहीं भाई, मेंबर ही बन गया यार. चलो बढ़िया है. What about queen b7? Yeah man, later on you can try this later on, but for first देखो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है? किंग सेफ्टी. या सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट किंग सेफ्टी. तुम क्वीन चाहे तुम यहाँ पे 4 क्वीन लगा लो, लेकिन अगर किंग मेट हो गया देयर इज नो पॉइंट. सबसे पहले किंग सेफ्टी. वंस योर किंग इज कैसल्ड यू विल फील वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट योर पोजीशन. या सो एंड आल्सो बाय द वे यू आर स्टिल नॉट श्योर, डू यू वांट टू प्ले a5? यू आर स्टिल नॉट श्योर अबाउट दिस. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई फील कि a5 ये होना चाहिए. So you better है कि पहले castling करो and then you see what to play, depending on how fast your opponent is playing. Yeah. How did you get into chess? At what age? I think at 11 or 12 I played for a couple of years. Then I left chess for 10 years. Please get super GMs on the channel and interact with us. Do you want super GMs to interact with you, or me to get super GMs and then me interacting with you? Because I am already interacting with you. This sounds like Inception level shit, but anyways, your channel's name should be Ye Kya Tha Yaar. A good channel name, I have to agree, man. It's a good channel name. By the way, bishop e7 played. White should probably play rook c1 now. Because ye pawn weak hai yaar. If he can capture this pawn, I think white is absolutely fine. So he needs to capture this pawn, or at least get some counterplay. Will you be covering Olympiad in some shape or form? For sure, for sure. What about after a5 the castles? I mean, yeah, we will play it, but the thing is, पहले क्या, जब तक castling नहीं होती ना यार, जहाँ पे हमने क्या किया, हम opponent ना अभी नींद से उठा ही नहीं था. हम सुबह 4 बजे उठे, उसके बगीचे से एक फूल तोड़ के ले आए. अब फूल तोड़ के ले आए, वो अपने पूरे मोहल्ले के गुंडों को बुला के हमें ढूंढ रहा है. इस हालत में सबसे पहले हम अपने आप को बंकर में छुपाते हैं, बाद में सोचेंगे भाई कि मतलब खाने का क्या करना है. पहले बंकर में छुप जाओ, जान बचे, उसके बाद देखेंगे भाई कि शाम को हम पनीर खाने वाले हैं कि मतलब कैंड फूड. सो लेट्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैसल, एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हाइट कैसल्स एंड ब्लैक आल्सो कैसल्स. डोंट यूज सो मच ब्रेन साहिल भाई, वैसे ही कम है. भाई यूज करने से बढ़ता है यार. सागर शाह वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट योर गुड्स. व्हाट व्हाट डू यू मीन अबाउट दैट? Was talking about you. अच्छा, क्या बात करी सागर भाई ने पार्थ भाई? About your goods. भाई साहब ये क्या ही था? Okay, anyways. आप IMB नहीं हो क्या? भाई ये क्या गजब बेइज्जती है यार. आप IMB नहीं हो क्या? मतलब IM से स्टार्ट होता है क्या? मतलब तुम कश्मीरी इंस्टिंक्ट. वाह वाह, क्या स्टोरी राइटर है. What about bishop c5? Yes, possible now. It's totally possible. And chat, the idea of bishop c5 here from white could be to basically get rid of this bishop. For example, let's say takes, and now I have proper control over dark squares. For example, rook d1, rook d6 is possible, e4, knight e4, knight d6 is possible, queen takes b4 is hanging. So suddenly it's like, all these dark squares are under white's control, and that's why white will have compensation. What black basically wants is कुछ ना कुछ करके a5, c5, कुछ knight develop and he'll be fine, but it's not so easy to achieve. So I think he could totally play bishop c5, or he could play rook f d1, another good move. You're giving good commentary, Saga Bhai said. Thanks Saga Bhai for the kind words, yaar. I think commentary का हम सब ने Saga Bhai से सीखा है, so I think it's coming from there itself. Wang plus against Anish, really? Okay, first of all, let's check out all the games, chat. Let's go round up. Chat, okay. First game result I can predict, this will be a dead draw, and that basically means that we'll see a Armageddon match between Wesley So, who's the leader along with Vishy Sir, and Magnus Carlsen, just in around 10 to 15 minutes from now, because maybe Wesley will push for a while, so it will take some while, but I think this should be an easy draw. The king will come to d6, it's only one weakness, and if this ends in a draw, then we'll see a tiebreaker match. बड़ा मजा आएगा देखने में वो. Next we go to Wang Hao against Anish. Now, जितनी ड्रॉ ये गेम है, उतनी ही एक्साइटिंग ये गेम है. अरे प्रणाली, तुम क्यों प्रणाली मेंबरशिप ले रही है? थैंक्स अ लॉट. प्रणाली चेक करो तुम्हारे ऑप्शन आ रहा है क्या गिफ्ट करने का? आई जस्ट वांट टू चेक इफ इट्स देयर. चेक करो प्रणाली, यू हैव द ऑप्शन ऑफ गिफ्ट. डोंट गिफ्ट, जस्ट चेक इट आउट इफ देयर इज एन ऑप्शन. बाय द वे, उतनी ये क्रेजी पोजीशन ये है. सो b4 played now, and I think somehow this is going to be a crazy attack either way. Let's go to the game Raja against Aryan Tari. Okay, this is going to be a draw. I mean, Raja will push probably, but most likely a draw here, I think. And now we go to MVL against Mamedyarov. This is somehow not my expertise here, so I can't relate to it, but because I hate playing with the isolated pawns. Nope, I can't see it. Yeah, so I think बाहर के लोगों के लिए होगा most likely. Maybe it's possible. Yeah, it's for people who are abroad, I think. अभी यहाँ के लिए एक्टिवेट हुआ नहीं है. Chat 1K watching है. Do like the stream? Let's get to 600-700 likes. And if you're here for the first time, आपके फोन पे या स्क्रीन पे एक लाल बटन रहेगा, उसको कुछ करके दबा दो. हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ भाई. हाँ, YT रोल मेंबर्स में तो बना दूंगा यार. By the way, ये क्या था? ये तो मैंने खेला. Sorry, my bad. And I think optically white is better because it's similar to what Wesley has against Carlsen here, a typical isolated pawn. But the thing is, यहाँ पे white's pieces are a bit awkward, yeah. So it's not the same as that case. यहाँ पे there is some dynamic play for black with bishop knight on e4, maybe knight coming to some other active squares, bishop coming to g4, and so on. So I think this is roughly equal. And now we go to the game of Vishy Anand again, because I think I predict a draw here. I predict a win for some side here. Hard to predict which side. Then I predict, I think, a draw here as well. So we'll see at least two Armageddons here. And this game, I think, will go on for a long, long while. So we can't predict here. So two suspicious results so far. Two draws, I think, most likely confirmed. And then you have Vishy Sir playing in a very complicated position, जहाँ पे कुछ भी हो सकता है. If he gets like 4-5 moves, he'll be completely winning. Can white come up with some attacking chances? The main point is moves like rook fd1 are so natural. He should be able to play it. So there'll be some pressure on Vishy, but if he can hold it, it'll be awesome. By the way, only Samosa Gang can gift it. But why is that? ऐसा क्यों? Only Samosa Gang क्यों भाई? ये क्या मतलब है? ये तो अलग ही था भाई. ये तो नया ही सुना है मैंने. Anyways, भाई बॉटम में जो कैश का सिंबल है उसे गिफ्ट करने का ऑप्शन आ रहा है. Really? मुझे नहीं. आई थिंक कुछ लोगों को आ रहा होगा, मुझे तो नहीं दिख रहा है यार, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट लॉग्ड इन फ्रॉम चेस, आई एम लॉग्ड इन फ्रॉम माय ओन अकाउंट. आई डोंट नो व्हाई दैट्स द केस, बट रिगार्डलेस, ठीक है भाई, अच्छी बात है यार. यूट्यूब एक्टिवेटेड यार. थैंक्स अ लॉट यूट्यूब भाई फॉर दिस. ऑसम. Why not playing Master G Open? Because I had to commentate yaar, Vardhan bhai. I was not free for 10 days. Sagar Shah is my childhood friend. Arey, that's awesome part bhai. That's really awesome. I met Sagar bhai I think first time in 2016. तो उनके लिए मैंने एक आर्टिकल लिखा था, एंड वो आई थिंक आर्टिकल अभी होगा जिसकी वेबसाइट पे. आई थिंक बिकॉज वो 59 वाला विल बी अ स्मॉलर अमाउंट. या यूट्यूब इज लाइक भाई 59 में मुझे क्या मिलेगा. यूट्यूब को लेकर 30% लाइक भाई 59 में मुझे क्या ही मिलेगा भाई, तो बड़ा अमाउंट का ही वो गिफ्ट करो. मे बी दैट्स द रीजन, आई डोंट नो. पुतिन वाज माय स्कूलमेट. नाइस वन भाई. कांग्रेट्स टू चेफन भाई. बाय द वे, Topalov has gone into a deep think. He's literally like 21 minutes behind now. So I think somehow some time pressure on Topalov. Not much for now, but if he does not manage to find the compensation, he will slowly see that time go down and down and down and down, and this will not look so great for him. Like the clock will put extra pressure on him basically. आपको देख कम से कम आयम तो हो गए. थैंक्स भाई यार. होपफुली सून. इट्स फॉर एवरी क्रिएटर. अच्छा ओके ओके ओके, हर क्रिएटर के लिए ये है क्या? ओके दे केप्ट इट आई थिंक दैट वे. आई थिंक दे केप्ट इट दैट वे कि मतलब हर किसी का सेम हो सकता है. चैट ने मजे आके सीबीआई इजंट इवन लाइव. नो आई नो, आई थिंक कहीं और बोला होगा भाई. मेरे को पता है सीबीआई इज नॉट लाइव राइट नाउ. स्कूलमेट वाज माय पुटिन. वाह वाह. भाई आनंद ने मैग्नस को क्या ओपनिंग खेल के हराया था भाई? वो अब चला गया भाई. दैट्स पास्ट. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द फ्यूचर एंड द प्रेजेंट नाउ. रिजल्ट 275 नहीं, वो नाम लंबा है इसलिए दिख रहा होगा. यू मेट सागर 270. आई वाज देयर. व्हाट? अच्छा, do you mean in Mumbai? But I met him in 2016, not 17 in Mumbai. I think 17 with I've not met him. I think I'm not sure though. क्रॉपिंग सही कर दो भाई. कोई बात नहीं यार, 270 रेटिंग चलती है भाई. कोई चक्कर नहीं है. Knight on B1 suffocating. Yeah, but now the knight can head to C5 by the way. Once you trade bishops, the knight can later also go to C5. That will be a very good square for the knight to go to later on, yeah. Although the E4 pawn is hanging, so that kind of limits his choices a bit. Could VD also play Norway Chess? Yeah, next time for sure. I think this time they kind of meant it in a way like a anniversary kind of thing because it was 10th year they had this tournament. I think मैंने कहीं इंटरव्यू देखा था. आप ऑमलेट लग रहे हो. अरे तो मतलब हेल्थ के लिए अच्छे हो ना भाई, सब्सक्राइब करो ना यार. साहिल ग्रोवर. हु द साहिल ग्रोवर? पाकिस्तान में होते यू बी नंबर 1. हाँ भाई, ऐसी बहुत कंट्रीज है नंबर 1. कितना समय लगता है एनएम बनने के लिए? आई वुड से 1.5 समय लगता है. 1800 समय की रेटिंग है, सो 2200 पहुंचने के लिए 1.5. हाउ मेनी मूव्स इन विशी सर्स गेम? सो फार 13 मूव्स प्लेड, 27 मूव्स लेफ्ट चैट. 27 मूव्स. How are you playing against Akash? I have not played against him. I have not played against him. I think we played in the same tournament once, but हमारा मैच पड़ा नहीं. I have not played him. He's much stronger, भाई. He'll probably destroy me. पाकिस्तान में IM है, not number 1. I know. IM is like, I think 1900 का IM है कोई. 2100 भी था कोई. Where are you from? I'm from Faridabad. You also wrote an article about that. Yeah, I know. Anyway, chat, let's go to the games, yeah. Let's go to the games. Brief look at Carlsen's game. And chat, देखो, this is a typical situation है. मतलब ये गेम अभी की अभी ड्रॉ होगी. Okay, देखो. 3, 2. हो जाएगी. कभी अभी करेंगे, हाथ इधर ही है, हो जाएगी. ये ड्रॉ हो जाएगी पक्का कंफर्म. दिस विल बी अ ड्रॉ एंड वी विल हैव एन Armageddon match very soon. So and now we go to the game of Anish Giri once because this is a very sharp game. And to be honest, मतलब Hikaru left TSM. Yeah, somebody told me Tikku hanged. क्या होता है भाई? By the way, this is very crazy, right? Because knight on F5. I mean, everything is hanging. Black is opening the B file towards your king, and you are attacking G7, E7, D6. So I think this looks very dangerous. Traffic assist. Let's arrange tournament of chess commentators. Dude, that's not fair. Peter Leko is a commentator. I mean, he's 2700, dude. Like, Jan Gustafsson is a commentator. That's not fair to me, man. That's not fair. I'll be at the bottom of the table, dude. That's not fair. 2700 तो पहुंचा ना वन भाई. Flight assist, no lag. अच्छा, फिर ठीक है. Anyway, oh, by the way, he took on B4 now. So, Anish Giri opening the B file towards Wang Hao's king. So, I expect Anish to put on some pressure on Wang Hao. So, this will be very interesting. Will Wang Hao go for a queen trade? Become a bit scared कि भाई ये देने के ले लेना पड़ जाए. Maybe he will, maybe he will not. Okay, Wesley So still pushing in some random hypothetical world. I mean, just F6. Chat, by the way, question for you as black. Come on. You are black. Where should this pawn go? F6 or F5? Come on, question for you, chat. Where should this pawn stay? F6 or F5? Come on, chat. Question for you. Sagar bhai ko bulao yahan. Yeah, Sagar bhai busy honge, I'm pretty sure. If he was free, he would have streamed, right? I mean, he has a lot of jobs to do, dude. He's an entire company to manage. F5 would be wrong, chat. Because usually when you have a light square bishop, you want to keep your bishop on the opposite color pawn. So F6 would be a better move. Trying to maintain this ताकि ये pawn कभी मर भी ना सके. The bishop can never capture it. If you play F5, suddenly you have two weaknesses. Even though this might be a draw still because white also has these light square pawns, but we don't play moves like these. I think F6 is the best move. Keeping your pawns on the opposite color to your bishop. It's a very important detail. This can be opposite if in case of opposite color bishops. For now के लिए ये मान के चलो कि if you have similar color bishops and there is no problem in your position, usually this is the best strategy here because this bishop can never attack these pawns and these pawns don't get in the way of your own bishop. F5 खेल दोगे तो यार bishop block हो गया ना. That's also a problem, right? So F6 is a better move and it's very safe and there is no way. I mean, अगर ये game कोई जीत गया ना, I will delete my channel. I will literally leave India and go to I don't know Uganda or something. I don't care. ये game कभी खत्म नहीं होगी. ये draw ही होगी. Anish's favorite opening is his latest course. Hey where भाई? भाई आपको नहीं लगता VD को YT बंद कर देगा तो succeed करेगा? I don't think so. YT has anything to do with it. I mean, every chess player, चाहे वो Nihal, Arjun, whatever it is, these guys usually, take some time out for other things in their life. For VD, it's YouTube, it doesn't matter. Racist नहीं है भाई, Uganda is a random country too, जहाँ पे chess इतना popular नहीं है. वो तुम्हारे दिमाग में चल रहा है भाई, तुम्हारे दिमाग में सईद भाई देख लो. I'm picking up on it now. Yo भैया भाई क्या हाल है? What's your channel? What's my channel? 98.3 तो नहीं है. हिकारू रोस्टिंग करके कैंडिडेट्स कर गया. ये तो है भाई, हिकारू स्पेशल भाई, हिकारू स्पेशल. बाय द वे, बोटेज इज नॉट प्लेइंग द ओलंपियाड. या नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड it's not easy to create content and play strong tournaments. Anyways, let's go to the game of Vishy sir again. And he played f6, by the way. He played f6. And now he'll go g5, white will play g3, h4, and they will shake hands. And then we'll see Armageddon. Let's go to the Vishy sir game. By the way, Topalov plays rook f d1. He has played rook f d1. Skywalker भाई पूरा unmod और timeout की तैयारी करते हुए I think बहुत जल्दी rook f d1 played and now that there is some latent threat towards your queen, so I think maybe queen b7 or queen c7 automatically suggests itself. I would probably play queen b7, but that's also not so safe because later on the knight can come to c5. So either way you are taking some risk. It's more about what you think is slightly better for you. क्या आप चेन्नई जाके जाने का प्लान कैंसिल क्यों भाई? प्लान कैंसिल क्यों? Uganda versus Altico. When will you play in the Olympiad? Dude, when I shift countries. I mean, India में तो भाई तुम देख ही 2600 से नीचे तो ओलंपिक खेलने का कोई चांस है नहीं और इतने रिसोर्स में है नहीं कि 2600 पहुंच जाऊं. युगांडा का इदी आमीन ये क्या है भाई? अच्छा बोटेज नहीं आ रही. अरे that should not be the reason to visit. Yeah, the reason should be to support your own team, dude. Yeah, queen c7 is possible and queen b7 is also possible. I'll book tickets for Uganda for you. भाई कोविड सिचुएशन चेक कर लेना यार. इंडिया में कोविड ज्यादा है नहीं, बाकी कंट्रीज में है, चेक कर लेना भाई. नॉर्वे चेस की तरफ फरीदा चेस की भी बोलता है क्या? हाँ होता है. उसमें 2 लोग आते हैं खेलने सिर्फ. भाई रशिया, क्या रशिया भाई? Rook f d8. I mean you could play Rook f d8. It's not like I don't think it's losing or anything. But my point is I am not sure where this rook should go. यूजुअली क्या होता है ना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे तुम ऑफिस जाते हो एंड तुम्हारी बीवी कहती है सुनो जी शाम को ना धनिया लेते आना. तुम ऑफिस जाओ ना जाओ, धनिया जरूर लेके आना है, 10 गालियां पड़ेंगी. सो व्हाट डू यू डू? फर्स्ट थिंग यू गो एंड बाय धनिया ताकि बाद में यू डोंट फॉरगेट इट इन द इवनिंग एंड आई थिंक जॉब तो बाद में ही कर लेंगे. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई फील यहाँ पे यू प्ले क्वीन समवेयर फर्स्ट बिकॉज क्वीन तो हिलनी ही पड़ेगी. एट सम पॉइंट बिकॉज द नाइट विल मूव. सो इट मेक्स सेंस टू मूव द क्वींस. Dad jokes नहीं भाई. I mean, I don't know man. I'm 29. Dad jokes तो नहीं है. Maybe more family man jokes. I don't know. Is there 7 planets left when I have destroyed Ukraine? ये क्या है? What the fuck is this dude? After a few years, why have I not become an IM? नहीं भाई. Hopefully I will. Very bad joke. कोई नहीं यार. I tried. TSM क्या है भाई? BDSM का छोटा भाई. जो लोग शादी नहीं के लिए उनका एग्जाम्पल दो ना भाई. शादी नहीं किए तो भाई लाइफ में कर क्या रहे हो तुम यार? अब तो कटरीना की भी शादी हो गई भाई. एसी क्यों नहीं आ रहा यार? व्हाट द हेल इज रॉन्ग? फरीदाबाद का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिपार्टमेंट, व्हाट द हेल इज रॉन्ग? वाह सागा भाई जैसे बकवास. वाह एक तीर से 2 बंदों को रोस्ट कर दिया. वाह बेटे वाह. एनीवेज rook f d1 played. Brief look at the game of Radjabov. How is he doing? Yeah, nothing spectacular. Black still holds on to his extra pawn and I have still not seen how white is winning it back, at least in the near future. So Tari should be fine. And Carlsen and Wesley So is still playing. I think what he's trying to do is limit the bishop, but I don't see how you can win this, dude. I mean, bishop b7, bishop a8 forever. like forever. ये इस दोनों square literally मतलब forever. फरीदा था कार्लसन, knight to d5. यहाँ पे तो knight है नहीं भाई. Yeah, just draw. They will draw now, chat. This is going to be a draw very soon. Let's go to Vishy's game. Vishy game. Yep, Vishy game here. And Vishy is still thinking. He knows it might be a critical moment. भाई Kraken tweeted about you. Nice here. Thanks भाई. Kraken ने आपको ट्वीट किया. भाई ये दो लोग साथ में क्यों बोल रहे हैं? सच में ट्वीट तो नहीं कर दिया? कुछ भी भाई, नर्वस मत कराओ मुझे यार. ऐसे कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी में नहीं घुसना मुझे. घंटा चले. हम डरते Kraken से क्या है? डरते क्या Kraken से? सलमान भाई कब शादी करेगा? भाई ये तो भगवान ही जानता है. Oh, he played c5. Wow. He played c5, dude. He played c5. Now he sacked the pawn back immediately, kind of. He sacked the pawn immediately. That's very interesting because now he can just take the pawn on c5. I think the idea is rook to c8 to pin this bishop, but then knight to b3. Can you put more pressure? Queen to c7. अरे भाई क्या वेरिएशन है यार. This is a crazy variation by the way. Let me show you this. नहीं किया भाई, देख लिया मैंने, कोई ट्वीट नहीं किया. By the way, सच में किया है ट्वीट. अरे भाई चुप करे. अच्छा है भाई, फिर तो Kraken हम फेमस हो गए भाई. Let me check. Kraken ने फेमस कर दिया क्या? Let me confirm. सर गए Kraken जी ने क्या करा है? नहीं यार, शिट यार, तुमने मेरे फेम के बारे में झूठ बोला यार. You lied about my fame. Shit man. I was about to become famous among Russian propagandists. Shit यार. Chad, you disappointed me man. Shit यार. रशिया में अभी फेमस हुआ था मैं यार, बताओ. Anyways. By the way, c5 played and bishop c5, rook c8, knight to b3, queen to c7, and now I think queen to b5. ये इंजन बता रहा है मुझे. This is a crazy line by the way. ये बहुत क्रेजी है भाई. ये तो मतलब वो मुझे पागल कर देगी. लाइन देखो भाई. Knight takes c4. Dude, what the hell is this? I mean, what the hell is this? If you play bishop c5, I think knight c5, queen c5, queen c5, rook c5 and rook d8 is mate apparently. So, I mean, क्या ही crazy line है भाई. Knight takes c4, bishop takes c7, queen takes c7. Dude, this is hardcore stockfish. I mean, this is hardcore stockfish. And now, chat, can you guess the best move here? Come on. Chat, can you guess the best move in this position? कोई guess करेगा क्या? कोई गेस करो भाई, जाओ चिल करो भाई, गेस करो द बेस्ट मूव इन दिस पोजीशन. हाँ 1-0 समझ गए भाई. तुम स्मार्ट हो चैट, बहुत स्मार्ट हो तुम मेरे. वाह चैट इज स्मार्ट. टिको क्रैकन में कौन जीतेगा भाई? चेस में तो वही जीतेगा. व्हाट अ रिमाइंडर, थैंक्स भाई. f5, knight c6, rook c5. अभी तक एक बंदे ने गेस नहीं करा भाई. हाँ शोएब भाई, एग्जैक्टली. rook to f8 बताओ. I mean rook to f8 dude, like yeah, you could play rook f8 but very unlikely. Yeah, rook f8 is the move. बताओ भाई. भाई checkmate कर दो भाई. ऐसे उठा के checkmate नहीं आती यार, unfortunately. So this is a very crazy line which I think both sides have entered and Vishy might have seen all of this. Let's hope so Topalov blunders somewhere and does not see this line. फिर तो भाई पार्टी हो जाएगी भाई. मजे आ जाएंगे. Topalov blunder कर दे भाई. इंजन देख के बताता हूँ भाई. इंजन देख के बता रहा हूँ भाई. ये लाइन तो मेरे 10 साल में दिमाग में ना आए. I'm sure even players might not see this. Sagar sir was saying you like to be on top of things. Would you like to be? What the hell is this dude? पनाली को बुलाओ ना, उनके पास IM टाइटल है भाई. WM है वैसे. टिक्कू साथ भाई. पुटिन wants to know your location. I don't want to know your location भाई, unfortunately. Sorry पुटिन भाई, आप क्रैकिंग के साथ enjoy करें. We are busy. Chat 1250 की वॉचिंग है. पता कितने लोग थे? 1250 लोग में मतलब इंडिया की टिपिकल नुक्कड़ की शादी के बराबर लोग हैं. अगर सारे लोग लाइक ठोक दे तो भाई मतलब दूल्हा बहुत खुश हो जाएगा भाई. जल्दी से स्ट्रीम लाइक कर दो. एंड इफ यू हैव फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम सब्सक्राइब भी कर दो भाई, तो मजा आ जाए भाई, है ना, मजा आ जाए भाई. गेस कर सकते हो नॉर्वे में हो तो नाइस. शेख रैकिन जी क्या बोल रहा है? वो कुछ नहीं बोल रहा भाई, शांत है वो. Double S reverse pawn sacrifice. Yeah, so I hope Vishy has seen all of this. I hope Vishy has seen all of this. Otherwise, what will happen is he might also get a worse position. Because in this, for example, after bishop takes c5, like rook c8 is obvious, of course, like we would see this. Knight b3 we will see. Queen c7 we will see. But in this position, sometimes, you know, you feel like playing moves like, I don't know what you... rook c1, for example, it doesn't work because of knight d7. and then black is winning. So यहाँ पे you have to find moves like either knight e5 or queen to b5, and then after knight takes c4, bishop takes c7, queen takes c7. This crazy lines, it's not easy to see always from up front. So let's hope so players find these, especially Anand sir has seen all of this. What stopped me becoming I am? नहीं भाई, अगर टोपलोव यहाँ होता तो GM टोपा नाम से फेमस होता भाई. आई डोंट थिंक सो यार, आई डोंट थिंक सो. GM टोपा साउंड्स लाइक सम सर्कस का काइंड ऑफ गाय. या सब्सक्राइब करके इस दोस्ती को रिश्तेदारी बदल दो. एग्जैक्टली, सब्सक्राइब करके इस दोस्ती को रिश्तेदारी बदल दे चैट जल्दी से भाई. बहुत सही. याद है भाई, सागा भाई ने आपके साथ बिना कोलैब करे ही कोलैब कर दी. ये क्या है शिवांश भाई? I mean, ये क्या ही है भाई? Why Topalov is better? Topalov is better, I think, because black is not developed basically. अगर ये knight कहीं developed होता, I think black would be absolutely fine. Imagine if the knight is on d7 and queen is on b7. I think black is already simply a pawn up. But because black is not developed, white is fully developed for now. All his pieces are developed. And it's white to move. So obviously white will have some compensation here. He's not better per se, he's equal only. But he has compensation for the pawn. It's not like, black is a pawn up. That's not true. This pawn will fall. But imagine if he does not. By the way, he has to take this pawn. अगर ये pawn नहीं मारा, I would play rook c8. And then suddenly, black is better. भाई Putin क्या कर रहे हो भाई? कुछ भी है, कुछ भी. ये तो पक्का scam है. 100% scam. 100% scam. What? भाई तुम क्या कह रहे हो? भाई कोई आर्टिकल पढ़ा मैंने कि MI6 bosses claim Russian president might be dead with body double. भाई ये क्या तमाशा है भाई? यार ये क्या पढ़वा रहे हो? मुझसे तुम मरवाओगे यार. कोई स्ट्रीम वो हैक कर लेगा, रशियन आके पेल देंगे, मुझे गलत पिज्जा खिलवा देंगे यार. छोड़ दो. एनीवेज चेक भी कर रहे भाई. सच में आर्टिकल है भाई, सच में आर्टिकल है उसके बारे में. भाई क्या ही मजाक है. Anyways, let's move to c5 now. By the way, they have drawn chat. Carlsen and Wesley So have drawn. उनका टाई ब्रेक मैच बहुत जल्दी स्टार्ट होगा. That will be awesome to follow. कि faster time control में क्या रहेगा chat will be interesting. Because Carlsen is the very good at short time controls. He's technically almost world number 1. I think number 3 as of now. So he had a great chance here. So Carlsen tried to push against Wesley. Wesley has the white pieces. We'll see that game very soon. Anish Giri game में जाते हैं. So Anish refused the queen trade, but that means that the queen is on the a file now, which is, there are some threats here with queen a2. For example, rook takes c3 followed by queen takes a2. A queen a2 can be some threat, but I think the king can escape. It's not the end of the world. And that's why I think the position is still kind of balanced. It's dynamic balance, but it's balanced. And I think both sides have chances here, for sure. One mistake could cost the game. So now we go to the game of Radjabov against Tari, and nothing has happened here. I think they're taking a lot of time on the clock. Oh, by the way, Veshenagrav against Mamedyarov, we have like a situation where they have equal material, but somehow white has these active pieces, but black has an outside pawn, outside pass pawn. So it could be anybody's game, and even though it looks equal, yeah, it could go either way. One mistake from black and its mate, and one mistake from white and this pawn queen. So it's not so clear yet. Radjabov hiding prep. I am not sure he should hide prep now. I mean, I hope he's playing something which he should not play like suboptimal openings purely because to hide prep. I don't think so he'll do that. I'm sure he's trying to practice for the Olympiad as well. He will not really worry too much about his prep getting leaked, because अगर अच्छा नहीं खेले तो confidence low, confidence तो क्या ही मतलब है भाई prep का. Chess Olympiad कब से start होगा? That will start from 28 July, I think, something like this. Article was next level. Austrian पढ़ो भाई, बाद में पढ़ेंगे उसको. Let's go to Vishy Anand's game again. And to the confused Topalov right now कि Vishy ने pawn क्यों दिया. He's trying to calculate all of it. Imagine having 1.1k viewers. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यार. B stats के 100k हो गए नहीं यार. Although B stats के 100k viewers से पहले हो सकते हैं, possibility तो है. Kraken Putin marriage anniversary. भाई ऐसे शब्द ना इस्तेमाल करे भाई. स्ट्रीम फ्लैग हो जाएगी भाई, लोल हो जाएगा. बी स्टैट्स रेड भाई, बी स्टैट्स की वॉचिंग एक बंदे की तो नहीं होती यार. जीतू भाई इंजन कैसे यूज करते हैं स्क्रीन शेयर करके बता दो प्लीज. वाह वाह लॉन्डे, क्या शब्द बोले हैं. टोपलोव को टोपी बना दो, बनाते। अभी क्या, अभी बस अभी क्या, अभी चेस समिट कब से? 28 जुलाई। नीतीश रोज कहाँ किया भाई? स्टेफन भाई नाइस। नाइस वन स्टेफन, नाइस वन। विशी टू टोपलोव है, हिम्मत है, लेगा। हो सकता है भाई। आई थिंक ही विल टेक इट. He has to. If he doesn't take it, then I play rook c8, and then suddenly, you know, this pawn is defended long term. So he better play rook. He better take this pawn right now. Otherwise, black will be better. Are you a KK fan? Yeah, man, for sure. Fake laughter at peak, nahi bhai. Are you an engineer? Yes. Candidates of Tari. I think candidates is from 14 June or something. विषय से मूव्स खेल के टोपा को टाइम में डाल देंगे. That is also true, by the way. He's, I think, like 26 minutes behind, and that's a huge amount of time. I think I heard this for the first time when I think I saw the commentary during the World Championship of Carlsen against I think it was Karyakin itself, where, you know, so the commentator mentioned that, you know, usually said that 30 minutes on the clock is basically like a half a pawn difference, and there is some truth to it. There 30 minutes is a lot of time. So if Topalov falls 30 minutes down on the clock, he will face some issues, and it's only been 14 moves so far, so he still has to play like 26 moves. Not so easy. अनीश नायक रेड भी है क्या? अच्छा है, मर्मेड कम्युनिटी भी रेड में विश्वास रखती है. आपके कितने गर्लफ्रेंड्स रह चुके हैं भाई? ये सब पर्सनल फैक्ट्स है भाई. सागर से कोलैब कब कर रहे हो? करेंगे कभी यार. ताने जी ओलंपियाड में खेलेंगी? यस, शी विल प्ले ओलंपियाड. व्हाट टूर्नामेंट्स आर यू प्लेइंग नेक्स्ट? आई एम नॉट श्योर येट यार. आई एम नॉट श्योर येट बिकॉज यार बहुत टूर्नामेंट्स भी हैं. रिफ्रेश कर लो चैट, रिफ्रेश कर लो. इट शुड बी फाइन. What tournaments are you playing next? Sese best engine. Yeah, I guess super computers are the best usually. Usually. Lag ठीक हो गया क्या chat? Lag ठीक हो गया क्या? Let me know if the lag is fine now because मेरे फोन पे भी lag कर रहा है. तो I was like कि भाई पता नहीं lag है कि नहीं है. दिल क्यों ये मेरा शोर करे? वाह क्या शब्द है यार. Are you बेरोजगार इंजीनियर और बिना काम का इंजीनियर? I don't know. क्लासिकल इज बोरिंग कह रहे हैं कुकरेजा जी. कुकरेजा जी को क्यों देख रहे हैं आप? आई मीन नो ऑफेंस, बट आई मीन क्लासिकल फॉर मी इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एज लॉन्ग एज माय एसी कम्स ऑन एंड आई स्टॉप स्वेटिंग. भाई चैट मुझे पंखे का स्टेप तेज करना पड़ेगा यार. आई डोंट नो मैन, लगता है मुझे एसी को कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा भाई जनरेटर से, अदरवाइज आई विल गेट फक्ड अप वेरी सून. रुको यार, मुझे एसी वो ब्रांड दो. भाई गर्मी गर्मी हो रही है भाई. Will you be in Chennai for Olympiad? Most likely, dude. Most likely, at least for a few days, I will be there. ये Super GM कौन सा कंप्यूटर यूज करता है कैंडिडेट प्रेप के लिए? I think they have their own. I think बहुत सारे यूज करते हैं. They have a lot of. I don't even know, man. I've never used a supercomputer. I don't know how it works, but they do. Viewers का लोड नहीं पड़ता यार. YouTube is not noob. People flexing that he has AC in his room. भाई AC का फ्लेक्स नहीं भाई, ये गर्मी लग रही है भाई. दिल की मेरा गाना अरे यार. एनीवेज चैट केके स्ट्रीम पर चला दो. अरे नहीं यार, वो मतलब नहीं है भाई, कॉपीराइट लग जाएगा फालतू में, और पैसे केके के पास भी नहीं जाएंगे यार. अनफॉर्चुनेटली विल गो टू सम मैनेजमेंट कंपनी और समथिंग. इफ क्लासिकल इज बोरिंग देन ब्लिट्ज इज नॉनसेंस. या ओके. बाय द वे बहुत सोच रहे हैं ना ये. इतना सोच तो मैं मतलब इतना सोच भाई, इतना ज्यादा हो गया यार थोड़ा. नहीं लोल किस बारे में कपिल भाई? आर्मागेडन लगाओ. अभी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ यार. द आर्मागेडन इज नॉट स्टार्टेड. जैसे स्टार्ट होगा मैं लगा दूंगा ऑफ कोर्स. कार्लसन ऑब्वियसली गेम ड्रॉ हो चुकी है, सो वी विल सी आर्मागेडन देयर वेरी सून. Would make sense for India to play for places from the country instead of India. I mean, of course, if you feel that, you know, you are shifting to some other country and you have a chance there, of course, dude. It's better to play chess for any country than play for none country, but no country basically. But I would still say कि मतलब it will feel weird personally. Like if I have to play for some other country, I would personally feel weird. But I think yeah, I mean you should. I know KK is no more. भाई कल की बात है. I know यार. Vishy winning or what? Vishy is not better so far, but I think White has only one move, Bishop C4. For example, chat, let's say you play Rook A C1. ठीक है, you are like मैं Rook develop करूँगा पहले. ठीक है, suddenly Rook to C8. Now you can no longer capture this. Let's say knight to b3, attacking the queen. I move the queen to, actually I was thinking maybe here or here, but a4 is also hanging. That's just a free pawn. Not a free pawn, he can take here, but we exchange a few pieces. Bishop takes c5, knight d7. And to be honest, black is clearly better here. He has developed all his pieces now. He has a clear extra pawn on the queen side. So I think this should be a problem. And for example, if queen b4, I just have knight c5 winning a piece, so that doesn't work, because if rook takes, I take the queen. If queen takes, I take the queen, so I win a piece. So black has to take on c5 right now. Otherwise, I think after you know, if he plays anything else, just rook c8 defending the pawn, Vishy will have pretty much gained the edge. Comment on Plug's chemistry board exam. I have no clue how it went, honestly. Can you calculate some lines and variations 7-8 moves deep, just like how they're calculating? I guess I can calculate 7-8 moves deep, but it depends on how many branches the variation has. उस पर डिपेंड करता है. मित्रवा से पिल गए आप भाई यार. लास्ट यार वो यार टाइम प्रेशर में जीएम अच्छा खेलते हैं यार. That's the main thing. So I think Carlsen's already drawn. Let's go to the game of MVL. कुछ हुआ क्या? Okay, chat. So this I am predicting to be a draw as well. So we have two, I think, Armageddons confirmed. One is basically Wesley So against Carlsen. One is MVL against Mamedyarov. So two Armageddons confirmed, and this will be a draw. Knight d4, rook b7, and this should be a draw very soon. Then you have Teimour against Aryan, which is most likely to also be a draw. And then you have this position is very crazy, anybody could win. And this position is also very crazy, anybody could win. Is the board getting cut off? Let me check. Really? Is it cut off? Chad, is the board cut off? Let me know if it's cut off. I don't think so. It should be. I'll confirm. I'll edit a bit, bhai. वो कोई चक्कर नहीं है, but I think it should not be. I hope it's fine now. It should be. Is it fine now? Yeah, now it's fine. I think now it's absolutely fine. It should be fine now. 1-0. कुछ भी. Chat. Can we get to 1k likes? जल्दी से भाई, जल्दी से. Can we get to 1k likes? And if you're here for the first time, do subscribe to the channel, guys. जल्दी से भाई 24k हो जाए तो मजा आ जाए यार. In Vishy game, what about knight b3 now? Again, the problem is if you play knight b3, for example, it does attack the queen, but I can just play queen to c7, and then it's if you take here now, it's a bit different because I can just play knight to d7, and I get this extra move, and I think you will lose this game. You're going to lose a piece basically. So yeah, so I think better is to just take this right now. That is the best case scenario because bishop c5 and queen c7 does not work because the queen is defended by the knight. So white can just take here, and white is just clearly better here. So that is the major difference. The knight defends the queen. Once you move the knight, the queen is basically hanging, so black can pin this piece heavily. नहीं भाई, पेला उसने जैसे सिंगल ब्लंडर, अदरवाइज इट वाज इक्वल. किसकी बात कर रहे हो यार? टोपा अंकल कहाँ गए भाई? टोपा अंकल सोच रहे हैं यार, सोच रहे हैं. By the way, how old is Topalov? यार रुको. Vaseline cream Topalov age, रुको. 47, dude. He's 5 years younger than Vishy. Wow. Why he's 5 years younger and I have not seen Topalov for such a long while. So that again shows you, yeah, मतलब कितना crazy Vishy सब खेल रहे हैं. It's insane, dude. Like Vishy was almost like world champion at that age, literally. Almost, yeah, and like literally almost at that age. Topalov, nice. Topalov so gaya. I don't know. Ivanchuk ki age. Ivanchuk as well, dude. These guys are proving it again and again. Kasparov, I think, is older, for sure. Kasparov age 59. He's 59. 59. उनका अब इंडियन रेलवेज में जल्दी डिस्काउंट मिलेगा उनको. आपको और मित्रवा बस भाई समझ गए भाई. Only 1 year older than you. यार ये क्या भाई, उम्र के जो कब खत्म होंगे चैट? कब हम बोर होंगे इनसे? I am 29. चाहे मैं लगता 49, does not matter. अगर यहाँ कोई लड़की स्ट्रीमर होती उसको तुम कभी नहीं बोलते कि you are 39. नाक पे खुजली फिर. तुम्हारा नाम वैसलीन है? Yes. But VESE है, not VASE. By the way, Topalov फिर सोच रहा है भाई, he's going to fall below 1 hour now. Vishy would be slightly feeling, कि मतलब हाँ थोड़ा सा maybe he's not so confident. Please explain Topalov Kramnik rivalry. भाई basically क्या हुआ, Topalov Kramnik ना बहुत अच्छे दोस्त थे. They had a world championship, बड़ा prepare किया उन्होंने, मजा किया, they played the world championship, and then suddenly Kramnik started playing very good moves, and during those moves he was going to the washroom. Whether he had the same meal Carlsen had in like 2019 or whether just some other thing for Kramnik, but Topalov accused Kramnik of cheating in the washroom, but they did not find anything, and that's why they don't even shake hands anymore. They are like arch rivals or something. Although both are kind of retired, Kramnik is officially retired and Topalov is semi-retired, so they don't play each other anymore, but whenever they will play, the stakes will be much higher. Can Vishy come in place of Karakin candidates? नहीं भाई, the spot is already been taken by Ding. भाई you look like 21, मुझे लगा था अभी आपने ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किया. ये हुई ना बात अमन भाई, झूठ बोलो तो ऐसे बोलो यार, ये होता है झूठ बोलने का तरीका. चैट सीखो भाई, अमन भाई सीखो. अमन भाई अमन में विश्वास करते हैं, सीखो भाई अमन भाई से कुछ. What about knight to e5? It's possible again, but you don't capture this pawn. I can again move the queen to c7, and then again, how do you capture this pawn? Now my knight d7 is possible. So पहले pawn मार लो from white's point of view. He should take the pawn first. वरना ये pawn बाद में मिले ना मिले, कल हो ना हो, पता नहीं है यार. अमन की गर्लफ्रेंड खुश रहेगी. That's true. That's true. अमन भाई आंखें चेक करवाओ, ये क्या यार? Is Vishy planning something big like the next candidates? I don't think so. बाल वाइट क्यों है नोटिस पे? भाई बाल मेरे 9 साल की उम्र सफेद है भाई. So it's something I've gotten used to now. You look like 16. बस भाई इतना भी नहीं है. दिल रखने के लिए कहा था, वरना लिटरली ब्रो यू लुक 30. ये क्या है भाई? You are younger than Frag. वाह. Hopefully none of my girlfriends ever calls me Daddy Tikku. That sounds so weird. Anyway, by the way, C5 played. भाई तब से इंतजार कर रहे हैं, चलना भाई यार. टोपलो भाई प्लीज. By the way, उनका आर्मोग्राफी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ ना? I don't think it started yet. Not yet. My attendance, yes miss. ये क्या है भाई? आप पे भी तो 60K हो गए. ठीक है भाई. I think we should ignore the daddy jokes, otherwise चलते रहेंगे. Okay, chat. Let's go to the game. So, honestly, let's go to the game of Wang Hao. अरे ये क्या हो गया भाई? भाई ये क्या हो गया? अरे एक सेकंड सांस लेने दो मुझे भाई. एक सेकंड, ये क्या हुआ? After queen d4, queen f5, knight takes e7, rook takes, queen takes d6. Anish Giri took on c3. उसने किसी का ना लहज देखा ना कुछ. White instead took on e5. उसने भी भाई b takes e3 I think looks very dangerous, opening up the king, and queen takes e7 also looks dangerous. Queen a2 should be lost, so he takes on e5, and now bishop a2 check, king to c1, and rook c2 is a draw here, or maybe it's a draw, who the hell knows. Rook c2, king c2, rook to e5. And chat, can you find the best move in this position? Chat, challenge for you. जो लोग कहते हैं ना कि इंजन की लाइफ में कभी जरूरत नहीं होती, चैलेंज फॉर यू चैट. प्लीज फाइंड द बेस्ट मूव फॉर व्हाइट हियर. कम ऑन चैट, लेट्स गो. चैट को हम देंगे आज चैलेंज. निकालो बेस्ट मूव सफेद कलर के लिए. लेट्स गो. रुक d5 कह रहा है कोई. रुक d5, क्वीन b1 तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. सैक द क्वीन. वाह. क्वीन d5, ब्लंडर एवरीथिंग. b4, b3, क्वीन b8. वाह वाह, क्वीन दे दी पूरी. Yeah, so एक ही बंदे ने आंसर बताया, that is bishop to c4, and that's why chat commentators require engines, otherwise you will suck at this. That's why we require engines. I mean, it will take like 40 minutes to calculate this stuff. Even then I'll blunder this. So yeah, so this is a crazy game. देखते हैं क्या होता है इस गेम में. Let's go to the game of Teimour Radjabov. कुछ हो रहा है क्या? Nothing is happening. Let's go to MVL. Okay, they will agree to a draw soon. Wesley is already drawn. Oh, by the way, tie break starting soon between Wesley So. Oh, it started already. They all started the tie breaks. Crazy. Chat, they have already started the tie breaks. So we have Carlsen against Wesley. Armageddon. Wesley So has 9 minutes remaining on the clock. Carlsen has only 5.5 minutes. So for now, Wesley So on top. Thanks Vedang bhai. Chat, do like the stream. Let's get to 1K likes if possible. And if you're here for the first time, आपके सामने एक लाल सब्सक्राइब बटन होगा, उस पे उंगली रख के दबा दो यार, हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ. स्टेफन भाई क्या है ये? इसी में नहीं गया था उस टाइम, अच्छे जानता ही था मेरे को यार, उस टाइम पे इतना जानता नहीं था. बाय द वे नाइट 6 प्लेड एंड आल्सो वो दूर था ना यार. Has Topalov left the board? I have no clue. You like Karan Johar? I have no clue who Karan Johar is by. I have forgotten about Karan Johar. By the way, this looks like a crazy position. The knight is coming to f4 and Carlsen is trying to attack Wesley So here. He can also go for h5, h4 plans, and if white plays h3, h4, then suddenly g and h file opens up, and that is not what Carlsen basically wants. So objectively, maybe white is better because he has more play in the center, but practically black has his own chances. Also, this knight is a bit stupid on a5. Hey Ashwini, how are you? Stefan, bhai, le lo, maze le lo. Okay, by the way, rook b1 played, putting some pressure here. If black takes, white just takes with the rook. Topalov को पता नहीं क्या उसका मूव है भाई, उसको पता होगा, चल क्यों नहीं रहा है. Oh, he takes the pawn. Topalov ने मार दिया भाई. Topalov ने भी टोपी घुमाई और उन्होंने मार दिया भाई. He has taken the move and Chess.com assures me this is a great move bhai with the blue exclamation mark. So now Vishy Anand has to play the move rook to c8. Otherwise, he's clearly worse. Come on Vishy, rook c8. We need this. I hope Vishy has seen all of this. He has also used up Topalov's time to calculate all of this. That will be awesome. थोड़ा कैमरा नीचे करो भाई, मुझे नीचे वाले पार्ट को क्या देखना है आपने, मेरे इतना नीचे ठीक नहीं है क्या भाई? यहां तक दिख रहा है, उससे नीचे क्या देखना है आपने, ठीक तो है? He played yes, and we have to play rook c8 now. Come on Vishy, let's go for rook c8. We can't waste any time here. Let's go. Explain e5 before taking. E5. But if e5 I just play, I mean, if e5 just knight d5 and I don't see a problem for black here, it's absolutely fine for black. So that doesn't work. He needs the pawn back. He takes on c5 and now Vishy needs to pin this bishop and create some tactics here, taki at the end of that variation that we saw with, you know, this rook c8, then white defends with knight to b3, then black attacks with queen c7, then white plays queen to b5, and then, you know, he will eventually win the e4 pawn at least. That is what he wants to do. So let's see what happens. Will Vishy play rook c8? I think he should be able to here. Yeah, rook c8, knight b3, exactly. Pawn b4 is also hanging. Yeah, so we will probably win this one, white will win this one, and it will turn out to be an equal endgame. But for now, it's sharp tactics. Anybody could go wrong. Chat, यहाँ पे एक mistake from either side could mean a loss because this is the complicated position. Black is not developed. And, you know, looking at that, it might feel that knight c6 might be also a very good move, but it's not as good as rook c8 here. I mean, so that's why I think Vishy has to be very accurate. The increment in Armageddon starts after move 40. By the way, Armageddon position looks very, very interesting now. Wesley has opened up the B file, but still somehow, even with this entire queen side not doing much right now, after G4, Carlsen is having some pressure on the white position. After G4 takes, the H file opens up, and that means Carlsen will have an attack. Yup, knight h2. Look at this position. Yeah, I think there is some pressure on the h file. So Carlsen pushing as well. Knight coming to f4 now. And I know queen f6, queen h6 could be an idea as well. I think Carlsen is pushing. Let's go back to Vishy's game. Let's see, can Vishy play rook to c8? Carlsen's gone very low on time. Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it was inbuilt, yeah. Armageddon black has 3 less minutes than white, so it's not so easy. It's just not so easy for him. That's the main problem. Bishop is possible, but white just wins the pawn, right? I mean, white just wins the pawn back. He has more development. He has some attacking this pawn as well. You have to play a5 now, and then he plays knight e5, attacks your queen once more, and next he'll play rook a c1, and clearly white is better. Yeah, clearly white is better. So I think that's why you need to make it as hard as possible for white to somehow, you know, get away with taking this pawn. Otherwise, what was the point of c5? You want to play rook c8. There's no doubt. Yeah, he should calculate everything. Yeah, he should take his time. But the point is, once you play c5, you should have seen all of this beforehand. Like, you don't play c5 first without seeing all of this. That's why I'm thinking he should have played it a bit quicker, but let's see. Let's wait for the move. Wait, didn't Wang Ho retire? Yeah, he's back. He had stomach issues. He's back now. His stomach is apparently better. 27 hatches showing Vishy draw. Not really, man. Not really. Not yet. I don't think so. अभी फॉलो करना शुरू किया, कमेंट्री करो, you're amazing. Thanks a lot भाई, Junaid भाई, for the kind words. Black bishop is like sniper in so game. Yeah, true. Is it incumbent? Yes. Let's go to the game of Magnus Carlsen once. कुछ चल रहा है क्या? Okay, by the way, maybe we should stick to this game as well because यहाँ पे थोड़ी things heat up हो रही हैं. Queen f6 coming up. Also, you know, it's like if black can checkmate white, awesome. If he can't do so, then suddenly, you know, the black king is also completely naked in the center. No pawn cover, at least not a great, I mean, this pawn can be exchanged. So this will be also kind of, you know, goodwill, you know, it can be hunted down. So I think it's going to be a very sharp game where knight to h5 here for Carlsen is a very good move. Yeah, Wesley is pretty strong, man. He's pretty strong. Arey Lakshya bhai, kya haal hai? Topalov's time low. पवन 4 इमोजी से भी काम चलता है. कितने डाले थे भाई उसने? ओ माय गॉड, 120 के वॉचिंग. भाई ये डिवोर्स सेटलमेंट नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे अनफॉर्चुनेटली, सो 120 के वॉचिंग इज अनलाइकली. लेट्स गो टू द गेम ऑफ विशी सर अगेन. Brief look at Anish's game. Oh, by the way, this happened. We have this rook e5 and now bishop c4 or rook d3 are the best moves for white. Let's see what happens here. MVL drew kya? Yeah, Chad. MVL I think has drawn. So we have confirmed two tie breaks. One will be between Carlsen and Wesley going on. Second between MVL and Mamedyarov very soon. And third, maybe between Wang Hao and Anish as well. We'll see very soon. But this game as well, maybe we'll see all Armageddons. Like five Armageddons are totally possible today, bhai. ऐसा टोटली पॉसिबल है कि पांचों के पांचों ड्रॉ हो जाए तो हम कहेंगे भाई क्लासिकल खेला तो खेला क्यों. एनीवेज, लेट्स गो टू द गेम ऑफ विशी सर अगेन. मैग्नस लॉस्ट. व्हाट? नहीं भाई, ही इज बेटर. Carlsen is black here, Chad, and he's threatening to open up the position. After I take on g3, f takes, queen f6. Queen f6 is a deadly threat. Also, I can just, you know, yeah, just take on d4 as well. Now this pawn is also hanging. नाक में खुजली मीन्स बाप बनने वाले हो भाई, तो माँ कौन है यार? Can Anand save this game? I mean, yeah, I mean, he's not worse, but he needs to find rook c8. Like, he needs to find rook c8. He's not worse at all. He's absolutely equal here. Vishy drew according to official stream. क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? Did they agree to a draw? And will we see a Armageddon, chat? Let me confirm this. Let me confirm this, chat. I don't think so. It's a draw. I don't think so. They will agree to a draw. I don't think so. Even the result does not show a draw here, as we can clearly see. It only shows draw for 2 games. Vishy Carlsen तो मैच ही नहीं है भाई. Hey शिवान भाई, कैसे हो? आनंद सर drew in 27 chess. भाई 27 chess ना उसको छोड़ दो भाई. It's not always correct. रूल बुक देखो. रूल बुक यहाँ पे उतनी एप्लीकेबल नहीं है भाई. यहाँ पे लोग पढ़ के हमेशा आते हैं भाई, because this is classical chess, yeah, and especially after what happened, people will not blunder the rule book. I can assure you. So far, there is no evidence of a draw, chat. Maybe Topalov offered a draw after bishop c5, but I don't see it so far. So I think the game goes on for now. हो गया ड्रॉ. विशी कहाँ भाई, कहाँ? रिप्लाई तो दिया करो भाई, दे तो रहे बॉस भाई. भाई कहाँ यार? I don't see any draw so far. As I can see on the Chess 24 results tab, it's kind of still going on. And the complicated position, it's kind of weird, right? It kind of shows कि if Topalov actually offered a draw, either he saw everything or basically he was a bit scared. So either way could be possible. 27 chess पे ड्रॉ है तो ड्रॉ भी तो बढ़िया है ना भाई. फिर तो वो देखने को मिलेगा ना बहुत जल्दी. We'll see like actual tie breaks भाई. उसमें तो और मजा है भाई. विशी क्वीन टू ब्लंडर भाई. पवन भाई कुछ भी मतलब कम से कम स्कैम करो तो कम से कम लेजिट तो करो. इमेजिन वेज बिरयानी भाई. इमेजिन क्या करना है यार. संतोष भाई थैंक्स फॉर द काइंड वर्ड्स. ऑल्सो कंपेयर नहीं करना चाहिए. आई थिंक एवरीबॉडी हैज देयर ओन स्टाइल. दे ड्रू ऑन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पेंट. नाइस ड्रॉ ऑन मैग्नस चैनल. भाई मैग्नस का चैनल है यार, क्या करे यार. मैग्नस क्या करेगा भाई जिंदगी में. इसमें क्या चल रहा है चैट? ये गेम भी क्रेजी है. यहाँ पे F7 इज अटैक्ड, यहाँ पे H2 इज अटैक्ड. कौन बेटर है कुछ पता नहीं लग रहा है भाई. I cannot guess in a million years who will win this game. Like both players are so active here, dude. Look at this and then look at this. Like this is intense. They drew on this upcoming vlog. मैंने अच्छा कमेंट्री कर रहा है अपने चैनल पे. नाइस. Draw is fine. Yeah, it's fine. But I don't think they have drawn yet. I think chat maze le rahi hai. I have not seen a draw anywhere so far. And until I see a draw, I think the game is going on for now. The time is running for Vishy so far. I have not seen a draw. जब last time draw हुआ था बहुत जल्दी आ गया था. But so far we have not seen any draw. This is not Armageddon. Yes, Wesley game. This is Armageddon, of course. And Wesley played rook e1 and Carlsen played bishop c6. And now chat, bishop takes, pawn takes, and queen to a1 is a crazy idea for Wesley So. Will he play queen to a1? He plays it. And I think Carlsen is under some pressure now. There is some attacking chances here. But yeah, white rooks are entering as well. Black rooks are entering as well. कौन से rooks are active है कुछ पता नहीं लग रहा है chat. कौन ज़्यादा active होगा? Magnus is looking slightly worse, but still holding on for now. भाई आप कहाँ से हो? Love from Gujarat. Thanks a lot, निहार भाई. मैं फरीदाबाद से हूँ यार. Next week Delhi. You stream Argentina versus Italy tonight? नहीं यार. I am not that crazy about football. Unfortunately, chess is my go-to sport. If you can call it a sport. Yeah, let's take on b7 and let's play knight to f1. Defend this pawn and have king f2 in all cases ताकि हम mate ना हो जाए इस फाइल पे at least. भाई फालतू में लोगों को नाम मार दिया भाई. RIP नेहा कर दिया. बताओ नाकमरा कोई गेम क्यों नहीं खेल रहा है भाई? आई थिंक ही इज स्ट्रीमिंग. या ही इज स्ट्रीमिंग. ही इज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैंडिडेट्स एज वेल बाय द वे. सॉकर असिस्ट नाइस. बाय द वे विशी आनंद स्टिल थिंकिंग क्या भाई वो कहीं पे भी ड्रॉ दिखे चैट. आई डोंट थिंक इट इज अ ड्रॉ. यार द गेम इज गोइंग ऑन. आई डोंट थिंक दे हैव अग्रीड टू अ ड्रॉ. Usually top players, they usually don't agree to draws in such complicated positions. Either they are a bit scared or they have calculated everything till the very end. So only two possibilities. They will offer a draw and accept a draw. And it could be one of them, but I don't see it. For now, Vishy is still playing and rook c8 is coming up, I think. पनवेल निकल रहा है भाई. पनवेल होके आया हूँ पिछले महीने ही. अच्छी जगह है भाई. जाओ. बहुत बहुत धूल मिट्टी तो है वहाँ पे. No offense, but और वहाँ पे उबर नहीं मिलती भाई. Chess 24 is accurate. See there. भाई Chess 24 का ही है जो तुम ये देख रहे हो ना. ये जो तुमने रिजल्ट्स दिख रहे हैं ये Chess 24 के ही है भाई. ये Chess 24 के ही रिजल्ट्स हैं और अपडेट हो रहे हैं ऑटोमेटिकली. कंफर्म ड्रॉ बाय योवांका. रियली? बट दैट्स क्रेजी. लाइक हु ऑफर्ड अ ड्रॉ? इट्स नॉट क्लियर राइट. अनिश गिरी डिजाइन. बाय द वे लेट्स लुक एट द गेम बिटवीन कार्लसन. ओह ये क्या हो गया भाई? ओके सो वी हैव one extra pawn for Wesley So, but black has enough counterplay with some, pinned knights and so on. The bishop dominates the knight for now temporarily. And if you go king h2, there might be some king g7, rook h8 checks as well. So it's not all clear. नीतीश को क्या बोला भाई? नीतीश कहाँ से आ गया भाई? Other than what chess, I used to play badminton and cricket earlier, but nowadays, man, since COVID, it's all ended, I think. In video footage, they're talking after draw. Okay, so if they agree to a draw, we'll see Armageddon very soon, chat. If that is actually a draw, Armageddon will start in just a few minutes. So I think it doesn't change things much. But for now, we're looking at the game between Wesley So and Carlsen. And now Wesley is completely winning with queen g5, king h8. And now the only question is it king f2, rook h1 or something else? I'm confused. Oh, king h2! What a move! Chat, we have seen this typical pattern, dude. What a move by Wesley So. King to h2. Now queen h4 check, king g7, queen f6, king h7, and the knight comes to f5. What a move, king h2 by Wesley So, dude. Crazy, insane move. The rook will now come to h1 and it's going to be mate very soon. Bhai, kya pel diya bhai. Magnus Carlsen is going to lose to Wesley So once more. And that is indeed the result. This is a typical tactical pattern, chat. King h2 and then rook h1. And now after king moves somewhere, queen takes f5. Queen takes a check. And then rook can also come to d8 in case of king f8. And if the king comes here, I think just rook h1 should... Maybe rook h1 is not winning. Maybe rook f1, rook f5, rook h5 should also be winning. This should be multiple wins. And Carlsen has... Oh, queen f7 aa raha hai bhai. Game khatam. And Carlsen has resigned, chat. So Magnus Carlsen has lost to Wesley So. Carlsen takes home 1 point in this match, so he goes to 2.5, and Wesley takes home 1.5. He goes home with 4.5 points. Yeah, exactly. King g1 is not possible, that's why not rook h1 here, but just queen f7, rook g7, queen f5, and now we take this pawn, push this pawn, and the game is over. So Carlsen resigns and Wesley So has won. Now we go to Vishy's game. Vishy is still calculating, chat. Vishy is still calculating. I'm not sure what the valuation is. Either they have agreed to a draw. In that case, Chesscom, please show the result. If they don't agree to, if not agree to draw, then they will play rook c8. And even if they've agreed to a draw, we will see the Armageddon match very soon. By the way, the Armageddon match between MVL and Mamedyarov is also starting very soon. Let's look at this game as well. Let's go to Vishy's game for now. Wesley won indeed. No draw yet. I don't know. Some are saying draw hai. Some लोग कह रहे हैं draw नहीं है. मुझे तब तक कहीं draw नहीं दिखा भाई. I have not seen a draw so far, anywhere. Do they choose Olympiad captain by rating or by current form? I think rating is the main thing, but captain is mainly chosen by experience as well. I hate everyone and everything. अरे नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है निशा. Chat इसी वाले stream like कर दो भाई. Let's get to 1100 likes if possible. And if you are here for the first time, आपके सामने एक लाल बटन होगा. उसको दबा दो पुचुक करके हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ भाई. टोपलोव को लूज मोश. अरे ये क्या है भाई? क्या पेला है मैग्नस को? ये तो है. एंड बाय द वे ब्लिट्स में ही पिला था यार. So 2 गेम लगातार हो गए अब कार्लसन को पेलने वाले. Wesley not 6.5. Wesley is on 4.5 because Wesley drew the classical and won in the tie break. So he's 4.5 now. No draw. 20 Sanchez corrected. Yes. No draw. Let's go. No draw, chat. The game goes on. It's not a draw. Vishy Anand still playing. Rooks yet played. Not yet. कौन थे वो ड्रॉ वाले? कहाँ गए वो? उनको पेश किया जाए. कौन थे वो ड्रॉ वाले? मैं भी कहूँ यार इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड पोजीशन है. लोग ड्रॉ कहाँ से कर लेंगे भाई? मैं भी सोचूं भाई कोई ड्रॉ नहीं है. द गेम गोज ऑन. कैम फ्रोज. रियली? हेलो? अरे हेलो. ये क्या है भाई? कैमरा ही रुक गया क्या? रुको. ये क्या था भाई? कैमरा ही रुक गया भाई. मैंने टेबल मारा, कैमरा ही रुक गया. ऑसम. एनीवेज अदर कैम नहीं है भाई. बढ़िया. He plays rook c8 chat, and now Topalov has only one move. I think it's an obvious one, but he still has to play it. Knight to b3, only move for white. Only move. Everything else loses. I'm also shocked. Yeah, there is no draw chat. I knew it, man. इस मैच में कौन draw ऑफर करेगा यार? हम जैसे लोग कर सकते हैं. हम डरपोक हैं. Vishy sir and Topalov not really. They are world champions, man, and they are not going to be scared out of some tactics. And knight b3 played. Let's go queen to c7 Vishy. Let's go. Queen e8 also possible. Both moves possible. Let's see which one Vishy will go for. I think queen c7 looks a bit more natural, but let's see. AC बंद करो भाई. AC चल ही नहीं रहा यार. लाइट ही नहीं है यार. छी यार, जनरेटर लगाना पड़ेगा इसको. कैमरा फ्रोज हुआ तो हेलो बोल रहे हो. चौबीस सब्सक्राइबर खुशी में विद को गर्लफ्रेंड रील करने को बोलो भाई. उसकी पर्सनल लाइफ है यार. आई डोंट नो भाई, पर्सनल लाइफ में इतना क्यूरियोसिटी की होती है. तुम्हें नाम पता भी लग जाएगा. मान लो XYZ नाम है, क्या हो जाएगा उससे? हाउ विल दैट चेंज स्टफ? जस्ट क्यूरियस संचयन भाई. लाइक हाउ विल दैट चेंज? क्या हो जाएगा? लाइक व्हाट चेंजेस इन योर लाइफ वंस यू नो हिज गर्लफ्रेंड्स नेम? फेवरेट IPL टीम कौन सा है आपका? मेरा कोई भी नहीं है भाई अब. देयर इज नो फेवरेट टीम ऑफ IPL नाउ. What is 937? That's the watching भाई. नवीन भाई, कितने लोग अभी लाइव देख रहे हैं? कितने लोग चीयर कर रहे हैं भाई विशी आनंद को अभी लाइव ऑन चैनल? आप भी बोल रहे थे कंफर्म ड्रॉ, अब ब्लेम शिफ्ट करो. ओए मुझ पे डाल रहे हो भाई. चैरिटी बोल रही थी, मैं तो साफ कहा था कोई ड्रॉ का नाम निशान नहीं है. आई कैन नॉट सी इट ऑन चेस 24. कुछ लोग कहते हैं यस योवांका हैज कंफर्म्ड. भाई योवांका कहां से? ये क्या है भाई? 11 is live watching. I literally opened Instagram today and the first post of my second crush with his girlfriend. Nice. आपने बोला ड्रॉ भाई, मैंने तो चैट की बात सुनी ना यार. Anyways, लगता है चैट पे भरोसा नहीं करते भाई about results. Vishy भाई, let's go queen c7, pin the bishop, and let's wait for him to make a mistake. You never know, he might blunder something. He might not play queen b5 or some good move. He might blunder, and then you get a chance to win this. Let's go queen c7. Vishy's playing Indian man. Yeah, he's been playing like this for a long while now, since the GCT event. हे विज़ार्ड भाई, क्या हाल है? हाँ, तुम भी बिल फाड़. सच्चा सफर कर रहा है, मैं सफर नहीं कर रहा क्या? उसका तो नाम. नाइस. और भाई क्या ही इवन लाफ थी मेरी. स्टॉक फिश. यस, मेरे घर वाले कहते हैं इतना क्या हंस रहा है भाई? If someone do classical match and win Armageddon, then he will gain rating points from classical. No, the classical rating will be a draw, and Armageddon will not add to any rating because it's not really rapid, it's not really blitz. So the rating from Armageddon you don't get anywhere. बस draw count होगा rating के terms में. Bishop c5 नहीं. I think हमारी queen hanging है अभी. We'll save a queen first. So queen c7 or queen e8, 2 moves possible. But I think queen 7 looks a bit more human and also practical because you pin the bishop. Wesley So played well. Yeah, he played really well. He played Carlsen in the Armageddon, and Carlsen will not be happy by losing to Wesley for the second time in a row. He will not be happy. AG is still playing, chat, and the position looks like a draw to me. So they're still fighting on. The game is still going on. It's not over yet. Now bishop c4 played. So probably, rook c5 for black is the best move. And then white can play b3 and the game goes on for now. But it's complicated. So any side could blunder on any moment. And you might see a blunder soon. So let's wait for this. Radjabov Tari, I think, will be a draw. Bishop c5, rook c5. And the material is just completely equal. 5 pawns each, rook knight, rook d8, rook d7 should be an easy draw for black. So I expect a draw here. Let's go to Vishy Anand's game. I think that is the most critical game right now. And knight b3 hasn't played. Cheer answer is win. Indeed, man. Cheering for him indeed. I want Vishy to win at all cost, dude. At all cost. Queen c7 played. We will have the move very quickly. Think about if you have a winning position versus Vishy, will you play on or go for a draw? Depends how winning it is. If it's completely winning, of course I'll go for a win. Vishy को हारने का मौका बहुत कम मिलेगा. If it's slightly better, maybe I'll go for a draw, yeah. I mean, queen c6 can be a free tempo sometimes for 95, so it can be attacked, so we remove the queen again. So not giving a opponent a free move for no reason. Carlsen era looking over like over. ऐसा नहीं है भाई. एक गेम में एक ओपोनेंट के साथ जज मत करो. Queen c7 played, best move on the board, and now bishop takes c5 is a threat. Knight d7 is an even more important threat because the bishop will be lost. So now, chat, only two moves most likely. Queen b5 getting out of that pin, or even knight to e5 are possible, trying to defend the queen. So both of these possible. If knight e5, if I take on e5, I think that's not the best because I can just take on e7, and you can't really take the queen because of rook d8, and it's going to be mate. So both these moves possible. Queen b5 a bit more, I would say, better because knight e5 is after all hanging. It can be attacked. So I think queen b5 will be played. Let's see. Your favorite cricket player? Virat Kohli, I guess I have a cliche answer, dude. Knight b7, not knight f-d7. Yeah, knight f-d7, I think this bishop can be hanging sometimes. Not now, but at some point. This tournament is worth staying up all night in Japan time zone. Arey, thanks, Shrikant bhai. Kya time hai Japan mein abhi? Do hit like button. Thanks, Streamlabs bhai. Then Tickle Flex in next. इतना also Vishy को हराया है. भाई Vishy को नहीं हराया यार. Prag को हराया है. Vishy को नहीं हराया भाई. Have you watched test streams by Varun Thakur? I have not seen those, yaar, Naveen bhai. Carlsen lost. He drew the classical. He lost the tiebreak. 1:50 AM. Crazy, Shrikant bhai. That's insane, man. Glad to have you on the channel. Why don't you get to see Reza playing in tournament? He played one classical tournament recently, the GCT one. But then he performed averagely. He lost his 2800 rating as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why is he not playing. Hopefully, he does not do like a Radjabov. Yeah, I hope Radjabov and Firouzja both have not played too much chess, and they have a lot to prove, I feel. To themselves, not to others, and that will be a huge pressure on their shoulders. Who won against Prag? Prag का तो मैच ही नहीं हो रहा यहाँ पे यार. I won against Prag भाई many years back. कार्लसन आज टॉयलेट जाता बार बार. ठीक है भाई. कोई बात नहीं. लग तो नहीं रहेगी भाई कुछ गड़बड़ है. सेंड अ चैलेंज टू सागर शाह. वाह वाह. यहाँ पे कमेंट्री चल रही है वर्ल्ड के टॉप प्लेयर्स खेलेंगे. तुम एनएम वर्सेस आईएम देखोगे भाई. इवन तो यहाँ पे सुपर जीएम खेल रहे हैं. Queen b4, but Queen b4 does not look accurate, right? I can just take this, right? Or maybe not take. Sorry, not takes, because then you can take and have rook d8. Knight a6, winning on the spot. Yeah, it's a simple fork. Takes and takes. It's a simple fork. Attack and attack. Finally, Vishy played. Yeah, he played Queen c7, but it's white to play now. I met you once actually in airport. I really doubt it. Do you think Carlsen will play World Chess Championship? Yes, he will. He will. Why do you not stream together with Sagar Sir, Sahil bhai? I would love to. The thing is, when we are streaming, so Sagar bhai has no benefit of me being there, I guess, in any way, because he has the bigger channel, of course. And of course, he will not come to my channel, sacrifice his channel. So, and we're streaming at the same time, so it becomes a bit difficult. If Vishy wins, he will be world number 9. That is insane, dude. That will be insane. So let's win, Vishy sir. Let's go. आप साउथ इंडिया कभी गए हो? Yes, I've been to South India, of course, many times. असिस्ट भाई, आपकी फील्ड रेटिंग कितनी है और आप कौन से मॉन्स्टर मास्टर हो? अच्छा, मॉन्स्टर तो नहीं हुआ यार. माय फील्ड रेटिंग इज 2201 एंड आई हैव एन एम टाइटल. वो 22 रेटिंग में मिलता है. सीएम के बराबर है बेसिकली. What was Vishy's highest rating? I think 2816 or something, 2817, something like this. Thanks to Akshay bhai for the links. Samir Rana will be the next world champion defeating Magnus. Yes. कोई भी पोल करो, who will solve world hunger? समय रहना हमेशा चेस कम्युनिटी में भाई. बेचारा समय भी कह रहा होगा भाई, बस भाई थोड़ा सांस तो लेने दो भाई. मॉन्स्टर टिक को क्या है भाई? Vishy's highest rating is, yeah, it's somewhere around there, yeah, मतलब 2817, maybe 28, I'm not sure if it's 2820 though. Exact number मुझे याद नहीं है. National monster. That's a better definition, by the way. Anyways, chat. Queen C7 played, Rook C8 played, and Topalov is still thinking. Let's go to the game of Emil against Mamedyarov. कुछ चल रहा है क्या? No, they have not started yet. Let's go to the game of Radjabov against Aryan Tari. And to be honest, just Rook D2 from Aryan Tari should secure him the draw very easily. Because there are back rank issues as well, so you have to solve that first. Easy draw for Aryan here. I think it should be a draw. And then this game, I'm not sure. This game could swing either way. I mean, there is no trust on who will win this game because itni complicated position hai. I mean, white has this rook here which is not in the play, and that's why black is equal, but anything could happen in this game. So I think this game is all up for grabs. And Carlsen, by the way, lost to Wesley in the tiebreak, so he gets 1 point and Wesley gets 1.5, and Wesley goes to 4.5 points with this. So if Vishy Anand wins, this game, he gets sole lead with 6 points after round 2. There's a lot at stake. If Vishy Anand can win this game, he'll be the only person with 2 straight wins in classical chess. So if he wins, he goes to 6 points with clear lead. Mod बनने के लिए OTC फाइल कराना पड़ेगा बिल्कुल. 2820.7 exactly. Thanks for the exact figures, bhai. Armageddon games rated? I don't think so because they can't place it in the blitz. They can't place it in the rapid, so I don't think so it will be rated. But I think main classical तो rated है ही है. Gukesh 2700, क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? Really? Did he reach 2700? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Gukesh is 2700 for now. No, he's not. No, he's not yet. Not really. 2869.420. Nice. NM strongest team. दोनों बराबर है अर्चना. They're both equal. So loser Armageddon also gains points. Yes, because he drew the classical game, right? Vishy sir, please win classical. Otherwise, my week will be ruined, and obviously the world revolves around me. So loser in Armageddon also gains points. Yes. VD का vlog देखा साल भाई? या मैं देखने लगा और मेरा वो play नहीं हो रहा. Does it happen to you? You open a video on YouTube and it just doesn't play for some reason. I don't know what the hell is this. Like there's some problem. तुम कितना ही प्ले करते हो वो घूमता रहता है. You open any other video, it works, but वो वीडियो चलती है. I don't know what was wrong. I clicked on it, click ही नहीं हुआ भाई. Anyways, by the way, Topalov has played queen to b5. He found the best move in the position. So Topalov भाई बिल्कुल भी मजाक नहीं है यार. He is definitely finding the best moves for now. He's low on time, but he's finding the best moves. It started working an hour after it premiered for me. Really? I'll check it out again. मैंने आज सुबह तो काम नहीं करी. मैंने आज सुबह देखा था. वीडियो आपको ब्लॉक कर दिया. नहीं भाई, वीडियो ने कल ही एक वीडियो पे कमेंट किया था, तो आई डोंट थिंक कि ब्लॉक कल किया होगा. आई रियली डाउट इट. उसने उस पे कमेंट किया था यार, जो वो आनंद सर वाली वीडियो थी जो हमने रिकॉर्ड करी थी. दारू ज्यादा पीती है इसलिए हार रहा है कार्लसन. ये क्या यार भाई? कार्लसन इज प्रोफेशनल डूड. ही इज अ प्रोफेशनल. ही इज अ वर्ल्ड चैंपियन. उससे ऐसी चीजें नहीं होंगी भाई. जस्ट सेइंग. एंड नाउ चैट, आई थिंक हियर you can either take on e4 or you can play a6 to attack this queen. Both moves are possible. Because chat difference kya hai? Dekho, if I take directly, I have knight to a6 and I win as black. But if I play queen b5, a6 and now take on b4, it's not the same because I have no knight a6 suddenly. कितना फर्क पड़ता है ना ये डांस करने से. Queen to b5 and then queen to b4. So that's why here I think white is actually fine. The best move here would be knight takes e4, I think, or a6. Both are kind of holding on to equality, kind of. So let's also wish he finds them, and he has enough time to find it, so he should be able to. Olympiad में जाएंगे क्या? Most likely, यार, for some days at least. The problem with the video not loading happened to me as well. Do change the network and try to definitely work. Yeah, exactly. It happens sometimes, yeah. Twitter Magnus was like, wow, summer in Norway, look at this warm 8 degree of water. Yeah, I saw that tweet. Yeah, I saw that tweet. मैं ढूंढ रहा था कि भाई कहाँ अनिशा ने कमेंट करा होगा. सब्स काउंट देखो अपना 23967 है, तो क्या देखना है इसमें भाई? What about knight d7? I mean knight d7 is possible, but the problem is कि मतलब somehow your bishop will be lost, and even if the bishop is not lost, at the very least you will not win this free pawn. So I would say value your bishops overall. Don't lose your bishops for free. That's the first step. आप स्ट्रांग हो यार सागर शाह. ये क्या है भाई? King F8. King F8 is too much, man. King F8 is too much. Not King F8. If your suggestion is King F8, let's not do it. 100k कब होगा भाई पता नहीं यार. What about A7? A7 already है यार. A6 looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. Vishy's accuracy 99.1. Yeah, so by the way, chat, so far, Topalov's accuracy is 98.4 and Vishy's is 99.1, and after A6 is 99 now. So he plays the second best move in the position, is also good. And now White can take on B4. That's the only move, in fact. He has to take on B4 now. Of course, Indian is strong. Yeah, A6 played, chat. आई थिंक वो चूसने वाली वो ऐसे वाली बॉटल लानी पड़ेगी जो प्रखर के पास है ना, ऐसे पानी पीते. दैट्स मच इजियर. ये घुमाने में कितनी मेहनत लगती है यार. How is rating calculated after chess match formula? It's basically depending on the K factor. There are complicated calculations, but roughly if you defeat somebody who's as rated as you will probably gain like 10 points if you are below 2400 and 5 points if you are over 2400. सिपर बॉटल, यस माय बैड. तो सिपर का क्या मतलब होता है यार? शिवम भाई जरा सिपर को हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करें प्लीज. क्या होता है? एनीवेज, बाय द वे A6 प्लेड, सो देयर इज नथिंग. लेट्स टेक हियर. आई होप ही प्लेस क्वीन B6. दैट विल बी ऑसम. पॉन बच जाएगा थोड़ी देर के लिए, बट ही इज नॉट स्टूपिड. ही विल टेक ऑन B4 आई गेस. Indian friends be like, what? Just 19%? Where's the 1%? Yeah, exactly. Why not knight to E7? Because that's an illegal move. Knight D7 would lose the bishop. VD strong here. AD, I think VD is stronger right now for sure on paper and on rating for sure. VD ka I think he's improved his faster time controls really well now. He came third in Title 2 yesterday. He qualifies for most of the knockouts in the Chess.com Rapid Championship now. He played well in the even the Chess 24 tournament, even though he did not qualify. So I think he's playing well in short time controls now. स्ट्रिपर बॉटल मैंने कभी सुना नहीं है भाई. नो ऑफेंस. डार्ट, अरे भाई डार्ट को छोड़ दो भाई. अनीशा रॉय, रूपक जी ज्यादा हंस रहे हैं आपके साथ. हैंस जीत गया टी यार. दैट्स ट्रू. Knight C6. Yeah, you can play C6 for sure. Queen B4, knight to C6. You attack the queen, gain a free tempo. Queen goes somewhere. Maybe queen to A3 now looks logical. And now you can take the E4 pawn. So, but wait a second. If you're trying to capture this pawn, why not queen E1 and defend this pawn? Bishop C5, knight C5, and white is fine, right? White is absolutely fine. So yeah, maybe white is fine actually. Yeah, white is doing absolutely fine. Although, yeah, white is the pawn up, dude. Queen A1 and white is the pawn up. Maybe rook A B8 quickly, trying to win these pawns. But this does not look so convincing, to be honest. Vishy is definitely slightly worse here if white finds queen E1 because the E4 pawn is no longer hanging. ठीक है यार, नहीं मारेंगे pawn यार. लाइट तो मत जा. Stripper club सुना है? Yes, सुना है भाई. Why not H6 is a bit slow here, man. There's no time for H6, unfortunately. Queen side पे आग लगी हुई है. हम बैठ के आइसक्रीम नहीं खा सकते king side पे. That's the issue. Black Lotus क्या मैं क्या? I've not tried Black Lotus, but meditation in general is very helpful, I've heard. So I don't think so. Membership मिला है. Emotes वगैरह flex तो कर रहे हो तो भाई करो भाई, flex करो भाई, खूब flex करो यार, करो भाई, flex करो. पता नहीं कैसे गिफ्ट में मेंबरशिप भाई, मुझे अब तक समझ नहीं आया, बट बढ़िया भाई, flex करो. MVL losing really? I don't think this is losing yet. I think this is still going on. Queen B5. I mean, just you can even take on B5, not a big deal. You can also play Queen D2. Makes sense. Arey Anurag bhai, thanks for super chat bhai. Keep up the great work bhai. Your stream always makes me smile. अरे थैंक्स for the kind words. अरे बस लोग हंसते रहें तो भाई अच्छा है ना, और क्या चाहिए. बस लोगों के चेहरे पे स्माइल रहे भाई. That's the best feeling. Honestly, that's the best feeling भाई. Thanks a lot यार. क्या विशी वर्ल्ड टॉप 5 हो सकते हैं if he wins the tournament? I think top 5 तो मुश्किल है. Top 10 he can literally reach in this game भाई. You laugh in 1.5x. Yeah, I think laughing time spoils the stream, right? So time कम करते हैं ताकि हम actually game में focus कर सकें. टिक्कू सच जोक. थैंक्स भाई, सच भाई. भाई लाइट कितनी जाएगी आज? एसी भी आ जा यार. अनीश लूजिंग भाई, अनीश लूजिंग, क्या बात कर रहे हो? अबे यार ये क्या है भाई? ही इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन डूड. He's absolutely fine. He's absolutely fine. क्या problem है? Black is not even played yet. Anish is still thinking. Pawn wise scam कर रहे हैं भाई. Let's go to this game. Yeah, he took on b5. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black is slightly better, but white has some play here. But it's hard to think how he will break through. Maybe knight h5 takes, bishop h6 is the plan. Maybe that's the plan here. If he does that, that's awesome. But in no ways, he's forced to take on h5, so probably won't work. I think black is surely better. Mamedyarov slightly better. MVL struggling again. Let's go to the game of Radjabov. Okay, this is going to be a draw very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. A3 will be taken. So this will be a draw, chat. Very quick draw between these two guys as well. So one more Armageddon incoming very soon. Let's go to Wang Hao. Nothing has happened here. Anish still calculating the best move. It's a complicated position. Makes a lot of sense to calculate. Let's go to one. Oh! Ruko. Something's happened. After A6, queen takes B4. Why he played queen E1, I think. He played queen E1, dude. He played queen E1. He found the best move here. And that basically means that after rook B8 or whatever it is, Topalov is a pawn up for now. He's a pawn up. जो लोग draw के लिए लड़ रहे थे, maybe draw is not so bad now, to be honest. Because he's clearly a pawn up. He's clearly a pawn up. Of course, black has compensation because he has the B file, and now black is the guy fighting for compensation. But he should have it. Topa dash dena. Bhai, I hope so, yaar. I hope so. I hope so that happens. But कुछ चेक कर रहा था भाई. ये रिटायरमेंट से आके अच्छा क्यों खेल रहा है टोपलोव? भाई वर्ल्ड चैंपियन रह चुका है, अच्छा तो खेलेगा यार. Yeah, looking so cute today. Thank you, yaar. Thank you, Archana. Queen F4. Queen F4 is kind of a nothing move, to be honest, because it's not doing anything. I can just play E5 at some moment, and this is not really hanging. हमें वहाँ attack करना है जहाँ हम जीत पाए. So queen side यहाँ पे B2 pawn, knight B3 is a bit awkward. I think कुछ ना कुछ हमें B8 पे खेलना पड़ेगा. चाहे ये रुक हो, queen हो, but one of these three pieces have to go on B8, I think, right now. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult. Vishy's accuracy is 99.2. Yeah, but still he's a pawn down. Imagine playing at an accuracy of 99.2 and still being a pawn down. That's how well Topalov has played this game. So, hats off to Topalov as well. क्यों फाइंड करने में शॉक क्यों हो रहा है? ऐसा भी कोई मूव नहीं है भाई. बट he has to see this. भाई क्वीन E1 उसको यहाँ देखना था भाई. उसको क्वीन E1 यहाँ देखना था. Just saying, he had to see queen E1 here to calculate all of this. So it's not easy, dude. It's not easy. ये सारा देखना था उसको. यहाँ से देखना बड़ा आसान है, but स्टार्ट से देखना मुश्किल है. Imagine Magnus is streaming drunk and starting a stripper shows up. जतिन भाई, ये फैंटेसी वर्ल्ड ना रात को अकेले सोचना. You can enjoy a lot. स्ट्रीम पे I think it will not be of much use. ले टोपलोव नाम सुन के टोपा, ये क्या है भाई? अनुष्का the KGB spy. Anushka is secretly working for Karakin. Please don't let me know if that's true. Sahil billionaire, yes, सपने में billionaire हूँ. Okay, now Vishy thinking. Vishy has enough time on the clock. By the way, 19 moves played. So Vishy has to play 20, 21 moves, 21, 22 moves. In fact, in 60, 72 minutes, he has enough time. But Topalov has to play 21 moves in 42 minutes. Chat, he has to play 21 moves in 42 minutes. And there is no increment. So if Vishy can complicate matters, it will not be easy for Topalov to play good moves. That's very obvious. He took time for the critical moments, found the best moves, but now he has very limited time on his clock. It might feel like a lot right now, but let's see. Knight f5 also possible. Yes, also possible. But rook b8 is just so natural, man. Rook b8, any one of these rooks to b8. I'm not sure which one is better, but it just feels so natural to play rook b8. Yeah, he plays rook b8. And now if the knight moves, I take the pawn on b2 and I equalize. So white has to come something else. Maybe he'll take on e7 first. I think that's very logical. Just take on e7 first. Queen takes e7 or whatever it is. And then he can move the knight somewhere. Either even queen e3. Not sure. Let's see. करा तो नहीं है भाई. वो पहले लोग ज़्यादा थे. What's your real name? My real name is Sahil. What about rook b8? He played rook b8, dude. He played rook b8. मैं रात को बाहर अभी निकलता है अनीशा जी के. ये क्या यार? What about some kind of queen trade? But how, dude? How? The white queen is way back on e1. It's kind of difficult to even imagine a queen trade happening here. Yeah, rook d3 as well. Possible. Rook c1 would be attacking the knight, of course. That's also possible. There are a lot of choices. That's why it's possible for him to go wrong. When you have only moves, right, you kind of see ye bhi kaam nahi kar raha, ye bhi kaam nahi kar raha, ye bhi kaam nahi kar raha. So I have to find the winning move or drawing move, whatever. But when you have multiple choices, that's when you can actually sometimes go wrong, yeah, because you think ki ye bhi acha hai, ye bhi acha hai, ye bhi acha hai, ye bhi acha hai, but kuch bhi acha nahi hota actually. Queen to h4. I think you mean queen f4. Queen f4, I'm not sure, man. It's going in the wrong direction. हमें पहले queen side पे pawn जीतना है. What if 40 moves are not played? Then you lose on time, bhai. If you don't play 40 moves, you lose on time. As simple as that. Time is everything. If you lose on the clock, you lose. Simple. Simple funda, bhai. What about rook c1? Rook c1 is possible indeed. He can play rook c1. The idea being to defend the bishop. And for example, if I take the knight now, rook takes b3, I can take on e7. And the issue is I can't take with the knight because the queen is lost. And if I take with for example, the queen, then well, there is knight to d4 and there is rook is attacked and knight is attacked and white wins back the piece. So it's all possible. Let's hope so. Vishy sir, does not fall into some sort of trap here. That's very important. अरे ऐसी आ गया. Yes, what's your username? My username is surname. मैंने कहा username. Surname is Tikku. यो वर्धन भाई क्या हाल है? AGM बन गया आज में. अरे congrats Zaid भाई. But time is illusion. Yes, if you listen to Einstein, it is. But I'm sure chess players disagree. What's the strategy of classical games, something like Rapid? Not really. I think Rapid is different because Rapid mein, you have time to basically look at a couple of moves for a long period of time. But Classical mein, sometimes you can even take half an hour for a move if it's so complicated. So Classical has much higher level of chess than Rapid. There's no doubt. I was fascinated how quickly Wesley and Magnus finished, but of course the interesting game is Anish who gives off the air of someone who has checked all of his before, but we'll see. ये कहाँ बोला आनंद सर ने यार? Where did he say this? The game is still going on, right? What is the meaning of AGM? Aadha Grandmaster. Also, if you are a connoisseur, I guess Rajav's game is quite interesting as well. Honestly, Rajav's game was supposed to be a draw. So it should be a draw very soon. They will agree to a draw any moment. And that means we'll see one more Armageddon. Just a brief look at the Armageddon between MVL and Mamedyarov. We have this 1, 2, 3, 4 pawns against 1, 2, 3. So I think Mamedyarov should be, MVL should be completely winning this. And if he wins, that means he would basically get like 1.5 points and Mamedyarov gets 1 point. I think ये तो white का win है, clearly. It's a clear white win, yeah? Too many pawns. Is there an NM championship? Not really. In confessional booth. Acha! They have a confessional booth. Kya, that is so cool. I've missed it, man, for so long. I've missed the confessional booth for so long. Are, shit, I missed it. Anyways, let's go to the game of... क्या चला नीचे game, by the way? Oh, अभी भी सोच रहा है नहीं, अभी सोच रहा है भाई, अभी भी सोच रहा है भाई. They have no clue. This is such a complicated position. Like top grandmasters are taking like 30-40 moves for 1 minute for one move. Just imagine how much time that is. Let's go to Vishy's game now. A confessional booth means जहाँ पे players game के बीच में आके कुछ बोल सकते हैं. For example, there was this famous thing जहाँ पे Carlsen confession booth में गया था और उसने ऐसे किया था. Like I think there were some critics who were criticizing him and he was like shh before winning a game. So it's supposed to be a cool thing. Like ऐसे big boss में होता है ना, ऐसे मतलब घर के अंदर जाते हैं वैसे. Attention हूँ मैं, ladies हूँ. वाह, क्या बात कर रहे हो? अरे हाँ. Chat, do like the stream, yeah, chat. Let's go. Chat, let's go. Do like the stream. Let's get to, I don't know how many likes are there, but jaldi se 100 like और बढ़ा दो. And if you're here for the first time, लाल button होगा. Do click on that. Become a part of the family. Subscribe कर दो. Let's go, chat. Wesley So says he heard rumors about the defending champions China may not send a team to Olympiad. Yeah, I think they might not. They might not. Even I think so. Great thumbnail, bhai. Thanks a lot, yaar. Attention दो, मैं ladies हूँ. ये क्या ही है भाई? क्या ही creative chat. I have to admit. By the way, bishops e7 played, queen takes e7 played. This was the position we saw. Rook a b8, white took, black took, and now the knight is hanging. So white can either play rook a c1, and then we trade off some pieces. And this will put some pressure because again, after rook takes b3, the pattern is the same. We can play knight d4 and win the piece back. And white will again be better. For example, rook takes b2, for example, being very, very greedy. Now knight takes c6. And you know, chat, question for you. So I play queen to e8, let's say. And am I not absolutely fine? Like, what is the problem? Next move, I'm threatening the knight. Maybe, not yet, but maybe. What is white's move here, chat? What would white play in this position if white to play? भाई के shout out to your to Sahil Tikku. वाह, विशी क्या कर रहे हैं? विशी भाई खेल रहे हैं. By the way, tribute to Vidi. Yes, indeed. 97 check. Indeed, bhai. 97 check is the best move. And after this, Vishy will have to resign. So queen takes e7, and then rook takes c8, and queen f8, rook takes, queen takes, and Vishy can resign. So that's why in this position, I think that's not possible. So Vishy has to be careful still. That's analysis, Jamie. Don't worry, he's not losing. That's analysis, of course. I hope that never happens. It will not happen. Topalov is low on time. I know. By the way, chat, he has 36 minutes for 20 moves. That is an insane amount of pressure on him with no increment. 36 minutes for 20 moves. That is insane, dude. That is not easy to play at all. And it's still a complicated position. MVL has one, chat, indeed. MVL gets 1.5 points and Mamedyarov gets 1 point. Look at this pawn formation. Great pawn formation. Yeah, just knight here and takes on g3, and black could have resigned, so he resigned earlier. Wesley So won the tie breaks. They will also play tie breaks very soon. Tari and Radjabov. Anish Giri still playing his crazy game, still thinking. And Vishy Anand fighting for equality here. The game is not simple yet, man, because the thing is, it can be simple if white just gives the pawn back. Yeah, he plays knight d2, cool, the game is simple. I just take on b2, all chill. But can he find some attacking moves? For example, rook to c1. That's the main idea, the more ambitious move. But if he plays rook to c1, he gains some positional edge, but then he loses on the clock. You can see 35 minutes now. Dude, this is very, very dangerous. With no increment, having 35 minutes for 20 moves is a big deal. No, he's not lost. Yeah, he's not. The game is roughly equal, I would say. Don't you think classical game became boring at some point? आप commentary नहीं कर रहे होते तो सो जाते सब. Of course, भाई मेरा काम वही है ना कि लोग सोए ना. वही तो मेरा काम है भाई. I mean, but it's not boring. I think when you play a lot of classical chess yourself, I think that it becomes interesting automatically. Of course, Blitz and Rapid is more interesting. There's no doubt. Comparatively, it's more interesting. Vishy pawned on कैसे हो गया भाई? He played the best moves. Your favorite female chess player apart from Bote. Why would Bote be my favorite chess player? She's 1900. She can be my favorite streamer if I am, into her content. But she's not my favorite chess player. No offense. It's not boring. Yeah, exactly. I love classical chess, dude. I love looking at it. How do players react when they spend over 30-40 minutes, find that the move is not good enough? Man, they panic because they know ki matlab, they're low on time. They could not find a good move, and that's only going to put pressure on them again. Classical test match, longest but most interesting. Indeed. And now Topalov 33 minutes. Dude, he is under huge pressure on the clock. Topalov को गेम पहले खत्म करनी पड़ेगी. अगर गेम या इसको बहुत सिंप्लीफाई करना पड़ेगा. अगर उसे सिंप्लीफाई नहीं किया, he will be under huge pressure. And I think Vishy will definitely, I think Vishy should be fine purely because of the clock situation, because I don't think he will be able to come up with best moves one after the other when he has such low time on the clock. So Vishy should be fine. भाई हाथ हटा माउस से हार्ट अटैक आ जाएगा ऐसी लूजिंग मूव देखकर. नहीं भाई, कोई माउस नहीं है भाई. लूडो खेलते हैं बिल्कुल भाई. समझे भाई, डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन करो, कभी खेलेंगे. But Topalov can simplify. Yeah, he can, but then he loses the edge. No, he can simplify and make it simple for him, give back the pawn, but then he would basically lose his edge on the position, and then he will most likely not win. Or he can try to push on the position, hope for a win, but then he will be very low on the clock, and if he somehow doesn't win or doesn't simplify soon enough, then he might lose on the clock with one blunder. So, and he's not the guy in form. We saw, chat, by the way, I must point this out. We should not forget this match yesterday. It's a very important match where Topalov blundered this. He played queen c4 and then knight e3 was the blunder he missed. So he has the track record of blundering simple folks in this tournament. So we can expect blunders from Topalov under time pressure. So let's have full faith that Topalov can blunder. And chat, dekho, he played the move knight f to d2, which is not the most ambitious move according to the engine. Now, as a human, it does look logical. You defend the knight and do not lose the pawn. But now, knight to e5, and there is a lot of compensation. Also, you can also play rook d8, trying to go rook d3 maybe at some point. So black does have enough compensation for pawn. It's typical Benko gambit. Yeah, you have this B and A file. Sarthak Kapoor ji पूछ रहे हैं Andy or Alex, for what Sarthak bhai? For playing chess? For like enjoying their content? For what? आपको इस एज में भी डिस्कॉर्ड आता है? हाँ भाई. आपका क्रश कौन है टिक्कू भाई? भाई वो रिवील नहीं करते यार. 40 के बाद तो रैपिड ही चलेगा ना. There's no time. Yeah, 40 के बाद there's 10 second increment. That's it. 10 second increment. That's it. आपकी वर्ल्ड रैंक भाई, वर्ल्ड रैंक ऐसे फैलाते नहीं है भाई. भाई रेटिंग सिर्फ क्लासिकल से स्टार्ट होती है. ऐसा नहीं है. You can start with blitz or rapid as well, but I think classical is the one which is the most effective. Of course, of playing chess. No, I'm saying कि मतलब उनकी वीडियो देखने के लिए यूट्यूब पे, उनकी स्ट्रीम देखने के लिए, टू प्ले चेस लाइक एंड योर पोटेज, दैट इज वेरी वेग. एनीवेज, और अपना दोस्त है ना भाई, उसकी पैसे भी निकालते हैं ना. सार्थक अपना दोस्ती है, वो मजे दे रहा है मेरे, मुझे पता है. उसकी और पैसे निकालते हैं ना, और सुपर करेगा. वन गाय आई डोंट फील बैड अबाउट टेकिंग सुपर चैट्स फ्रॉम. फिर रेटिंग क्या है? 2201 हर्ष भाई. साहिल भाई आप मैरिड हो या सिंगल यार? Parliament ने chess क्यों छोड़ा? I think he was kind of not reaching 2700. He was frustrated about it कि 2700 नहीं पहुंच पा रहा था, and that's why. By the way, knight f2 played, and Vishy should probably play knight to e5 or knight to b4. Both of these moves, the idea being to head to c2, d3. These light squares, which are very, very tempting. Yeah, मतलब कितना tempting है. Knight b4 looks very strong, by the way, preparing rook c2 and knight c2. So there are many ideas. Let's see which one black goes for. I think दोस्त है सार्थकपुर, मेरा दोस्त है एक, वही होगा ये, और तो कोई नहीं होगा. Love you and your hard work, bro. Thanks, Abhinav bhai. Nice save, Sahil bhai. Into her content, गजब. ये क्या है भाई? मैंने क्या बोला? ऐसा कुछ बोला ही नहीं. Parag versus Nihal, who's most likely to become world champion? Dude, that's tough. That's very tough. I mean, it's like Parag versus Nihal versus Gukesh versus Arjun versus... Dude, it's insane. We don't know. Only time will tell. बहुत मजा आ रहा है अभी. अरे nice. आपके व्हाइट हेयर कब आने लगे? भाई व्हाइट हेयर बचपन से ही है मेरे. डजंट मैटर यार. आई मीन व्हाइट हेयर क्या ही रंग ही है ना भाई. जस्टिन ये बने तो जाम के व्हाइट करवाए थे यार. People in chat who are talking about chess are literally focused in their life. Indeed, exactly. And we should be focused, by the way. And Vishy is also focused. He's trying to calculate. That's his plan. He wants the best plan. Jaldi say how can he either win this pawn or gain some excellent square for his pieces. That's basically what he's looking for. White's next move will be queen e2. That's very obvious, to control the d3 square. So we also have to preempt that. He will play queen e2. How can we utilize this? It's also very important. Does Vishy have winning chances? He does. I mean, if you can win one pawn and get the rooks on the second rank, for example, or win the a4 pawn, there are some chances, but it's not like it's very difficult to win though. Chessmaker market, I think 2.75, 2.5. I've carried 20 moves ahead, but 90 of them are blunders. Nice. Vishy को बैक रैंक से बिल्कुल डर नहीं लगता भाई. बैक रैंक का चक्कर नहीं है. व्हाइट की रुक एक्टिव ही नहीं है ना. नाइट ब्लॉक्स द रुक, pawn blocks the rook. There is no check coming up, so back rank का चक्कर है ही नहीं यहाँ पे. You can play it later, of course, but you have more urgent jobs to do right now. What's your bit rate? I have no clue. I have to check here. मुझे याद नहीं है कितना bit rate रखा है मैंने. Sahil Tikku is my crush. Wow. Who won the Armageddon? भाई Armageddon में हुआ ही नहीं है. By the way, in Carlsen's Armageddon, Carlsen lost to Wesley So, and MVL defeated Mamedyarov. By the way, Radjabov and Tari have drawn. We'll see one more tiebreak start very soon between both of them. So that game will be very interesting. And Wang Hao against Anish Giri. Still Anish Giri calculating. I think he has taken like literally, I would say, 30, 40, 50 moves for this, minutes for this single move. I don't know how much time he's taken, maybe at least 40 minutes, I think. And he has to find rook to c5. That's the only move for Anish Giri to hold the game. Absolutely only move. Everything else loses. Everything else loses. So rook c5 is the best move, and then white has to play b3, and then black can play queen to b4 and threaten moves like queen takes b3 here. So white has to go back with queen g3 defending this, and the game goes on like this. It's a crazy, absolutely insane game where both sides have their chances. Both kings are weak, but he has to find this, which is not easy. Let's go to the game of Anand sir again, and what is he going to play, chat? Because all the youngsters' raw talent still more to improve, but my favorite is Parag, as he's always played attacking and complicated chess, unlike Nihal Mukesh. Yeah, we'll see. Although I think Nihal Mukesh are also very strong, but I agree with you. Parag is playing really well recently. He might not have seen rook c5 if Anish is in trouble. Indeed, if Anish loses, then man, Wang hoge chandi. This time measure of Vishy is reminiscent of when he was much younger. He was always used to build up huge time advantages. Indeed, that's absolutely true. In fact, even in Blitz and Rapid, we saw he's always right on the clock. Even against players like, Carlsen, Wesley, players were in their absolute peak form. He always was there 1 minute on the clock sometimes. Even in Blitz, dude, that's insane. What's your age, man? Manish bhai, guess karo, kitni age hogi yaar? Honest guess karna, kitni age hogi? Kya lagta hai? अरे प्राइड मंथ है, अरे प्राइड मंथ ठीक है भाई. Will you become IM this year? I hope so यार. I hope so, Nankishore bhai. Take a poll for juniors. Man, that's unfair. That's an unfair poll यार. मतलब we can't say. भाई उन्होंने 29 बोल दिया है. He has said 29 it is. ठीक है ना? 29 ही सही है भाई. बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने. ये लो अब 100 लिख रहे हैं भाई. I think अनीश जी समझ गए यहाँ पे नकली चीजें लिखनी थी. 23-25 के बीच. अरे वाह. You are 29 but you look 39. That might be possible actually. But still it's fine. 7-4-2-3-7. Thank you. By the way, let's go to the game. Okay, let's play knight b4 here. Let's go for knight b4 and let's play queen e2 for white, and let's black play, let black play rook c2. And now the thing is, if you try to defend, for example, rook a b1, you defend this pawn. Now I have, for example, I can play rook d8. That looks very natural. I could also play queen to d7, and now I am threatening the a4 pawn. And you can see after he plays a5, then comes knight to d3, and this is the scenario where Vishy could even win at some point. So knight is active, rook is active, and all pieces are passive. This knight cannot move because it's under a pin. That's the main issue. You are 30 years old. I saw on Google. How do you see on Google, भाई? मेरे Google पे एज थोड़ी होगी. 30 में हुआ नहीं उस साल यार. Hey Sagar, what if Anish plays queen a4? भाई wrong stream Shihari भाई. Unless you are teasing me. भाई शादी हो गई नहीं यार. 19.66 ये क्या? You look like Wang Hao वाला गेम देखो. Wang Hao में क्या हो रहा है यार? We saw this dude. पिछले 15 दिन से हम ये गेम देख रहे हैं. वो खेल नहीं रहा है अनीश यार. सोचे जा रहे हैं यार. Okay, he played queen to b4. Okay, very interesting move. So what he is doing is, he's first of all attacking the a4 pawn. So this rook cannot move anymore. He's also putting pressure here. So this knight and queen cannot move. And his next plan might just be knight to d4. So also a decent move by Vishy Anand. And again, chat, again, very important. Topalov has 32 minutes for 19 moves. Dude, not easy at all. 19 मूव खेलने 32 मिनट 1.5 मिनट है पर मूव विदाउट एनी इंक्रीमेंट. अनीश इज थिंकिंग डिनर में क्या खाएगा. नाइस. आपके चैट में मैट्रिमोनियल साइट चल रही है. सही है भाई, लोगों का भला हो जाए तो अच्छी बात है. हाउ डू आई एम अर्न मनी फॉर अ लिविंग? आई गेस कोचिंग इज द मेन सोर्स ऑफ इनकम. साहिल भाई, यू लॉस्ट वेट, लुक नाइस. अरे भाई साहिल, सागर मुझसे एक्चुअली पतले हैं. I thought about this move, but thought it's very bad. It's not bad because actually you attack a lot of things at the same time. You keep the knight attack, so knight still cannot move. You keep the pawn attack, you keep the pawn attack, so it attacks a lot of squares and also moves the queen from this passive to this active position. So it's definitely a good move. E5. So you would like to play E5, of course. That looks like a very logical move. But even just knight to D7, and how do you defend this pawn now? You can see this pawn is actually weak, yeah? So you have to play a move like f4, but f4 looks very weakening. King open ho raha hai. In fact, it can be captured, Mahan Tikku, but still, what else do you do? What else do you do? There's no defense, right? This pawn is lost. So black is already equalized, and he can also push baad mein, knight e5, knight d3, and I think white will be struggling here. So that's why I think this is not good. Why not knight f3? Batao bhai chat. Why not knight f3 here, chat? What does black play? Come on, chat. Actually, I thought queen b3 or queen b3, there's rook d7 actually. Maybe I'm wrong there. Even this is better, dude. Even this is better. Queen takes b2. I have 2 active rooks. This pawn is still weak. Yeah, queen b3 indeed. It's also possible. I'm actually fine here. But in fact, you can also just play knight d takes e5 apparently. Because after knight takes, queen takes e1, rook takes e1, knight takes e5, rook takes e5, rook takes b3, you actually would win it back. That's a very complicated variation, but yeah, it's kind of elementary at this top level, I think, at their level. Let's calculate better than Sahil. I think queen b3 is still correct. It's not the best move, but it's still correct. Yeah, it's still correct. Slow mode. भाई slow mode क्या करना है? आज खाने में क्या था? भाई खाने में पता नहीं यार. I think normal था कुछ पनीर. I love paneer, by the way. Will you be there in Chennai streaming something? I'll be there in Chennai for a few days for sure. There's a rapid tournament there which I'll play. And also I'll do some stuff around, but I'm not sure how many days I'll stay depending on how much stuff I have to do there. No, bhai, I don't know any Aarti Tikku. Paneer का नाम ना लो भाई. Paneer is the best, chat. Paneer is the paneer और राजमा भाई. बस ये तो मानना पड़ेगा ना. Paneer राजमा is the best भाई. Paneer राजमा रोज मिलते हैं तो मजा आ जाए. Anyways, chat, let's go to the game of Radjabov against Tari. Start हुई क्या? अभी start नहीं हुई है. Let's go to Wang Hao. Oh, Anish Giri found rook c5. Anish Giri found rook c5, dude. He found the move rook c5. It's crazy. He found this move. Best move. Chat, ye crazy hai. Both players finding the only moves. First bishop c4 by Wang Hao, and now rook c5 by Anish Giri. Crazy. How much do you charge for coaching? I have very limited time for coaching right now. I was just going for the courses by. They are much more economical, and that will be really, really helpful to you. I can promise you. Courses are really good, and they will really help you. Link description में मिल जाएगा आपको. How do I manage tournament cost? Through coaching, they have to earn it themselves. I miss Paneer भाई. क्यों याद लाया? Sorry यार. हाँ तुम तो जर्मनी में यार. टिक्कू भाई, you are in India's top 10,000. नहीं भाई, I'm India's top 200, I guess. Chat, we are so close to 24k subs. जल्दी subscribe कर दो यार. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe and like भी कर दो जल्दी से भाई. Let's go. पनीर बेकार है, क्या बकवास है भाई ये लादरी भाई. Anyways, let's go to the Vishy Anand game again. Chat, मुझे ऐसे फीलिंग आ रही है. मुझे फीलिंग आ रही है अंदर से. Maybe it's weird. मुझे ना अंदर से एक हंच आ रहा है कि Vishy will win this. I don't know why. I have this hunch कि Vishy Anand will win this. So maybe I'm wrong here. I could be. But I have this faith that Vishy Anand will win this somehow, because I look at the time first of all. That's my first clue. Topalov has 27 minutes for literally 19 moves. That is insane, dude. He has literally 1.5 minutes. And if he thinks for longer and longer, it will only get worse and worse. And it's not a simple position yet. It's not simplified yet, because he's trying to save the b2 pawn, and it's not going to be simple. Jinx kuch nahi hota yaar. You are the Akash Chopra, bro. Nice. He plays queen e2, by the way. Good move. And now Vishy could play knight d4. I think that was his plan from the start. Knight d4 looks like a great move, because we want to capture this pawn, and this knight is stopping us. So let's move the knight. In Bullet, they play 40 moves on. Yeah, but the thing is, the other player has more time, right? Okay, I won't predict. मुझे नहीं पता चैट क्या होगा. हाय राम, क्या होगा इस गेम में? हे भगवान, क्या होगा इस गेम में? मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है. ये लो भाई, बस. घी शक्कर वाला हंच, ये टेंशन वाला कौन है? Whom you are coaching? Whom you are coaching मतलब? Definitely not Carlsen. Vishy का sponsor होंगे ना यार. AG took 40 minutes to make a move. Yeah, man, he took a lot of time, but he found the best move. That's very important, I think. To find the best move here, because this is a tactical position with everything else losing is more important here for Anish Giri. So he found the best move. It was worthwhile spending that time. But not the case for Topalov here. Topalov still has to play a lot of moves. There are multiple moves which basically give him some sort of equality. So he has to find any one of them. Vishy simply winning on time. He's not winning yet, man. Like, because the thing is, 18 move खेलने हैं Light को. He has 27 minutes. If he wants to play quickly, he can. And it's not going to be lost. But what I'm hoping for is कि he tries to hold on to this pawn by, you know, deep thought. ये pawn तो मैं बचा के ही रहूंगा. मुझे मतलब XY की कसम. Like ऐसे सोचने लग जाए. And suddenly he could lose this. He could suddenly go under huge time pressure. I am buying a lottery tomorrow. Which number to choose? भाई lottery के लिए हमारा course ले लो भाई. More chances of some benefit in your life. I think the friends हमने सुना था. There are more chances of you getting hit by lightning 6 times in the same place than you actually winning the lottery. भाई knight d4 खेल सकता है क्या? हाँ बिल्कुल खेलना है यार. Knight d4 and you attack this knight and the queen. So knight takes d4, queen takes d4. I'm attacking this now. So b3 probably is the correct move. And then rook to c2 maybe is the attacking move, and black has some counterplay here. So this should be enough for compensation. Also, by the way, white could take this pawn, which looks a bit more scary to me because I can't really take with the rook because of queen takes c8. So rook c2 maybe. Queen goes back to e2. And do I take the pawn? Or do I go something else? Rook takes b2, I think there might be some problems here, yeah? Matlab, this pawn can run. Maybe this pawn can run. It's not so clear. a5. And white is better. So what is the best move? Chat, what is the best move here? Come on, chat. Let's come up with this. Instead of rook b2. The bar is telling us it's equal. What's the best move? Rook d8 doesn't feel like the correct move either because this will be a problem when the knight moves to f3 and I'm losing the game. Doesn't feel like it either. What's the best move, dude? It's a crazy position, right? Because Web GoLG h6 बोल रहा है. What's the idea of h6 भाई? मैंने भी देखा Engine is saying h6, but what's the idea of h6 भाई? Because I think back rank you should solve कर रहे हो, but it's very very weird because it feels like you should take the pawn. I get it. Nice. You want to capture on b2 with this rook. Arey, beauty. That's why h6. You want to capture on b2 with this rook. If, for example, a5, now I take with this rook and suddenly this knight is hanging. So let's say knight to f3, attacking the queen. I can move the queen and the queen is attacked. And suddenly after, you know, I don't know where you move, queen e3, queen takes e3, pawn takes, rook takes g2. Black is definitely equal. I mean, in fact, you know, here king f1 is in fact losing, so king h1 only move. And then suddenly you can imagine, yeah, some tactics. So I think this should definitely be a draw. A nice idea, by the way. Nice idea, yeah. Engine आपके पास है. भाई, engine की help लेनी चाहिए, but I think once you can't figure it out, first you try it yourself. I think किसी ने h6 बोला था भाई, उन्होंने शायद पता नहीं इंजन देखा कि नहीं देखा, बट वेल डन यार, if you did not see the engine. ये तो ड्रॉ हो गया, what the f. भाई अभी कुछ ड्रॉ नहीं हुआ है. ये तो we are analyzing variations chat. अभी कुछ भी ड्रॉ नहीं हुआ है. The game is still going on right now. People are thinking Vishy has 58 minutes and white has 27 minutes. What's the benefit of sponsors for sponsoring chess players? I mean, what will there be income from sponsoring? I think it's word of mouth. For example, if let's say the player does really well, of course your brand becomes famous, right? So, and it will require much less in terms of financial incentive for somebody to sponsor a chess player than, for example, you know, a cricket player or hockey player. So it's kind of cost benefit ratio. And Nihal is a huge sponsor, and in Akshay Kalpa, I think. So many players, all young players have them for sure. तुक्का लगाया था, गैस के. चलो, नाइस गैस. चैट स्ट्रीम लाइक कर दो यार जल्दी से. लेट्स डू लाइक द स्ट्रीम, एंड इफ यू हैव फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम अपने लाल बटन सब्सक्राइब का उसको पुचक करके दबा दो. हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ भाई. अक्षय कल्पा आई थिंक कंपनी है, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन इट्स अ मिल्क कंपनी, राइट? मे बी, आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट दिस. कोई कंफर्म कर दे अगर. By the way, he played knight d4. Knight takes d4, queen takes d4. So we have this position on the board. Yeah, I say black lot of sponsors with it. Indeed. Milk brand, right? Yeah, exactly. Dairy brand. So queen d4 played now, and b3 would be my move. I think that makes the most sense. Queen a6 we saw also possible, but as we saw after this variation with h6, it's actually your draw. So b3 would be my move. It makes the most sense to me. But let's see. Actually, guys, very good. Acha, okay. Which chess player in India makes the most money? I guess Vishy sir makes the most money. It has to be him. I find it otherwise. I mean, we are not really considering comedians like Samay here, so I guess Vishy would be the highest in terms of financial incentive, but I'm not sure. Do you think World Championship matches can be made in this format if Armageddon every match? Yeah, but that's not fun. No, World Championship is very serious, so you want to keep it very legit. So I don't think World Championship में suit करेगा है because it will be a bit too random. I think यहाँ पे stakes थोड़े कम है. That's why it works. Hikaru multi में yeah bro India की बात कर रहे हैं by the way. What about knight to b3? But e4 is hanging, right? I mean, I just take on e4, right? And then black is better because queen takes, knight takes. I still attack your knight. And I think black is at best equal for white or even might be better. So you have to play rook a1 the only move. So e4 pawn is also hanging. Even as you have Samay, Vishy will be still higher. I don't think so. I think Samay might be earning more. I'm not sure about this though. I think Samay might be earning more because he's more active, right? I mean, he's more active. Vishy sir is he's 52 right now. Yep, Hikaru is richest for sure, Ankur bhai. Wesley Topalov OP भाई OP क्यों भाई हराना है Topalov को भाई 25 मिनट है इसके पास for 17 moves. Come on Topalov भाई गेम दे दो यार मजे आ जाए यार. अगर Topalov भाई गेम दे दो बस दिल खुश हो जाए यार. मतलब for example ऐसे कुछ crazy move like knight to c4. By the way he plays b3, he plays my move. And now rook c2 I think should be the move for Vishy Anand to kind of pin this knight. Taki this knight cannot move for a long time. And yeah, rook on the 7th rank, usually a very good idea. Always, yeah, in most cases rook on the 7th rank, very active, putting pressure across all these pawns. And the king by the way, so yeah, good move. By the way, brief look at the armor game between Radjabov and who is this? It's Aryan Tari. And they had a draw in the classical and they have a kind of a similar position to Vishy and this, but okay, a bit different of course, but it's kind of similar in the way that black has this extra pawn on c4, but white has this center, yeah? The ideas are the same. So, yeah, the game goes on for now. Let's go to the game of Wang Hao against Anish. Oh, bhai, ye kya ho raha hai yaar? Bhai, white ka king is in the center, dude. What's happening? Ruko, bishop c4, rook c5, queen takes d7, rook takes c4 check, king to d3. Dude, this is a crazy position. Like, anybody could lose this. Anybody. I think he has to probably get rid of his back rank issues first, Anish Giri. But this is a crazy position. We'll follow this, of course. Let's go to Vishy Anand's game again. And I think he should probably play rook c2. I think that's one move. He could also play h6 as somebody mentioned. I think Venkateshwar mentioned. Yeah, you could play h6. All armor till now won by white. Yeah, that's true. And white kya edge hoti hai na? Because 10 minutes hai yaar. I think they've kept a lot of difference in the clock. 10 versus 7 is not fair. I think 10 versus 8 would have been better. I think it would be more fair, but 10 versus 7 is a bit too much, I think. White will always have an edge. Hikaru is not richer than Magnus. I doubt it, Vardhan bhai. I think in the last 2 years, Hikaru has earned a lot more money than Magnus, by the way. Topalov is using Anand's time. Yeah, but still, it's not always clear, right? Even Anand can use Topalov's time, yeah? It's a same deal. Anand game drawish है या फिर किसी का चांस है देखो अभी drawish है but if Anand sir does not find compensation if he wastes a couple of moves I think he'll be completely lost but if white plays a couple of mistakes he could be completely lost because black will have some active pieces so it's most likely a draw but either side can win but also important even if it is a draw you will still see Armageddon but in that case Vishy cannot get so lead if he wants so lead with 6 points 1.5 points ahead of anybody else, then he has to win directly. Topalov's flag is not Russian, it's Bulgarian, yeah. It's Bulgarian. He plays at 6. Good move, getting rid of any back rank issues. And now I think knight f3 is one move that is possible. And if you take on e4, I think I'll probably take on a6. And white will be like, theek hai bhai, I'm still a pawn up, 2 connected pass pawns. And it's very similar to what Vishy had yesterday against MVL. Yaad hai? Though connected pawns are very stronger. So I don't think he will go for this. So after knight f3, he'll probably move the queen back to b6 or someplace else. And he'll probably save the pawn. But that means Topalov is better indeed. Is this a primary earnings or do you have the job? It is primary earning right now. But I might have one later on. I have other plans. But I'm not sure yet. Depends on how the channel works. If Vishy wins, he'll be in top 10 in live rating. Yeah, indeed. That's also important. यो पिजाज भाई, चैट डू लाइक द स्ट्रीम इफ यू हैव फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. आपके सामने लाल बटन है, उसको सब्सक्राइब बटन को दबा दो, हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ. लेट्स गेट टू 24k सब्स जल्दी से भाई. थैंक्स अ लॉट. समय अर्न्स मोर देन वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वेल नोन स्पोर्ट्समैन इन इंडिया, बट समय इज अ कॉमेडियन dude. He's not a chess player. I think what people get confused is he's not a chess player. He did not get famous because of his chess. He got famous because of how funny he is. So he's a chess player, of course, but he doesn't earn money because of his chess skills. He earns money because of how funny he is. He is fucking hilarious, dude. I mean, 20. Thanks a lot, Ayush bhai. Topalov बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है भाई. वही तो, कब हारेगा यार भाई. नाक में दम करके रख दिया है बंदे ने. How many years does your FIDE rating exist if you still not active in the FIDE? Active I think 2 साल या 3 साल रहता है, but it will stay in the FIDE database forever though. Inactive के form में. I am also funny but no money getting. But he is funny on the next level यार. Unfortunately, I am also not too bad, I guess, in my sense of humor, but yeah. Worried at 12:13. Come on, let's go. भाई अगर इस बार भी अगर एम्बर हर्ड जीत गया ना केस, तो भाई I'll be so surprised, dude. भाई it will be a blow in the whatever, you understand, for every man ever, man. I hope कि भाई, I hope सच्चाई सामने निकले भाई. By the way, accuracy of white is 98.1, accuracy of Vishy is 98.6. He has a higher accuracy than white. Johnny Depp, dude. I want both to win, dude. मेरे को लगा Johnny Depp या Amber Heard पूछ रहे हो. ये क्या है भाई? Wesley So deserves to be in candidates. Many people do, Vamsi bhai. Many people. Like I think Vishy deserves to be there. I think Anish Giri deserves to be there. I think, you know, there are many players. MVL deserves to be there. Mamedyarov deserves to be there. They're not there. I think it's just a very short field, and that's the problem. I once cracked a chemistry joke but got no reaction. Nice one, yeah, nice one. Do you listen to any podcasts? I'm not a big podcast fan. I listen to one or the other sometimes, but not really, you know, regularly. Like ऐसे बोलते हैं ना वो passionately कि एक को follow कर रहा हूँ मैं, not really. Still, no way he earns more than Vishy. I'm sure he earns per year more than Vishy. At least that's my perspective of how the world works. I mean, look at how many views he gets on a single 1.5 minute comedy clip, and look at how many views he gets on an 8-hour COB stream. It's pretty much similar, and that tells you कि मतलब किसका scope है. I will support Amber Heard if we need to vote for the person whom we want to lose. ये क्या है भाई? They should have 14 players in single round robin instead of candidates. नहीं यार, I think this much is enough. 14 players बहुत ज़्यादा है यार. It's too much. Fire on the world when 2 OGs play. Arey, nice. I have increased rating from 800 to 1600. I would suggest working on tactics code sharp. First thing, that's very clear. Second, analyze your games. And third, either hire a coach or get some courses. I think those 3 will help you, man. Have you heard this song? Arey bhaiya, come on yaar. गाने वाने बाद में भाई. By the way, he played the move Rook 2A2. क्या चंट आदमी है भाई. Rook C2 prevent कर दिया बंदे ने. बिल्कुल prevent कर दिया यार Rook C2. And now Vishy has to be careful. He has to save this pawn. Either Rook C6 or A5 has to be played. If this pawn is lost, Vishy is completely lost in this game. So this pawn cannot be lost. Let's play Rook C6 or Queen A7 or A5. But whatever it is, let's save the pawn. Let's save the pawn. Depp versus Vishy, कौन पूछता है? वही तो exactly. Wesley is stunned. A5, Knight C4. But B3 is also hanging, right? So this should not be a problem, I feel. I can just take on E4, Queen takes C4, Knight takes E4, Knight takes A5, and oh, Knight C3 aa raha bhai. Knight C3 aa raha, dude. It's completely lost. So it's not working for white, unfortunately. So I think A5 is possible, Queen A7 is possible, and even just Rook C6. Come on, Vishy. भाई काश टोपलो ब्लंडर कर दे यार, मजे आ जाएंगे. बाय द वे, ब्रीफ लुक एट Radjabov's game in the time control, in the tie breaks, by the way. Oh, Aryan Tari winning against Radjabov. Bhai, Radjabov is not playing well, dude. I mean, he prepared for 2 years. 2 साल भाई उसने यूपीएससी की तैयारी करी, सॉरी चेस की तैयारी करी, उसके बाद भी he is not playing well. So Radjabov struggling in this tournament, even in the blitz section. Let's go to the game of Anish Giri. Anish finds at 6, so that means that black is still safe, still should be roughly balanced, but practically with time going lower and lower, anybody could win this. Let's go to the game of Vishy Anand again. 25 moves have been played by white, 24 by black, so it's roughly 15-16 move खेलने हैं, and Topalov has 21 minutes for it, and Vishy has enough time. Vishy has more than enough time. But chat याद रखना, 40th move के बाद भी सिर्फ increment मिलेगा, I think. As far as I remember, सिर्फ increment है, so 10-second increment is not enough. It's not much, to be honest. तारी ब्लंडर, क्या बात कर रहे हो? तारी ने G6 को खेला यार, ये diagonal क्यों खोल दिया इसने? Why did he play G6 तो? He opened up his, अच्छा वो hanging था क्या? Yeah, this is bad now. Bishop H8 looks like very strong. तारी ने मेरे बोलते ही ब्लंडर कर दिया. वाह तारी भाई, तारी भाई क्या ब्लंडर कर रहा है भाई, वाह 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 भाई. ये क्या था यार? Bishop P5 के कुछ और मूव नहीं है क्या? I mean, he had to play Bishop H3. That's the best move apparently. But I understand it's not easy to play, but still, man, like G6 cannot be the best move. I think there's no doubt G6 is not the best move. Let's go to Vishy's game. Oh, he plays A5. He plays A5. And now, chat, कल की game याद है? MVL ने pawn खेला था B4 में. Let me go back to that game. A brief look at that game. That's very important. So MVL in the last game had played a similar structure here. He played the move B4 here. Very similar. देखो, white had 2 connected pass pawns and black ने एक pawn से 2 को रोका हुआ है. That's very important. And similar structure here for Vishy. Vishy ने 2 pawn एक pawn से रोके हुए हैं. So ये pawn मरना नहीं चाहिए. कुछ भी हो जाए, बस ये pawn बोर्ड पे रहना चाहिए. तारी जी का वैसलीन लगा के रज्जा, ये क्या है भाई? आवाज फंस रही है टिक्कू जी, थोड़ा रेस्ट भी लिया करो. हाँ भाई, रेस्ट लेंगे यार. आपका इन्फ्लुएंस थोड़ा बढ़ गया है, आप भी फॉरेन प्लेयर्स को जिंक्स कर सकते हो. आ इतनी जल्दी नींद क्यों आ रही है मुझे? उफ, गेम खत्म नहीं होगा. गेम खत्म नहीं होगा, मुझे लग नहीं रहा है. एसटी प्लेड, या मेक सेंस. तारीफ तो तारी. By the way, now it's time to move the queen. I think let's get out of any discovered attacks. You could also play rook b4, trying to attack the e4 pawn. That's one move. You could also play queen b4 to get out of any discovered attack. And keep an eye on the b3 and the e4 pawns as usual. अगर 2 pawn attack करोगे, this knight can never move. If you play queen b4, this knight cannot move. And I think f3 is something white does not want to play, because after f3, suddenly rook c3, and black might be even better. That is the best part. The king is now weak, so that's why Vishy could technically also win this. It's possible, chat. Has it now become a little easier for Topalov to play compared to Vishy? I am not sure. Let me flip the board. The thing is, when you are a pawn up, it's very hard to voluntarily give that pawn. It's so difficult psychologically. So you will try everything in your right mind to save this pawn. And when this pawn is being attacked so heavily, with the rook, with the queen, this pawn is also attacked. So you will sometimes make some awkward moves to save these pawns, and that's when you will suffer. Which channel can you see confessions? I have no clue यार. I think जहाँ live footage होगी वहीं होगा. But confessions are once in a hour. They don't happen. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई players हर move के बाद confession. यार sorry रीटा, मैं cheat किया था तेरी दोस्त के साथ है. हर 5 मिनट confession कोई करने नहीं जा रहा. Let's go to the game of Radjabov once. भाई Radjabov also blundered. वाह. So people are blundering games like crazy, and now suddenly Tari is again better after knight to d2. Let's see if he plays this or not, but I think we should stick to the game of once Anish Giri. We'll see. It's equal. Let's go to Vishy's game now. Chat, now we'll stay to Vishy's game. I think बाकी सब game हो चुकी हैं pretty much. We already know. Let me do a roundup chat of all games first of all. Wesley So drew against Carlsen in the classical game. He defeated Carlsen in the tie breaks. Mamedyarov drew against Mamedyarov in the classical. He defeated him in the tie breaks. Then Teimour Radjabov drew against Tari in the classical, and he's playing in the tie breaks. And now Radjabov is completely winning. Finally, Wang Hao is objectively drawn, but for now the position is very complicated, so anybody could win. And the final game, Vishy against Topalov, Vishy's black pieces. Vishy has played queen to b4, so putting pressure here and here. Rook d8 possible to hai, it's possible. But I think what Vishy realizes is that rook c3 might be a better move. How can Hikaru be more rich when Magnus has ownership in Chess 24 MChess? Vardhan bhai, Hikaru earns, I think, probably, I don't know, like $100,000 a month or something. Like, it's insane how much money he earns. Even with Chess 24, Carlsen can only earn so much. How many moves left before increment? 14 moves, chat. बहुत time बचा है. नो चेस विद रिचर्ड एंड कार्पोन का या फॉर रशिया का है ना, उनका तो अलग है यार, उनका रशिया का अलग सीन है, दैट्स अ बिट डिफरेंट आई थिंक. ओह वाओ. अच्छा, नाइस, दैट्स क्रेजी. ओके, हमारी वॉचिंग चेस कम लाइव से ज्यादा है. दैट इज अ बिट वियर्ड, पहली बार देखा है मैंने ऐसा. एनीवेज, easily 100K a month, easily dude, easily. I know Stuart, but can you please praise Topalov so he blunders? Topalov भाई क्या खिलाड़ी हो रहे आप, मतलब आपकी मूव्स देख देख के तो लड़कियां पिघल गई. कम ऑन Topalov भाई. ये लो भाई, तारी गॉट मेल्टेड रियली, लेट मी चेक. अरे रे रे रे, तारी की तो मेल्टी हो गई रे. Knight e5 incoming. Yeah, Queen f8, Queen e7. Yeah. So Radjabov wins, chat. Radjabov goes to 1.5 points. Luckily, he wins this match. He was lost at 1 point. Let's go to the game of Anish Giri. कुछ हुआ क्या? कुछ भी नहीं हुआ यहाँ पे. Let's go to Vishy Anand game. नाम तो मैनस का है, याद रखेगा. Hikaru will buy people so he can remember him. ये क्या यार? Ayush, it must be higher. It must be higher. It must be higher, dude. It must be higher. Can confirm I am only a pile of goo now because of Topalov's move. ये क्या यार, pile of goo बोलने की क्या जरूरत थी. तारा क्या है भाई. Topalov's how many more moves in 17 minutes? He has to play 14 moves, chat, so it's not easy. Almost 1 move per minute now. Almost 1 move per minute for Topalov. 26 moves have finished and he has 17 minutes. Come on Topalov, हार जा भाई, मजे आ जाएंगे यार. Vishy pawn down हो गया यार. Opening pair backfired. नहीं, it's not backfired, chat. They played the best moves. They both played the best moves. Hikaru should be earning around $4-5 million per year. He should be earning even more, man. Maybe, who knows? Chat, do like the stream, यार. Do like the stream. जल्दी से stream like कर दो. And if you're here for the first time, अक्सर ये लाल बटन है, उसको पुचुक करके दबा दो. हमारी फैमिली में शामिल हो भाई. 100K में से कितना from streaming? Maximum, I think. Through sponsors and everything, he will be maximum from streaming, of course. Why Tari always gets to play despite of such average play? Man, he was a replacement for Richard Rapport actually at the last moment. ये देखो Hikaru Sim को. Who's Hikaru Sim? Accuracy, by the way, chat. Even though Vishy's a pawn down, White's accuracy is 98.2 and Vishy's is literally 98.9. It's literally 99. Perfect game खेली अब तक. Even with all this pawn down, he's played perfect chess. Yeah, Vardhan bhai, but Hikaru earns that in literally a week now. Just saying, he earns that much sometimes on some not in a week, my bad, but in a month maybe he earns more than that. 99 accuracy with so much time advantage. Yeah, exactly. And I think 15 minute bhai, 15 minute for 14 move, dude. I think Topalov दे सकता है game यार. I think now it's possible. Thanks, Utpal bhai. I think it's possible now. It's amazing how senior player Anand and Topalov managed to play engine moves even after this long. That's true. आपके subs तो घट रहे हैं भाई. वो ऊपर नीचे भाई, अगर 23,000 subs तो एक दो ऊपर नीचे तो होगा ना यार. भाई अभी कस्पारोव एक मैच खेल ले तो वो भी वर्ल्ड नंबर 2 हो जाएगा. हाँ भाई, हो जाएगा यार. तारी को मेनली हारने के लिए रखा है क्या? नहीं भाई, तारी plays well. We showed that in the blitz section as well. Sahil Tikku NM from India learns more than Hikaru. Yes. ये देखो भाई, विशी ने उसको 14 मूव दे दिए. अरे नहीं भाई, 14 मूव 15 मिनट. Dude, it's quite getting intense now. If they don't play, they lose. There is no increment भाई. Subs flex नहीं है भाई, मतलब सिर्फ facts बता रहा हूँ यार. Tari is Anish Giri second. Yeah, but still here I think they are kind of playing against each other. Yeah. Wesley ने chess 24 के चैनल बताया Hikaru Olympiad नहीं खेलेगा. That is kind of sad for US, but I think they will not. I mean, they have enough players to kind of battle it. Yeah. I mean, उनके रिजर्व्स में इतने खिलाड़ियों को घंटा फर्क पड़ेगा. उनके टॉप 3 प्लेयर ही देख लो यार. Wesley, Caruana और Aronian. It's insane. Chat, come on, dude. 14 minutes for 14 moves. Why, this is insane. Imagine getting flagged in a classical game. It happens though, Shiva. It happens. Do your parents consider 24 subs as an achievement now, or they ask you to pay for UPSC? No, but it's too late for UPSC, and I never had dreams for UPSC, so that's not on the table. Maybe there's a prep of Vishy, sir. Till a certain point, yes, but not till very long, to be honest. I want you to get your next child someday. Thanks, Vinbhai, for sure. Yeah, Shankland Dominguez is pretty strong, man. He's 2-6, 2-7-6-0. Remember last time someone lost on time in classical? It happens all the time. It happens a lot, dude. When you are in a worse position, sometimes you just lose hope and you don't realize the clock. Yeah, it's happened to me. I've lost on time once. In fact, twice, I think. I've lost on time twice in a classical game. It happens. Twice in my entire life though. By the way, 13 minute भाई गया. मुझे लग रहा है गया ये. I think he's gone. खत्म भाई. 13 मिनट में कैसे करेगा 14 मूव? Pernali, come on, 13 moves, 13 minutes for 14 moves. It's very difficult to come up with good moves now. Vishy is not winning, but he has very low time. Yeah, Topalov. 13 ko 14. Khatam. Bye bye. Goodbye. Exactly. It does feel like chat. I think Vishy should be fine now. I don't think he's going to lose this. Either draw or wins. I don't think he'll lose this. I mean, 13 move. Queen E1 खेला है, but now just rook to C3, and Vishy is putting more and more pressure. In fact, just to tell you the engine evaluation, for the first time in many moves, it's minus 0.06. Just to mention the evaluation, just to show you कि मतलब it's now turning into territory जहाँ पे it might go wrong for white. Flag हुआ तो जीत जाएंगे Vishy sir, बिल्कुल. Caruana Italian है ना? Yes. Caruana was born in Italy. I think he was Italian and then he shifted to US. Do you think we'll play Candice for the next fight? I think he could play it in 2 years, man. It's totally possible. I think he just needs to solve his time travel issues. As far as I could see, it was so obvious when Tata Steel में था, I think. It was very obvious कि last के moves में चक्कर हो रहा था. Otherwise, with Dubov against Vidit, dude, what a game. Glitch तो नहीं है ना? नहीं भाई. Come on, let's go Vishy. Rook C3. By the way, knight H5 is possible, yeah. Knight can come to F4. Some tactics there. Let's see. In general, it was a tough decision for both Ariza and I felt we needed rest, kind of aware of the climate during summer where I feel I could get sick. Yeah, so basically what happened was, I think Firuza said मैंने नहीं खेलना and MVL ने कहा हाँ, so Firuza and I decided, we're not going to play. I think that's what basically happened there, most likely. Will it blend against Prague? That's the turning point in Tata Steel. Yeah, I think so. Exactly. US team is like assembled computer. Yeah, but it works. It just works. Today, ML accuracy 99.7. Crazy, dude. Knight sack कर दो. टोपलो सोच के हमें जिता देगा. ए तुम मत खेलो रे. Knight sack कर दो. Rook C6 is possible, but अगर खेल ही रहे हो, देखो हमने Rook C6 क्यों खेलना था? To defend the A6 pawn. Now that we have played A5, Rook C6 makes there's no sense in this. अगर डबल करना ही है तो पूरा आगे जाओ ना यार. कितना आगे बढ़ सकते हो? You can't go to C1, you can't go to C2, but you can go to C3. And if the knight moves, just Rook takes B3 then. So let's go to C3 now. Ironically, US has no in-house super GMs. That's true. Can we get blended scotch delivered to your home when you reach 50k? But I don't drink, to be honest, so that will not be the best gift, but 50k is far away anyway, so let's see. Shank and US का, yes. Increment नहीं है भाई, no increment. 12 मिनट है उसके पास literally. Accuracy at this age with not much playing practice tells why they were world champions. Indeed. Well said. Giri game. Let's go to Giri's game once. By the way, a brief update. Radjabov has indeed won. So that's over. In Giri's game, Rook C1 was played. That's one of the good moves there. So it's still equal after Queen to B4 and Queen to C5. It's supposed to be still equal. Let's say Queen C5, Rook C4. You take with the bishop. The king dances somewhere, maybe D2, Queen F2, King C3 maybe, and then Queen F3, King C4, Queen H1, and we reach this Queen endgame, and this should be a draw pretty much. So we will see one more Armageddon. I think, chat, honestly, so far, we might see all Armageddons because सारे के सारे draw हो रहे हैं भाई, सारे के सारे. He has played Queen before. We might see this variation happen here. Let's go to Vishy's game now. Vishy thinking, he's taking his time. And chat, very important. अगर तुम खेल रहे हो OTV chess, this is a very important tip. If your opponent is low on time, even some rapid chess game, don't hurry. Don't try to defeat him on time. Find the best moves ताकि वो गलती करने के chances maximum हो. Remember, if he has a few seconds or a few minutes, he can't find the best defense. So don't try to hurry just because your opponent has low time. And that's what exactly Vishy is doing. He could hurry here, play some sharp moves quickly, tuck, 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 something. But he's taking his time, trying to find the best moves. And then he will play them, putting the max pressure on white here. So he has enough time. He doesn't care. यार वो मेरी उम्र सोच लेगा, Topalov मेरी उम्र सोच लेगा. He doesn't care about that. He finds the best moves. Topalov has not beaten Anand in close to a decade. Yeah, but he's not played in close to a decade, dude. US does not have any in-house citizens. Forget GMs. Okay, that's kind of true. भाई कुछ vlog वगैरह बनाया करो. भाई vlog के लिए कहीं जाना ही पड़ेगा ना यार. In last season, Kasparov lost like 400 ELO points in blitz. Isn't that insane? Yeah, man, not 400 I think, but yeah, he lost plenty. और एक क्रो क्या है भाई? Anyways, Vishy thinking still. Hikaru Caruana are American. Caruana was Italian, Hikaru was Japanese, so they are not really native to America. They traveled to America at some point in their lives. What about playing second, third best move? It leads to a complicated position. That's possible. That's a good suggestion, Ankit bhai. But the point is, ऐसा ना हो कि मतलब second, third position much worse. So let's say the best move is plus 1. And the second best move is plus 0.6. Yes, you can go for the second best move. But ऐसा ना हो कि best move is plus 1 and second is plus 0. Don't lose your advantage because of it. Somehow I feel. मतलब देखना पड़ेगा कितना difference है. Other results. Wesley So defeats Carlsen Chat in the tie breaks. MVL defeats Mamedyarov in the tie breaks. And, I think Radjabov defeated Tari in the tie breaks. These are the results for today. And for now, 2 games remaining. First of all, Wang Hao against Anish Giri, which should end in a draw. I think so far it looks like a repetition will happen very soon. And then we'll see Armageddon here. And finally, Vishy Anand against Wesley Topalov, which is kind of equal for now. But because White has very limited time on the clock, it is possible that, Wesley Topalov might blunder or make a mistake at some point. So let's wait for this and see how it turns out. As far as I know, Hikaru has German roots, Ramachandra, as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but it's not like 200 years. Maybe his father was from Japan then, as far as I know. ये क्या ऋषभ भाई, सौरभ भाई ये क्या है? Why is Vishy wasting time? He's not wasting time, chat. I mean, just because he's not moving doesn't mean he's wasting time. He's trying to calculate. Prag, Arjun, Nihal, Ukesh in the next candidate. Is it possible? I don't think so yet. I think they will need to wait for another one. Not for candidates इस साल है, अगला वाला होगा 2024 में. It is possible, but unlikely. Vishy went to how many moves are left in the increment? Chat 13 more moves remaining, so Topalov has to play 13 moves in less than 13 minutes, which is kind of ridiculous pace to keep at in classical chess when your opponent has like 45 minutes. Yeah. Do you have any pre-match rituals? Dude, there are many super chat. Chess players के ना बहुत ridiculous superstition होते हैं. I can't even tell you. I think even Vidit has this. Like I saw this interview where he mentioned कि एक बार if he wins in a certain something, Vidit था कि कोई और था, I don't know, certain shirt, he will play it throughout the tournament. I think he did it once. I heard about one player जो मतलब washroom में एक ही urinal में जाता था because he was like कि उसी में जाऊंगा तो तभी जीतूंगा. I saw one guy who was like कि who was like कि मैं फोन हमेशा आर्बिटर के पास दूंगा तभी मैं जीतूंगा. Like so many crazy ideas. By the way, Rook B2 played. He defends the B3 pawn now, and now Vishy has a couple of ideas. He could play Rook D3 to try to keep this pressure and then double the rooks on the D file, or he could start moving his knight because for now knight is kind of not doing much. It's putting pressure here for sure, but it can come to F4 sometimes. Time ticking now, indeed. And time is ticking. उसने immediately Rook B2 खेल दिया. He can feel the pressure. And chat ऐसा नहीं है कि 40 में हो जाएंगे, उसको कुछ 50 मिनट मिलने वाले हैं Topalov को दहेज में. उसको तब भी इसी क्लॉक से खेलना है, बस 10 सेकंड इंक्रीमेंट मिलेगा. So Topalov is kind of screwed on the clock for the entire game now. So do you have any OTV fairs while playing? For sure, man. Losing is one of them. भाई I can't beat my opponent easily. ये क्या है भाई? बेलन लेके आता हूँ. Anyways, now Vishy thinking maybe. Now this pawn is defended for now. It's still, the knight can't still move. I feel you can still take. I think so. Okay, but he'll take on a5, right? He'll take on a5, or I'll take on d1. Okay, it can't be moved now. So what is the deal? So white is just waiting. Yeah, I think he just played a now normal move. I don't think white has any active plans, to be honest. I don't see any. You can't play rook c2. You can't really move the knight. You can't really move. I mean, you can move this rook, but where? I mean, there's no good square. So it looks passive. It looks passive. When is MPL tournament? Which one do you mean? Do you mean वो Indian chess tour? वो कल से है यार. भाई तमिलनाडु गैम्बिट सीखा, रोटेशन समझ नहीं आ रही है. अरे ये क्या यार? No more 15 or 30 minutes after that. I think this game will finish in the next 20 minutes for sure. Because time बहुत कम है Topalov के पास and he might just splinter. Rook d8 played. So now he kind of puts pressure here. His next move will be Rook d3. That will be chat. By the way, important. Let's say King h1. ठीक है? And now Rook d3 is winning. It's winning. Because this knight is an eternal pin now. You can never move this knight. You can never move this knight. The only way to move the knight is to defend the rook. But if you play Rook b1, I just take on d2. So that's why I feel that Rook d8 is a good move. And now white has to come with a solution here. Knight d7 is possible. Yes, that's possible. You could do it. You could do it. That is a good plan, by the way. You can put even more pressure on b3. Don't people feel scared in going to bathroom while playing against Topalov? नहीं भाई, I don't think anybody would take him seriously the second time. First time कुछ लोगों ने seriously लिया भी होगा. Second time तो कोई seriously नहीं लेगा यार. 3 समय chat. Do like the stream chat. Chat. जल्दी से stream like कर दो. And if you're here for the first time, आपके सामने एक लाल बटन है, उस पर लिखा होगा subscribe. उसको दबा दो. हमारी फैमिली में, ग्रोइंग फैमिली में शामिल हो जाओ भाई. It will be awesome to have you there. It will be awesome. Thanks a lot. Players will not get extra time. No extra time, bhai. No extra time. What will happen if someone farts in why? I guess you can't do much about it. पुचक करके दबाओ भाई, पुचक करके. Let's go. और 24 हो चुके हैं चैट. Let's go. Who are you supporting for the candidates? किसके मैच दिखाओगे स्ट्रीम पर मोस्टली? I am not sure who I will support. I will decide it slowly. Let's see. Let's see. Advance Platinum 1 million subs. Thanks भाई, बहुत जल्दी विश कर लिया आपने उसके लिए. I think. Move number 28 chat. कर लेगा Topalov वो वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में. इतना लल्लू तो नहीं होगा यार. लल्लू की बात नहीं है. We saw yesterday he blurred of exchange यार. Thanks a lot chat for 24k. बढ़िया यार, 24k हो गया. Nice, finally after a long while. आज प्रसाद चढ़ाऊंगा. वाह. Thanks a lot chat. Thanks a lot यार. मैं टूथपेस्ट काट तो कर नहीं रहा हूँ. Thanks अक्षर भाई for the hearts यार. How about e4? e4 तो already है यार. 24 में 24k होता तो you can complain to arbiter. I don't think they complain for farting to arbiters. I really doubt that. भाई मैग्नस के गेम का क्या हुआ? By the way, he plays rook d to b1 and chat जो मैंने बोला था. Now, knight to d7 is slightly better for Vishy. Let's go, knight d7, knight c5. किसी ने चैट में प्लान दिया था. Congratulations, आपका प्लान बिल्कुल सही है. Knight d7, knight c5 और knight d7, knight d5. Both are excellent moves. The idea is to get to d3. And now Vishy is slightly better, chat. Slightly better. Crazy, bhai. Let's go to Anish Giri's game. What's happening here? I don't think it's winning. I think it's still a draw. It's still a draw, chat. Looks like a draw to me. Anish is still drawing. And let's go to... Oh! What the fuck? What the hell is this? What the... Did I play this? What the hell is this? Bishop b5 check. What? What the hell is this? I hope it's a transmission error. Draw हुआ ना? I hope it's a transmission error because this is like a ridiculous move. Because bishop b5 check, dude, queen is lost. I mean, if he plays this, he should probably retire. No offense, but if he plays this, he should retire, I think. I would retire. Okay, maybe I don't know if I'm retire, but I would retire if I played king d4. Yeah, maybe it's like they agreed to a draw, yeah? Who knows? They drew, okay. They drew the game, okay. That is more sensible. They drew the game and they put the kings on d4 and d5, okay. That makes sense. Print mistake, wow. So they drew the game. We'll see Armageddon very soon. Not a Nepo moment, chat. This is not a Nepo. Nepo has made much better blunders. Yeah, they have drawn, chat. They have drawn. And that means we'll see the Armageddon very soon. Let's go to the game of Vishy Anand again. Chad, Vishy is now slightly better after the move knight d7. Let's hope so he finds it. Guha moment. Bhai, I blundered a rook, bhai. It was complicated. Itna simple nahi tha. Imagine king d4 and draw. Yeah. Arjun was first MPL. Then why hasn't he got chance to play CCT? He has to win the entire tour, bhai, for it. Please show Vishy's game. Yeah, we are back on Vishy's game, chat. And now the problem for white is his pieces are so passive. And देखो chat कितना important है. One pawn controls two pawns. So white का जो extra pawn था, it's completely useless. And now I have stopped white's advantage. Now I can use my advantage here. Get the knight to d3. My rooks are active. Just compare the rook on b1 to d8 and b2 to c3. Just compare these rooks, how active black's rooks are. It's enough composition for pawn. आपने फोक किया था भाई, वो एक सेकंड था मेरी क्लॉक में भाई. ये क्लासिकल खेल रहे हैं लोग. मैं एक सेकंड में ब्लिट्ज खेल रहा था भाई. बहुत डिफरेंस है. Thank you so much for the stream. Really enjoy the stream and helps me a lot. Of course, Naveen bhai, I'm here for the stream. Of course, glad to help you. 1 minute पे फूल तो नहीं भूल भाई. 1 minute दूर है भाई. नहीं यार, तो भाई आप ही भूल जाओगे 4 दिन में. Why not? You can play this, but I feel that, now that white has defended the b3 pawn, he can just go knight c4. And somehow your a5 pawn is again kind of, a bit shaky. We cannot afford to lose this pawn. ये ध्यान रखना. अगर हम ये हार गए तो कल जैसे विशी ने एमविल की हालत करी थी, वैसी विशी की खुद की हालत हो जाएगी. So उसका ध्यान रखना है हमें. We cannot afford to lose this pawn. उसीलिए तो नाम लिया. उसीलिए तो नाम है. अरे, indeed, chess assist. Oh, he plays it. He plays it, dude. He has played knight to d7 indeed. Let's go. Knight d7 played, dude. Knight coming to e5 or c5. Then to d3. Bhai, he finds the best move. Discord पे कब जाओगे? कल सुबह. He's not winning yet, chat. He's not winning. He's slightly better. But something, yeah, something. It's like a double-edged position. Any small inaccuracy and the game is lost. It's not like any small inaccuracy game is lost. But the problem is white is trying to... मैंने कहा था ना? What did I tell you? White's going to try everything, every awkward move in the world just to save his extra pawn. Because he has low time on the clock, he doesn't have time to calculate the compensation. He goes for this. And in that situation, maybe he will not only, draw the game, he might also lose. कितने moves बाकी हैं? I think अभी 11 moves बाकी हैं. So 11 moves go. And 9 minutes. Dude, 9 minutes for 11 moves. How will he do it? I don't know. Thanks a lot, Nadve, for 24k. Time difference ज़्यादा ही लग रहा है. Exactly. 8 minutes now, dude. It's not happening. He's going to blunder, chat. Blunder incoming. मुझे लग रहा है भाई. I think blunder incoming. Topalov पे बहुत pressure होगा अभी. बहुत pressure होगा. Chat, do like the stream if you're here for the first time to subscribe. भाई, I think Wesley कह रहा हूँ भाई. Topalov पे इतना pressure है. कभी भी गेम दे सकता है भाई. Topalov भाई, come on, Topalov भाई, let's go. Blunder कर दो भाई. Thanks, Rupak bhai. Vishy's accuracy, chat. Accuracy देखो. Topalov 98.1. Vishy is 99.0. Dude, इससे better accuracy possible ही नहीं है. 99.0. What a game again, dude. Blunder करने लायक पर position बन सकती है यार. एक pawn देना है बस. एक pawn अगर मिल गया ना हमें, suddenly black is better because he's already better here. Which chess excites you the most? I guess Anish Giri. He's very funny. Sharma ji, -1% कहाँ गया? Vishy stockfish. I think your moves in your opponent's time should be banned. Not really, man. I think that's time management. Yeah, it's really simpler. Then there is a problem. Then there isn't a problem, but it's not, which is why Topalov is under pressure. Exactly. The thing is, he held on to his extra pawn for his dear life. Yeah, पूरी जान लगा दी, and now his pieces are passive. Everything is passive. Yeah. And is slowly going to feel this pressure जहाँ पे pawn भी जाएगा और position भी. Yeah, knight c5 is possible. Knight c5 and knight t5, by the way. Heading to d3. White players always have to soft, light, weird handshakes because, I mean, I personally don't like, strong handshakes because I don't know where my opponent's hands have been. And honestly, I've seen this thing in European countries. People don't wash their hands after going to the washroom. Even after going number 2, they don't wash their hands. I'm not even kidding about this. Since then, I have learned a lesson not to shake hands. Bhai, who's the second? Koi nahi, bhai. Does not going to make sense in the classical match? Even draw should be considered. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. कितने मूव बाकी है भाई? 11 मूव बाकी है भाई. 11 मूव रिमेनिंग. टोपलो के 6 मिनट है भाई. 6 मिनट dude. 6 मिनट है. I guess they use toilet paper, so they are like कि भाई हाथ साफ है. I don't know. I've seen many people not wash their hands. तब से मेरा पूरा विश्वास उठ चुका है. Anyways, can I play to become your second rating match? So Sunai bhai. By the way, chat, let's go. Bhai, how will he play this? How do you play 11 moves in 6 minutes? I just don't know. 30 seconds per move. Yeah, but difficult, dude. That's very difficult to play. 30 seconds per move is like you're literally playing on increment, right? Very difficult, especially when you have take a very important position here to handle. Was Vishy ever better just this game? No, I think he was always equal or slightly worse. He was not better at any point, I think. This is the first time I think he's slightly trying to push. Top engine move क्या है white के यहाँ? Top engine move is apparently queen to e2 or queen to f1. I think queen f1 is a bit weird. Queen e2 feels more logical. No increments till move 40 chat. He has 5.5 minutes now, dude. Oh, he played queen e2. Finally, he played queen e2. But chat, he has 5.5 minutes for 10 moves. That is not comfortable. Let's go knight to e5. Knight to e5, knight c5. Both moves are possible. Vishy might not still win this, but if anybody can win this, it's Vishy. White cannot win this anymore. It's not happening, chat. It's not happening. How many minutes? No minutes. Only a 10-second increment. No minutes, I think, as far as I know. Look at the piece play. Exactly. Black pieces are very active. Both knight moves looking very tempting. I think both have different plans. Knight on c5 basically attacks b3 and e4. It's more of a counter-attacking move. Knight on e5 basically prevents knight c4, prepares knight d3. So it's kind of a limiting move as well. So it depends on how you want. Also, this knight can go to c6. So still control this, boundary of b3, a4. a5 pawn unsung hero. Indeed. तुम भाई वैसे सो अरे भाई नहीं यार. What's the use of a second? Second basically helps you prepare openings, man. For top players, they hire other players who are very strong, maybe slightly weaker than them in some cases, to help them prepare openings. Vishy and winning this time pressure is immense. Man, the thing is, position is a bit simplified. Like there are not many pieces on the board, so it's possible that Topalov finally realizes कि भाई simplify करते हैं, let's head off into some sort of endgame where I can actually hold. So maybe he comes to his senses. Thanks Aditya भाई. कितना move? 10 move और यार. 10 move for white, 11 for black. Stockfish should be named to stock Wish. And then European textures on hygiene. I don't know, man. I don't want to diss anybody here. I just saw many people do it. तब से मेरा विश्वास थोड़ा उड़ गया है. I think if a pawn is key, यार. Yeah, it's very important. If this pawn falls, white is winning. So we cannot lose this pawn. Queen पे खेलेगा तो, but we then will win the pawn, right? If queen b5, I take, play rook b8, capture this pawn, and I win the pawn, right? So I gain the pawn back with a slightly better position. So I'm happy. Ved का second कौन है? I think he's had different seconds. I don't know exactly which one is it right now. I think it will be a draw. Yeah, most likely a draw, chat. But यार ना, draw is not the end. Draw के बाद Armageddon होगा भाई. By the way, the Armageddon between Wang Hao and Anish Giri is about to start as well. वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. But फिलहाल के लिए this game is very important. I think 5 मिनट. And chat, ये 5 मिनट क्या है? It will not increase. So it will be like ये time हमेशा के लिए इतना ही रहने वाला है अब. Are you someone second? Not नहीं यार भाई नहीं not really. Amish Shah is a chess fan. वाह वो toilet paper use ये क्या यार? Topalov exchange के लिए try करेगा. Exactly. He'll try to play queen b5, exchange a few pieces, and hope for the best. Only white has one Armageddon. Yeah, it's kind of unfair, I feel. Armageddon, I think white is going to win most games because time difference बहुत ज़्यादा है. Prakhar second. I think उसको coach बोलते हैं. Second is different than a coach in some cases. You can quickly have Raja's game. I missed it. I'll check it after the game ends. भाई अभी के लिए इसमें focus करते हैं. Raja game, I think they drew the classical game and he won the tie breaks, and it was a kind of back and forth game. He was losing at some point and winning, then losing. How are colors decided for Armageddon? It's the same colors. If you have black in the classical, you have black in the Armageddon. Nahi coach, nahi second. For Indian youngsters, it's a great advantage that you have so many coaches working for free, becoming seconds, whereas other players simply Vishy never had the support. I don't think they are working for free. I think the youngsters have sponsors which basically pay for the coaches. I don't think all the coaching camps they attend, especially privately with coaches, would be free for them. But yeah, जो ऐसे फॉर्मेट्स होती है, those are free. My dog got stung by a bee. भाई 12:30 बजे वर्ल्ड टस का वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. Advantage कितना है? I think it's light only, like minus, I would say minus 0.5 or something, not much. It's not like a winning position, but only Vishy can win this. इन सबको सोने के टाइम पे चेस आता है, इंडिया आता है भाई. Chat like the stream यार, if you're here for the first time, do subscribe the channel guys. पहले तो ब्लैक से ड्रॉ करना पड़ता है, उसके बाद आर्मागेडन में हार जाओ. ये तो है यार. I think black is suffering in this tournament because he has very low time with the black pieces, 7 minutes. So it's kind of a bad deal for black, yeah. Standings last में देखेंगे chat. Once we have finished all the games, अभी देखने का point ही नहीं है. I can't believe Vishy is still pushing. Dude, it's insane. अक्षत भाई खुद सोचो यार. खुद सोचो तुम. To kind of play a game with the chat accuracy पता है कितनी है? Accuracy is literally 99. To play a classical game with the black pieces, even though you are a pawn down, you have a higher accuracy than your opponent. Just imagine the skills you require for that. It's insane. इतना इग्नोर तो मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड भी नहीं कही थी. तो टिक्कू भाई ये क्या यार? शर्मा जी नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. जॉनी एम्बर का वर्डिक्ट केस आ गया, 12:30 को बताएंगे. एग्जैक्टली भाई, वो भी क्रेजी है, वो भी देखना है मुझे. आई होप यार, आई होप जो भी सच है वो पता लग जाए. Let's go Vishy, come on. Knight development. How many more moves for increment? 10 moves. And the thing is, even if 10 second add होते भी है, क्या ही घंटा फर्क पड़ेगा भाई? है तो 5 मिनट ही ना. As far as I know, there is no increment. Like direct increment time नहीं मिलेगा. He will not get more time to play, only increment. So in that case, I think it's not much. मेरा जॉनी जीतेगा. Is Magnus best player ever born or Kasparov? I think it's hard to say. Kasparov was definitely more, ferocious in a way. But maybe Carlsen is slightly better because of the resources he had. Twitch पे स्ट्रीम करना कभी करेंगे यार, करेंगे. आई थिंक अभी अगले 4 दिन थोड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि भाई बहुत सारी स्ट्रीम्स है. कल दिन को भी स्ट्रीम है भाई, कल रात को भी. कल मेरी 9 घंटा लगातार स्ट्रीम है भाई. सो बेसिकली 9 आवर्स रेगुलर स्ट्रीम है. सो या Magnus drew Caspi at age 13. Exactly. Fisher और Carlsen में कोई बेस्ट? For sure Fisher dude, for sure. They use tissue, they don't need to use water. भाई हाथ तो धोने होते हैं यार. No offense गौरी, I mean कल किसका था मैच विशी का? कल I think I will have to check. Tomorrow he's playing Wang Hao. तो Wang Hao को पिला सकता है भाई. Vishy has white pieces against Wang Hao tomorrow. Totally possible to defeat, yeah, totally possible. Yeah, Vishy is calculating everything. Knight A3. I think you mean Knight D3, yeah. कल कौन सा स्ट्रीम है मॉर्निंग में? भाई कल वो है यार, एमपीएल इंडिया चेस टूर है. And I'll try to stream it as well. फिर I think उसके बाद ये वाला होगा. भाई तुम छोड़ो ना यार. Let's forget the toilet paper status यार, छोड़ो. Hey there, I'm still Indian number 1. Nice. Vishy calculating till checkmate. I don't think there's any checkmate. He's trying to find out what is the best way to give me some winning chances. He has realized already this is equal, yeah. He's not worse. So he's trying to basically figure out what is the best variation? Is it knight c5 or knight e5 which will give him the best winning chances? Would you become someone's GM asked if Kraken asked? Not really, bhai. I am not as strong to become a GM second, I feel, because after all, GMs are 2500. I think a second should be maybe an IM for a GM. That makes more sense. Arey Nankishore bhai, thanks for the super chat, yeah. Thanks a lot. Love you, bhai. Thanks a lot, yeah. 201. Bhai, every single stream, dude. Thanks a lot, yeah. Thanks a lot. He played rook to b8, by the way. He played rook to b8. So that's not the move we expected, but it's also a good move because it put pressure on this pawn. And now knight c5 is incoming. I think he's kind of revealed his strategy now. कि अब knight c5 खेलेंगे वो. I think this is kind of obvious. Vishy finding the best move will, and also prevents queen b5, by the way. He prevents the move queen b5, so even though it might not be the best move according to the engines, for example, the overlords, as we say, it might still be practically the best move because it gives him some chances. Let's see. Will be able to get player cams? I don't think so. Chess20 will give the player cams, right? Because then they will lose viewers. So, and I mean, I would love to have the cams of Nihal and Arjun if I can. That would really help, but I'm not sure they'll give it. So, I'll just focus on the stream, bhai. उसमें इतना important नहीं है. I think player cams are not that important. At least ऐसा मुझे लगता है. Maybe I'm wrong there. आमगडन के रिजल्ट बता दो अब तक. ये टिक्कू सर, अरे भाई फिलहाल सारे के अब तक ड्रॉ हुए हैं. चैट सारे के सारे ड्रॉ हुए हैं. Armageddon में Wesley So defeated Carlsen, MVL defeated Mamedyarov, Radjabov defeated Tari, and Wang Hao Anish is, I think, is still not started apparently. So we're still waiting for it. मजा आता है रिएक्शन देखने में. हाँ, but बहुत रेयर होते हैं रिएक्शंस यार, बहुत रेयर. And I think you will agree कि मतलब रिएक्शन कार्लसन का देखने में ज़्यादा मजा आएगा than reaction of, for example, a noob like me in a chess tournament. I think people prefer the cams of famous players. At least that's my idea. जहाँ तक मुझे समझ में आता है. I guess by playing third best move, Vishy will surprise Topa, making his more time. Yeah, he has less than 4 minutes now, and he plays rook to d1. I think, yeah, let's go knight c5. It's time for knight c5. Let's go. Knight c5 makes sense. By the way, less than 4 minutes. I need to play 9 more moves, chat. 9 more moves. 9 moves in less than 4 minutes. Not easy. Will blunders happen from Topa's end? I hope he plays knights very quickly. इस बार जल्दी खेल दिया Vishy ने, and Topalov ने 1 second में rook b1. And now Vishy can just take on b3 chat if he wants to. But once he takes on b3, I think the position simplifies, and because the knights get traded off, and that means the game should end in a draw. So Vishy has a choice to make. Does he take the pawn on b3, equalize, and draw the game and allow Topalov, who's very low on time, to play very fast? Or will he, hold on, not take the pawn immediately and play moves like rook d3 or just, something very tempting and try to, force more concessions? So that's what you have to see now. Like he could totally shift the rooks. For example, rook d3. Let's say rook d3. And if white goes rook b2, for example, suddenly rook d8 is winning for Vishy. So I think it might be worth trying rook d3 out. It might be worth trying this out because that will be an eternal pin. Anish के wing का NFT खरीदूंगा मैं. अरे nice. Queen a3 I'm not sure यार. ये थोड़ा सा कोने में जा रही है. कभी ना कभी knight c4 अटैगा, अटैक करेगा. Queen a3 I'm not a big fan of. What strategy would you go for? I think I will play rook d3. I have enough time on the clock, and after there's no move for white. Yeah, what can white do? I'm going to catch this one next move. I'll play rook c3 back and take. So maybe it's worth it. Yeah, depends also whom am I playing. If I'm playing somebody much stronger, maybe I'll take the pawn and be happy with the draw. If I'm playing somebody lower rated, I will definitely play rook d3. I will not take the pawn for sure. Rook c2. Rook c2. I think. So possible, but what's the idea? Why can't you just play queen e3 or something? There's no idea of rook c2. I think taking pawn not necessarily right. Pawn to mili jayega baad mein. Exactly. That's what he's thinking. Yeah, does he take on b3 and equalize? Because knight b3, rook b3, queen b3. Even though black is slightly better, I think this should be a draw. Yeah, I mean rook d4 defending the pawn should be a draw, chat. I think this should be a draw. Even though black has some chances here, I feel queen a1 check is the threat, maybe, but should be a draw. But if he holds on, he maintains more tension. So let's see, chat. Let's see what Vishy goes for. Both are possible. Both give him some chances for sure. But yeah, let's see. How does it feel to be Ghanta SCY? 2700 में आनंद से Topalov draw बोल रहा है. Really? Is it a draw? Not really. I can see the results here. It's on the screen visible. The game is still going on, chat. It's still going on. कितने moves खेलने हैं Topalov? He has to play 8 moves, and it makes no sense for Vishy Anand to draw this, man. Why would he draw this? He's no risk. He can take the pawn now, and he's waited on the clock. Why would he draw the game? And he will have 7 minutes in the tiebreak, right? So it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense for Anand to draw here. Absolutely zero sense. टोपा वाइट है फिर भी टाइगर के सामने घायल है. इंडीड टाइगर के सामने सब घायल है भाई. Sahil Tikko, I love you. Thanks, bhai. Love you too, bhai. Oh, he plays rook d3, dude. He plays rook d3. Nice. He plays rook d3, and now white better not play rook d2. I don't think he will play that, but he could. You never know. You never know. And the idea is to play rook d8 and put this in the eternal pin. But for now, it's kind of okay. Are you absolutely sure about what? Check Anish versus Wang Armageddon. Start हो गया क्या? Oh yeah, this is looking interesting as well. ये भी देखेंगे भाई, but फिलहाल के लिए ये गेम देखते हैं because Topalov is struggling on time. Chat 3 minutes. 3 minutes for 8 moves. 3 minutes for 8 moves. Points table वाले में WhatsApp खोल लो. Nice. Yeah, e5 is possible. He can go e5 for sure. For sure he can go e5. But that e5 pawn is also a bit weak, I have to say. Chat, this is insane, man. How well he's played. This is absolutely insane. Thanks a lot, Chaitanya bhai. Bullet inka mein bullet nahi bhai. Fisher's style. I would say Fisher most likely. Stream the depth verdict also. Nahi yaar. I don't want Amber Heard fans. I mean, wo nahi chahiye bhai. After the game, can you show again Wesley checkmated Carlsen and explain the tactic behind that king move by Wesley? Wesley, I'll check it bhai. I'll check it. Chart him. 2 minutes, dude. 2 minutes. Dude, ये क्या हो रहा है भाई? Dude, ये क्या हो रहा है? 2 मिनट चैट. टोपलोव की तो लग गई यार. टोपलोव की तो लग गई. He will play before the clock hits less than 2. Promise. Psychologically, he will play the move before the clock hits 2. Come on. He will play it. देखा, I told you. Psychologically, it's very difficult. He will. उसने exact 2 पे खेला भाई. Exact. भाई मैं psychology पढ़ना चाहिए यार. मैं कितना crazy हूँ भाई. Exact 2 पे खेला भाई. If any top chess players or chess psychologist, please contact me on sahil something tikku@gmail.com. Thank you. Anyways, e5 played now, and now he could play queen d4, putting some pressure here. Your stream is delayed. Not really, bhai. Your girlfriend is sorry, my bad. Let's go queen d4. फिर प्रहर की तरह संदीप पे रिएक्ट करना. अरे भाई करना पड़ेगा यार. Chat is like wow. You know psychology masters कितनी ही होती भाई. हाँ ये तो है. माइनर कर लूंगा भाई. माइनर कर लूंगा यार. माइनर कर लूंगा साइकोलॉजी में. Anyways, chat, let's go rook d8 now. Let's go queen d4. All moves possible. Chat, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for 7 moves. कोई मैथ करो भाई इस पे. 2 minutes for 7 move. How many seconds? कैलकुलेट करो कोई. प्रखर का स्टूडेंट बन जाओ भाई. प्रखर से पूछता भाई how to study psychology भाई. If you are like 59 years old or 29 sorry. माइनर कर लूंगा. हाँ माइनर करते हैं ना. मेजर माइनर होते हैं भाई. माइनर में तुरंत जेल. अरे माइनर मतलब पढ़ाई में माइनर रे. 17 seconds per move. That is insane, dude. I mean, if he survives this, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if he survives this. I'll be really surprised. I'll be really surprised if, like, looking at time pressure, unless Vishy exchanges everything and he keeps the pressure on, Vishy realizes he's putting the pressure and he should just wait, yeah. Put queen d4, put some pressure. Let's see. Although objectively it is a draw, chat. It is a draw. Like if Topalov managed to exchange some pieces, it will end in a draw. We can't do much about it. But what Vishy has to do is maintain as many pieces as possible on the board. That's the best he can do. ताकि थोड़ा प्रेशर पड़े. Like we saw Topalov blunder यार. Entire free का उसने कल रूक दे दिया था यार against Anish Giri. Free का simple fork miss कर दिया. So he can blunder on time pressure and he doesn't have much time on the clock. उसके लिए तो blitz ही चल रहा है भाई literally. It's a simple draw. I know, dude. I know simple draw. I know. At some point, black has to take and it will be a draw. But still, I have hopes that maybe he can put some pressure and Topalov might crumble himself. Like, Vishy will not win. He will just give him the resources to win and he will crumble. Ye kya Stefan bhai? Wah. Even if the position becomes simple, Vishy shouldn't accept the draw. There is no problem playing. Exactly. Because he will have to play the Armageddon after this. In Armageddon way, he will have 7 minutes and Topalov will have 10 minutes. So he'll be at disadvantage already. So it's much better that tum black say you don't go for a draw. Surprisingly enough, this tournament kind of promotes black not taking the draw. Like it kind of makes sense. How many moves left? Chat, 7 moves to go. Sorry, 7 moves to go. Yes, 7 moves to go for white. And 8 for black. Psychologic assist. भाई देखो सही बोला था कि नहीं. मैंने कहा था ना वो 2 मिनट से पहले खेल देगा. I told you it happened. Topalov is in the same situation जब एग्जाम का लास्ट मिनट है और 10 क्वेश्चन बचे हो. Exactly. स्टेफन जैसे मॉनिटर बना रखे हैं यार. क्यों प्रॉब्लम है क्या स्टेफन भाई? अरे स्टेफन भाई क्या ये मजबूर है स्टेफन भाई पर आप नहीं. टोपलो जिंदाबाद, टोपलो जीतेगा। वाह शिवेन भाई, देश के साथ नहीं दे रहे आप। Vishy is here original, of course. Topa use the time when Vishy thinks. For sure, man, he has to. Otherwise, he's lost. He has to, of course, use the time. इतने टैलेंट होके भी एक्स की, अरे भाई तुम ही बोल रहे हो, मैं तो कुछ नहीं बोला एफसी भाई। हाउ द पीसेस कलर, इट्स ऑल्टरनेट चैम्पियन भाई, इट्स डिसाइडेड बाय द ब्लिट्ज टूर्नामेंट। जो टॉप 5 थे, दे गॉट 5 वाइट्स, एंड जो आर्मगडन वाइट होगा, इट विल बी सिमिलर। या इफ आर्मगडन हैपेंस, सेम कलर एज द क्लासिकल। Best move as per engine, apparently rook a8 is the best move, which is kind of weird. Queen d4 is the move I like, and the second best move. 10 pieces to play by sexy, ye kya yaar? I was wondering, what do people say when you offering a draw like on the board? Do you say chal draw le le? No, you say you play the move, you say I offer a draw, and then you press the clock. Thanks a lot Sanjeet bhai. Anish says Wang mein Anish is better. A brief look at that game, chat. Yeah, I mean, this pawn advance looks a bit weaker, more weak than strong. So I think Anish definitely having some winning chances. Let's go back to this game. I'm doing triple major in geography, political science and economics. Wah, wah, kya hi ullu banaya bhai. Queen d4, knight c5, everything gets traded. Yeah, that's not what I'm worried about, chat. That's what I'm worried about. If Queen d4, even just knight f3, defending this pawn, and there are quite a few trades that will happen. And this might just be a draw, actually. This might just be a draw. But that's what Vishy is calculating. He's trying to come up with some variation where Topalov has to think, basically. He cannot exchange, liquidate very quickly. If that happens, maybe he'll have some chances, yeah? Maybe. Bhai, I love you tomorrow. Ye kya hai, bhai? Time station की वजह से लग रहा है Vishy can win. Yeah, man. I hope. But piece exchange ना हो जाए. Because if knight f3 happens, it will lead to quite a few piece trades. And what we need is to win both these pawns. ये a pawn चाहिए हमें. We need this a pawn to run. Hello Om bhai. थके नहीं क्या भाई? कमेंट्स पढ़ के भाई, आज तो कुछ भी नहीं है भाई. असली तो कल थकेंगे भाई. कल 9 राउंड लगातार स्ट्रीम है. कल तो मतलब लिटरली भाई मैं मर जाऊंगा यार स्ट्रीम पे, मुझे लग रहा है. विल लिख देता हूँ अपनी. विशी से टॉप 10 में आ गए तो मजा आ जाएगा. ये तो है यार. व्हाट इज डर्टी फ्लैगिंग? डर्टी डांसिंग सुना होगा, छोटा भाई यार. हैप्पी दिवाली. वाओ. 9 घंटे भाई, 9 घंटे कल स्ट्रीम. कल यार एमपीएल की स्ट्रीम है. उसके बाद आई हैव टू गो टू आई थिंक श्रीनाथ स्ट्रीम. सो मेरे को आई थिंक देयर इज दिस राउंड अप अबाउट द इवेंट ऑफ द एमपीएल, एंड उसके बाद देन देयर इज दिस नॉर्वे चेस स्ट्रीम. तो कल आई थिंक 9 घंटे लगातार स्ट्रीम है भाई. Who is Vishy playing tomorrow? By the way, he played rook to d5. He maintains the tension, chat. देखा? He is not really exchanging pieces. And Topalov भाई 1 मिनट and 38 सेकेंड है उनके पास. 1 मिनट 33 सेकेंड. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, let's go. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. मैच तो सीख ही जाओगे भाई आज. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1 मिनट रह गया चैट. ऑसम. 59, 58, 57. भाई कहाँ है बंदा? भाई ये बंदा है कहाँ? 5 सेकंड डिले लगाया गया, मुझे पता नहीं भाई, बट टोपलोव का डिले क्यों हो रहा है? Why is he not playing, dude? He has 43 seconds for 6 moves. Chat, calculate करो. 43 divided by 6. That is 7 seconds per move. 7 seconds per move, dude. He has 7 seconds for. I don't know if it's actually true or not. Actual time क्या है? मुझे पता नहीं यार. Actually, your video is lagging. My video. रुको. नहीं यार, लैग तो नहीं हो रहा. डांस शो ऑफ इन द मीनवाइल. 30 पर आएगा. कल ही जान चाहिए आपका. मजा आता है इस चैनल पर. थैंक्स ऑफ मिस्टर रवि. थैंक्स अ लॉट मैन. अरे दैट्स नाइस समन भाई. Okay, now rook takes d1 I think will be played. And after rook takes d1, just knight takes b3 and Vishy is better. So queen takes d1, good move. And now knight takes a4, Vishy wins the pawn back. Knight is, let's take on a4. You can't take back knight takes a4 because knight takes a4, pawn takes. I just take on b1 and win the game. So knight takes a4, we win the pawn back, chat. Chat, if Topalov loses on time, he loses the game. It's over. Vishy is not winning, chat. He's not winning yet. He's only equal. He won the pawn back, but now queen to d6, and maybe I think it's still equal. MPL में कौन-कौन है? MPL में I think is Arjun, Nihal, Gukesh, Prag नहीं है, बाकी सारे हैं I think. Rook a1, okay. Knight c3 attacking the queen. Vishy won what? What? क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? He won क्या? अरे he won on clock. He won on the clock क्या? Really? Time पे जीतेगा? Oh my god, he won, dude. What the hell? How did he win? रुको देखते कैसे जीता. रुको. Oh, he got flagged. Oh my god, he got flagged. He won, chat. दिखा ले just 24. He won. अरे भाई क्या flag से हार गया भाई. Oh, so embarrassing, dude. Oh my god, so embarrassing. It worked, chat. I told you, rook d3 and rook d5. Crazy ideas. Dirty flagger OP, भाई. इसलिए chat, bullet में flagging is totally allowed. If you can flag in classical, you can flag in bullet. Go for it. Vishy up in the chat, bhai. And Vishy Anand takes the lead, dude. He has taken the lead. He is leading the event. Let's look at the standings and then we'll come to the game of Wang Hao against Anish Giri. Let's look at the standings. I think he's clearly in lead now with 6 points. What the hell is happening? That's insane. That's completely insane. Bhai, that's completely insane. Bhai, what a game, dude. Let's have a look, chat. Let's have a look. And Vishy is in the world top 10, chat. वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. We have to look at this. रुको. Let me have a look. Standings, chat. 6 on 6. 6 on 6. Vishy is in sole lead now. He's in sole lead. Absolutely insane, dude. Carlsen 3.5 point पीछे है भाई. 3.5 point. Oh my god, this is insane. What great performance. Did he enter world top 10? That's the important detail now. Has he entered world top 10? I think he might have, chat. I think he might have. 27 chess पे update नहीं हुआ, chat. I think Vishy Anand has entered the world top 10. Let's have a look at the ratings here. Because, chat, he is 2756. He will gain 5 points from this, and that means he will go to 2760. He is 9th now. That is crazy, dude. And yes, he is world top 10. Oh my god, Vishy Anand back in world top 10, dude. Why, bhai? भाई साहब क्या feat है भाई. What a feat, dude. What a feat. He's back into world top 10 at literally age of 52. Insane. Vishy up in the chat, भाई. एक बार game देखते हैं Vishy की, भाई क्या. And it was a crazy kind of, because he had a draw multiple times. Yeah, he could have taken the pawn here. He had a free draw here. He went for rook d3, kept the tension on, went for rook d5, kept the tension on, knight c4, exchanged 1 rooks and took the pawn back, rook a1, knight c3, avoided trades, queen d6, air west. Topalov ran out of time. And what a beautiful game by Vishy Anand. It wasn't like completely winning, but even after queen b3, knight to a5, queen b2, I think it's kind of equal, but I think he deserved the win for his, kind of crazy play, crazy ambition, yeah, not going for the draw. And Vishy's accuracy is 98.5. Indeed, Anand aa gaya, bhai. He's world 9 now, bhai. And this is insane, dude. This is insane. 2761. Absolutely crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. Chat, do like the stream, man. And if you're here for the first time, do subscribe to the channel, guys. हमारी family में शामिल हो जाओ, भाई. रोज करेंगे stream, मजा आएगा. Let's check out the game of Wang Hao. Anish, देखना है ना? Let's have a look. And chat, Anish Giri is also completely winning. Let's have a look at Anish Giri's game. And then we'll end the stream. Bhai, what a game by Vishy Anand, dude. What a game. What a game. बधाई हो bro, Anand फिर से जीत गया. Indeed. Indeed, 2-on-2, 2-7-6-0, man. What if Anish beats? He'll be back to 9 again. No, I think he will still be in world top 10. Even Anish wins. वैसे भी ये classical नहीं है. This will not count. Classical is already ended. This is like tiebreak. Has Anish lost on time? No. He'll lose to Anish, though there's some curse. Magnus too. Don't worry. He defeated Magnus in the blitz section. You never know what can happen, chat. Wesley versus Carlsen, Armageddon and endgame, please. Yeah, we'll go to that at the end, Ikbar. And chat, by the way, Anish Giri completely winning. Just to briefly mention the results, chat, once. First of all, Teimour Radjabov. All the classical games were drawn. Only Vishy Anand won. Teimour Radjabov won the tiebreaks. Mamedyarov won the tiebreaks. Wesley So won the tiebreaks. He played this tactic with King to H2 here, which was just brilliant. King to H2, preparing Rook to H1. And that's why Black had to play Rook G8. But now check, 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 and after King H7, Queen F7, and he would have won the game. And finally, Vishy Anand crushing, not crushing, but winning in the end at somehow, I would say. And finally, we have Anish Giri fighting here. Let's see how he managed to win. Who will Anand play tomorrow? Anand is playing Wang Hao tomorrow, and Wang Hao again is a retired player. He's not in the best of forms. He was lost against Carlsen. Carlsen missed the winning chance. And today also, I think Wang Hao is losing to Anish Giri in the tiebreak. So Vishy will have the white pieces tomorrow. He will have good chances to defeat Wang Hao in the opening itself. It's just insane. Hikaru will like, ये classical में flag कैसे करता है? Tiger on firm. How is Black up on time? This is tiebreak, man. This is tiebreak. Please tell your original name. My name is Sahil Tikku. अजय भाई. एक बार विशी वर्ल्ड चैंपियन में कार्लसन को हरा दे और रिटायर हो जाए, मजा आ जाएगा. ये बात तो है भाई. बट आई थिंक रिगार्डलेस दिस इज अ गुड स्टार्ट. Imagine how good was Vishy in his prime. If he can play like this at age 52, he might have been better than Carlsen younger age. For sure, man. For sure. For sure. Oh, Anish ने क्या किया भाई? रुको रुको रुको. एक second. How did we reach here? एक second. Why did he exchange? Why did he take this though? Oh my God. Anish blundered. What the hell? Anish blundered. I thought he was still winning. But there is no win because white controls G5. अरे Anish ने लोल कर दिया भाई. So Anish has lost. He gains 1 point, and Wang Hao gets 1.5. But regardless, beautiful man, beautiful. Vishy OP in the chat once, chat before we end the stream. एक बार Vishy OP हो जाए. Let's go chat. अच्छा हाँ, he gets 1.5. My bad. Yeah, my bad. अच्छा हाँ, black has draws. My bad. मैं उल्टा बोल रहा हूँ. Indeed. Anish actually wins. ये इनका आर्गुमेंट बड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है भाई. ये याद ही नहीं रहता भाई. 10 मिनट में से 7 मिनट. अनीश को 1.5. यस. अरे भी जीत गए. वाह. अरे इंडीड भाई, क्या खेला भाई. मतलब his accuracy is 98.5 dude. That is just insane. I mean, हम लोग खेलते हैं क्लासिकल गेम, हमारी एक्यूरेसी अगर 70-80 हो तो वी आर लाइक ठीक है भाई, पेल दिया. एंड ही प्लेड एट द एक्यूरेसी ऑफ लिटरली 98.5 एंड वन द गेम. अनीश विंस तभी उसका यहाँ समझ गया भाई. वेट टिल डेफ वर्डिक्ट अनाउंस प्लीज. भाई क्या तुम बताना है वर्डिक्ट भाई, मैं लाइव हूँ. विशी वर्ल्ड नंबर 9. या इंडीड he's back into world top 10. Let's have a look at the world top 10 once chat. एक बार फिर से भाई बनता है यार, देख के बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है to be honest. Let's have a look at the world top 10. So Carlsen के बाद it's going to be Ding Liren, Firuzja, Caruana, So, Aronian, Nepomniachtchi, Rapport, Anand again at 9. And chat, by the way, if Anand sir wins tomorrow, he goes to world number 8. If he wins the next game, he goes to world number 6. So it's like he can improve even more from here. कल जीत गया तो वर्ल्ड नंबर 8 इनकमिंग बाई. एंड ही has crossed Anish Giri already. He's crossed Nakamura. So what a great performance, man. Insane. Absolutely insane. Awesome. Yeah, he can go to world number 8 tomorrow. Anand get Anish. How is color decided in Armageddon? Basically, the colors you have in the classical match remain the same for the Armageddon. So tomorrow, Vishy will have white against Wang Hao. That's a great deal because Wang Hao is one of the weaker players in this tournament, and he can definitely lose to Vishy with the white piece. Like Vishy can defeat Wang Hao with the white pieces. Vishy retriggered indeed by Wang Hao going to retire is like my friend quitting smoking. अगले दिन फिर शुरू. टोपो की क्या कर? टोपो की 98 है. So he kind of deserved the draw, but of course he took a lot of time. Yeah, matlab if you take a lot of time, that's how you manage to hold the equal position. So you can't really complain later. मतलब लोग कहेंगे कि भाई position equal है, but वो equal क्यों है? Because Topalov took a lot of time to calculate all these moves. That's why it's equal. If he had taken less time, he might have blundered. 1.2 million watching on Depth Herd. भाई हम भी कर लें Depth Herd, crazy. Actual position was not a draw. It was slightly better for black in the end. Yeah, but it should be a draw at this level. At this level, it should be a draw. I mean, after you capture all of this, like, it should be a draw. For example, queen d6, queen takes b3, knight takes a5, queen b2, rook to e1. At the top level, this should be a draw, chat. Black is slightly better because this pawn is a bit weak and this knight is a bit wavered, but it should be a draw. It should be a draw at top level, for sure. World number 9 है भाई, world number 9. नाकामुरा कहाँ है यार? साहिल भाई वो कार्लसन हमेशा आता है. Will Danilov have any more confidence of today? Who's Danilov? Vishy close to 20% again and Carlsen is far from 2900. Need 10 हो गए. चेक करो. Let me check. ऐसा कैसे हो गया भाई? ये कौन सा स्कैम है भाई? Let me check. No, he's 9, dude. He's 9. He's 9. I can see 9. He's 9 for sure. अब बस कार्लसन को हरा तो मजा आ जाएगा. इंडीड कार्लसन को हरा तो और ही मजा आ जाएगा भाई. कार्लसन को हरा दिया तो और ही मजा आ जाएंगे. ठीक है चैट, आई थिंक दिस वाज ऑसम. बहुत मजा आया भाई. दिस वाज लॉट ऑफ फन. एंड चैट, आई विल सी यू टुमारो नाउ. कल आई थिंक वी विल हैव द एमपी इंडिया चेस टूर, वो भी हमें फॉलो करना है. एंड वी ऑल्सो हैव टू फॉलो दिस इवेंट. सो कल मेरी 9 घंटे की स्ट्रीम है. होपफुली यू विल बी देयर 3:30 PM से लेके पूरा रात तक. सो कल बड़ा मजा आएगा. Guys, go watch the final verdict. I hope it's Team Dep. I hope it's Team Dep. I hope Amber doesn't get away with this. Chat, do like the stream before you leave. And if you're here for the first time, do subscribe. I'll be covering this tournament and multiple tournaments in the future, including the candidates, the Olympiad, and many others. So, bada maza aayega. So, it will be a lot of fun. And also, with this tournament, by the way, which is coming, I think, from next week. And also this, and also, a bahut tournament hai, bhai sahab, bahut tournament hai. Topalov's coach, acha, okay. Final verdict, bhai, copyright strike lag jayega, bhai. You cannot just do that. वरना हर कोई यही कर रहा होता. Just saying. So bye chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Keep smiling as always. Do like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care chat. बड़ा मजा आया भाई. Wish you open the chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. He won, Pranshab. Bye indeed. Bye chat. See you tomorrow. Take care.